I will fucking deck a bitch. Hey, pretty bitches, what's going on?
Let's go! Rico! Smells of this bitch with me. Shut the world. I met her in the club. Shorty said, what's up? What's up? And she was kinda drunk. I'm throwing money, don't give a fuck. And she say she in love. But I don't fall in love. I just fuck her in my tub. I'm the king, let out the rug. I do my thing, I keep a gun. I do this shit a lot for fun. Chasing niggas, watch them run. Now I be going dumb. And them choppers stay with drunk. I might spaz that off the drug. I love my money, love my blood.
She say she in love. Well, I don't fall in love. I put money above. Cause I don't give a fuck. She say she in love. Well, I don't fall in love. I put money above. Cause I don't give a fuck. 06 now, y'all niggas know me. Don't ever leave a girl around me. Most these bitch niggas rapping from the city would've never got nowhere without me. I'ma always keep a gun on me. I'ma blow you in the tree, run up on me. All the bad bitches think all on me. They gon' call on me, cause them all on me. I'ma crash her, then dip after. She had a nice script, these thoughts I actor. It's either you with the squad or against the squad. We got red dots, we get headshots. You love me, oh really though? Cause you watch all my videos and strip from me in the studio. Cremate the pussy, no funeral. They know us everywhere we are. She fuck on me cause she wanna be a star. No free shit, bitch, nigga, I charge. Wanna work with me, I need 10K large. Yeah. She say I'm the one that she wanna be with, but I just wanna be the nigga that she creep with. Chanel, Coach, Core, I don't buy a cheap shit. And once she fall in love, I tell her ass to beat it. Well, I don't fall in love. I put money above. Cause I don't give a fuck. She say she in love. Well, I don't fall in love. I put money above. Cause I don't give a fuck.
Well, let me see. Is this thing on? It is. It definitely is. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hopefully y'all doing alright. I noticed, well, obviously too late. I didn't even have the correct chat on the screen for this. But I did make my panda thing. Look at her go. She's loving the song. Feels good, man. Chat on the screen for this, but I did make my panda thing.
What the hell am I listening to? My own stream? I am, my bad. Hopefully I have the right audio settings, because I kind of got screwed over. I'm on display port. Yep, that's why I didn't hear it. Oh no, I have to watch this video at 122 hertz, even though it don't have anything to do with it anyway. Anyway, this is the quartering and DSP interview thing, because that happened. Oh no. Sure, I can turn it down a bunch. Am I even on the right layout? I am. Very nice. We have number 4 here. We're very chill on the secret stream channel. Super secret, dude. I didn't tell anybody I was going to be streaming. But yeah, DSP and Quartering did an interview, if you didn't know. Because, you know, long story short, when the SJWs, when they attacked Phil, Quartering made a video talking about it. Review Tech made a video talking about it. I'm sure a bunch of other people did. That's the only ones I could think of off the top of my head. And according to DSP, he contacted Quarterin, and that turned into him being interviewed. For Quarterin's channel, DSP didn't even want to watch it on his own channel because it's not his content. And Quarterin, like, deserved the views or some shit he said. So, okay. Original thumbnail had an eggplant with the little, like, drip emoji coming out. And he changed it within a few hours. I don't know why. But I guess it makes sense because most of these thumbnails don't have emojis. And I'm watching on incognito, so Susan don't ask me to watch 70 Quarterin videos after this. Now, if this... this actually makes me want to watch it. If this is just some dudes talking over a shitty mic, I probably wouldn't watch it. But no, the fucking cowboy man is here. And he has this odd camera angle because, you know, he couldn't edit it in OBS to crop shit out and make himself 480p. So we can finally see he indeed does not have a bladeless Dyson fan. I don't know why people thought he did. Probably because he was bragging about it so much. He never had one of those. And I said that back then and nobody listened. And of course, the PSVR, his little Tekken statue, Xbox controller box, PlayStation 4 VR box, I think. He got a bunch of shit in the background, dude. Why does he never throw his boxes away? Filing cabinet. It is an office. It looked kind of like a fridge, though. But I think it's a filing cabinet. That looked file cabinety. Does he have an air conditioner? Well, a fan on top of an air conditioner? This dude a wild animal. All right. This probably won't be a long stream unless DSP say some really crazy shit in it, and I'm pretty sure he don't. Because somebody would have spoiled it to me by now if he did.
Everyone,
what's going on, Quarterin?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here.
Welcome
from
to the stream.
Quartering,
I mean,
just
Jeremy.
Off.
From the Quartering.
Probably one of the biggest gets online. A 2-hour, nearly 2-hour interview with DSP.
Phil Burnell.
The man, the
Why did you dox him?
Legend. Now, to the many
his microphone
that strongly
is
dislike
amazing.
him, to the many that love him, I am unaware of the specifics of why you may love him or why you may hate him. I asked you, the viewer.
Epic intro coming from a dude that made fun of DSP multiple times. But he was just joining in on the hate brigade. And I love how he has his gamer stuff in the background.
Some interview questions.
He has a Game Gear,
as
you guys.
many as I reasonably
and an Atari Lynx. He plays it every day.
I think the interview, I hope the interview will be entertaining to you. I think Phil is a pretty interesting story. He seems to me to be a relatively humble man, a man willing to accept he's made mistakes in the past, but also a man that has his problems, undoubtedly, as you will see he admits to.
How many people can that description fit? They're humble. They know they made mistakes. And what's the other one?
His problems.
They recognize their problems.
His problems.
Oh no, they have their problems. Well, there you go.
Undoubtedly, as you will see he admits to.
Did he tell us he's a gamer?
My hope is that
he should take that stick
off
the Dreamcast box.
I'm not here to humanize DSP. I'm not here to dehumanize him. What I'm here to do is entertain you. And if you did enjoy this, if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comment section down below by leaving a like and a comment telling me.
Make sure to leave a like, you guys.
If this isn't your cup of tea and you don't want to see any more of this, do the same. And to those that will be disappointed that I didn't ask a specific question, look, some things were off limits. This is the world of the interviewer and interviewee. You can't get people on your show if you're going to ask them questions that are going to make them recoil. Now, did I go hard? I think I did a few times. I asked some very specific questions that were submitted by you.
Holy shit, sir! Can you
show
stop,
me
please?
screenshots of his bank statements? No, I'm not law enforcement. I could not expect that, but 2, I would never get an interview. So I did the best I could. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into this interview with DSP. All
Okay.
right. I have. This is the most popular question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Are we gonna do it first?
Where
This
did
dumb
the load
shit?
go?
Yep. Oh, nice hype, I guess. I want to hear the intros.
I don't.
Oh, yo, really,
like
DSP?
that
Turn
video
the
I
light
made
on.
last week. That
Turn
was
the light
first
on. What are
video
you
I ever
doing?
made about you, even though I've known about you for many years. I'm not like a, as you might call it, a detractor channel. I'm
No,
not-
absolutely not.
no
That's
shit.
honestly one of the reasons why, when I saw the video, I was like, this guy is not someone who constantly
You know
rags.
what's pretty hot? He.
Big
I'll wait
ups
for that
Guitar
after
Punk
this.
Master for
What
the
the
dollar.
hell, man?
Aw, he looks like me, MIA soy boy.
Damn it. You know what's some nonsense? He doesn't like Review Tech USA because he creates drama. He's a drama whatever. He wants to say drama queen, but he always changed the word. But he checked out Quarter Inch channel and was like, yo, this dude positive as fuck. I can't wait to do a video with him. Sure. Why not?
on
Makes
me.
sense to me.
You know, I watched the video. Yeah, you took some shots at me.
I love you,
Everyone
Quarter,
had,
and you're the
right?
best.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it didn't offend me, and I was like, you were actually being honest and upfront, and you were analyzing it from kind of a third-party standpoint that was fair about these asshole independent media bullshit, you know, trying to attack me. And I was like, this guy actually is like legit. Like, this is a fair
Independent media is bad now? I didn't
video
know.
about me.
I
Out of
thought
all the stuff
DSP
that
was
gets made about me,
independent.
very rarely do I get a fair video made about me. So that's why I kind of stood
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I thought it was funny that
Defending
you know,
him makes it fair.
when I saw those articles came out, it was like, oh, DSP says some racist shit. And
Is
then
it really
they
him?
post to like videos from 2 years ago or something like that, of you essentially doing like ching chong bing bong, which
Essentially.
is, by the way, done by every mainstream media, person in the last 10 years. So it's not like you were saying anything in particular, anything crazy offensive or anything like that. And a lot of these outlets, as you saw in the video, they were unaware of your uncancelability.
The cockroach?
So,
J for the dollar.
um,
Any darker
Yo, that little
maybe
laugh,
I'll
though.
start with,
people that want to remain
I gotta hear that
anonymous.
again.
some aware of your uncancelability.
What the hell is this? No way that's gray hairs. It would be extremely noticeable if it was during any stream. Is it just a hole?
And a lot of these outlets,
What the hell?
as you
Wait a
saw in the
minute.
video,
You know what?
they were
I'll just wait for him
unaware
to turn
of
his
your
lights on. Holy shit, this dog.
uncancelability. So, maybe I'll start with, like, I don't want to just jump right in and some, like, questions are going to put you on guard or whatever. So maybe some, like, reasonable questions. Because to be honest with you, it might surprise you.
Chin rub,
Like,
chin rub,
most-
chin rub.
Most of my viewers are not people that are used.
Oh, shit is way more noticeable in OBS. Oh, my God. Ah,
Like, to be honest, most people that
That's
reply
gray
to
hazard,
those
guys.
threads were like, ask genuine questions. As you saw the list, you're like, oh, these aren't that bad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'll start with. So, hey, I'm a YouTuber too. I'm a content creator just like you. What are your plans for post YouTube? Or
Jeremy tipped $3.33. Oh, to start off, please spare me your gay jokes. Phil and I had a wonderful day of dinner and dancing. The only problem was when a girl stood next to me. I could smell the rancid stench of her fetus tunnel. Had a scented hanky though to hold to my nose.
well, was it a relationship, though? I don't think so. Only Rambo can be that prestigious.
streaming, or have you even thought of that? So have
Oh,
you
shit, he
thought,
cut his
have
light
you
on.
given any thought to like?
Man, he's so blurry.
I mean, I think about it, right? Like, especially because I don't have a streaming presence like you do. I just have YouTube. And I know, like, if you're on YouTube, you have maybe a year or
Oh,
two.
my God.
If you're not DSP. Like,
This is
most
awful to watch.
YouTubers have a pretty small window. So have you given any
He's
thought
so
to,
blurry
like,
and choppy.
what the fuck am I going to do after all this? Or,
Oh, this is good.
How does that
The
thought
10-year
process
plan?
go?
Yeah, you know,
Mom, pay
first
my
of all, when I
bills.
started, I never wanted to do this for a living at all. This was only I wanted to do this for a hobby, and then I lost.
So we already have our pre-stream. I didn't want to do this. I just fell into it and then cried every time something went wrong and begged my audience to bail me out for 10 years. But I didn't want to do this. You made me do it. He didn't choose the dope game. The dope game chose him.
Out of nowhere, I got laid off, blindsided, and I just had this YouTube thing going on the side for like 2.5 years that had kind of blown up and gone viral.
This is
and I
back
said,
like 2012, 2013-ish era, right?
actually, even before then, I lost my job in October of 2010.
Okay.
And so we're talking real old school. This was before like you could even monetize gameplay videos
Yeah,
on YouTube.
yeah,
They
yeah.
wouldn't even let you put ads on them yet. And I lost my job. I was like, what am I going to do? And I already had this YouTube channel that had a good following, but it was only for gameplay. And I was like, shit, I can't monetize that. What do I
Yeah.
do? So I had a vlogging channel where I was doing stupid crap. I was making food that was terrible food. And
Fell into it, by the way. Fell into it. I couldn't monetize gameplay, so I monetized everything else.
$2.
Fell into it.
Hamburger.
I
versus
agree.
Pig. Centipede. Who would win?
Wait a minute, I need to
Big
look at
ups,
this
Jay,
again.
For the dollar. The only hard thing the quarter
Quarter
pounder
pounder
goes in
burger
is the
versus
combo
pig
meals
worm.
at McDonald's.
I don't know, worms are pretty weak, but burgers can't fight at all. So I guess pig worm would win. And if it's like Pokemon, well then a burger would probably be strong as fuck. Hands up, don't shoot.
stuff just to have some variety in my content. I said, maybe I can monetize that. So I did. And because people felt so bad about me losing my job.
Imagine that. The start of his legacy is about people feeling bad. 10 years later, basically the only money he get is because people feel bad. Oh, I'm doing so bad, you guys. I'm in the red right now, man. I need to get back into black. Oh, you guys, I don't know what to do. People felt bad for him.
Big ups, Frog, for the dollar. Chop penis goes away
I thought it-
approximately 30 minutes in.
Oh, 30, thanks. I can't wait. I knew it looked better when I skipped forward and saw he was in there. This, my God, DSP.
Actually, like went nuts on the ads, and I made like a ton of money in a couple
You told
months,
them to click
which is
it.
like one of my first controversies. Was that I got kicked out of Google AdSense within 2 months because they claimed that I did like invalid click activity when I didn't. It was because my fans were like so
Right.
supportive of me and felt bad that I lost my job that they
Yeah.
were clicking the crap
I
out.
thought everyone loved what he was doing, and that's why they wanted to support. Now it's because they felt bad. His entire viewer base has felt bad for him for a decade. A decade of making people feel bad for you. He really is just straight up the king of suffering. And the Quarterman wanted to interview this dude, and he doesn't like victims. And DSP is definitely the gamer edition of a professional victim. I don't know.
But then
As he wears his fucking Pac-Man shirt.
in 2011, I got partnered with Machinima, and that's how I was able to start monetizing my gameplay videos. And I was
Rest
making,
in
like, a
peace, by the way,
crap load.
Machinima.
Yeah.
You outlasted them too. Another
Oh.
another person that DSP has outlasted.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
No, when someone asked if he got paid, no, yeah, when someone asked if he got paid for this or how much did he charge, or something like that, he said that's not how it works and just moved on from it. So he did not get paid at all. He just wanted to help his friend out, his new friend, Jeremy, and give him a good interview, start off his interviewing career. Then he can put out better interviews than those shitty journalists. Put out some real authentic interviews. You know, the best kind of interviews when you ask the guy ahead of time what's off limits.
Dog out
And you
Bros
don't
took
ask those questions.
$1.87. Dog Out
Professional.
Brothers Phil and Jeremy present an all-new, all-male experience on YouTube. Very
My
rainbow
God.
friendly. Leave the purses at home.
Now I have an epic question for all the gamers out there. Would quartering and or DSP, would they get mad if they didn't like a guy or kind of felt indifferent about a guy, and then they did some weird interview and everybody went out of their way to try to ask questions for the interview? Then they ended up watching it, and the dude in the beginning that did the interview said, "Oh yeah, man, well, it was some stuff that was off limits, but I asked him where his cum went." They wouldn't get mad, right? They wouldn't say, "Oh, what? That's a bullshit interview, man. They should have fucking asked the tough questions." They wouldn't say that, right? They would say, "Yeah, man, that's how it goes. You just have to not ask certain questions."
I was one of the people who stayed with them the longest after years of people
don't die,
telling me to
Quarter. We
leave
gotta
them
finish the
and
video.
abandon them because they saw the warning signs of them being a bad company and falling apart. but I stuck with them almost till the very end until basically they mistreated me, and I was like the last guy. I was like, I've stuck up with you guys all these years. You're gonna treat me bad. I'm out of here. But anyway,
Wait, what?
Yeah, like
I know
Nice
they
revisionist
had
history.
an interesting reputation. You know, you're right. They profit off of a lot of creators in the beginning that, I mean, shoot, I've been on YouTube so long that I don't know. You probably remember this too. Remember you needed like 10,000 subscribers before you could have your own channel banner. Remember you get like you could like back in the good old days. But then I remember Machinima back then was everybody wanted. It's the only way you can make money.
Right. You had to be with someone to monetize anything really, or gameplay in particular.
This is
2011. If you weren't with a partnership,
oh god. Okay, this is like a debunk / Ask the King / pre-stream. That's what it's looking like.
couldn't make a dime on a game.
We got the history
That's
going
what I
on
was
right
known
now.
for,
Eventually,
But anyway,
he'll tell us where the
get back
load
to your original
went.
question, like, I never
My
planned on
God.
doing this to make any money. Like, I fell in my lap out of nowhere overnight.
Hey, you guys, it fell in my lap. That's why I ran to Blip. It fell in my lap. That's why when I got kicked off Blip, I begged another dude to get a job at Machinima. It fell in my lap. That's why I was making burger eating videos when I couldn't monetize gameplay videos. Because it fell in my lap, man. I didn't ask for this. The world gave me this. You know what I mean?
This is amazing. I'm making more money now than I ever did at my
This dude
office
is
job.
insane.
For 5 years that I was
He
working there, they
struggled
laid me
to
off,
make
and
it
now I'm
happen.
making like
Fell in
so
his
much
lap.
more money. It's crazy. Of course, we all know that bubble didn't last. It burst, and
Right.
now everything is so bad on YouTube. Long term for me, I absolutely love
Big ups
having an
for the
audience
dollar.
that
When
cares
is the
about
pig and
what
the
I
quarter
say and
getting
do on a
married?
daily basis. Like, I never thought in my life I would have anyone who gave a
Can we get some wedding rings in chat, please?
shit about what I cared about, anything about a game or anything about any opinion about anything,
Corner,
right?
find
Pretty
a place
awesome
for
to
the
know
camera.
that there's hundreds of people, thousands of people on my
Oh,
YouTube
damn it,
channel
it
on a
was a
daily
good spot in
basis
there, too.
that want to know what I'm up to, what I'm playing, what's my opinion on a game, what's my opinion on this or that. So I don't want to ever say that in my life I would quit doing this outright, but it's pretty unrealistic to expect that you could ever do this your whole life.
Wait a minute, DSP isn't scared of quartering, DDoS attacking him? He used Skype. This dude don't want to use Skype with people that give him a lot of money because, they might give someone my IP. What if quartering gives out your IP, DSP? You don't know, man. You can't trust him. He might fuck you over like everyone else did.
That's insane.
You know what I
This
mean?
is gonna, just like everything else, it's gonna get fade out. It's gonna become played out. This will be the next new big thing. And even in the 11 years now that I've done this, I went from being a guy who recorded with a camera, not even like live streaming or direct capture. I had an actual camera, a digital camera that I pointed at my TV and was recording videos with a memory
Really,
card,
bro?
to do gameplay. And then I went to direct capture to live streaming. Then I basically gave up on YouTube 2.5 years ago, and I'm mostly a primary live streamer now.
Oh my
I've evolved
God.
and changed so much over the last.
Could you imagine you watching The Tonight Show or something? I know everybody here watched The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, I think. I don't fucking know. Could you imagine you watch that? Okay, Halle Berry come out. Oh my God, Halle Berry. Oh man, she used to be so fine and now she kind of okay, but she a little boomery. So Halle Berry come out. And she says, well, back in, 1983, and she just goes over a 30-year history. What the fuck would that be? Who does that? DSP does it every time he talks to anybody. One person show up in his chat yesterday and they said, hey Phil, I'm from the quartering video. Oh, welcome to the stream, man. Well, this isn't like normally what I do, but like tomorrow, you can come back tomorrow and get like my normal content. But right now, I'm like watching like my last 10 years and doing like a retrospective. My goodness, everyone gets a history lesson from DSP, whether it's the last day, the last week, the last month, or the last 10 years, or the last 20 years. Everyone he talks to, they get a history lesson. It's insane. And thank you for 1017. What is his name?
Sandwich wants to fly
Sandwich,
away.
big ups.
Phil, where did the load go? I don't know what you're talking about. I just made some funny faces for the camera.
I agree.
Who knows what it's going to be in the next 2-3
Oh yeah, that reminds me. One thing I like about his revisionist history, because he's been revising his history the whole fucking year. It's really, really weird. When he talked about his masturbation face emote, he said, when it first happened, I tried to make it an emote on Twitch. He wasn't even streaming on Twitch when it happened. He was on YouTube. And it's like, he always get mad at other people for taking him out of context, including Watch Mojo, because they said he jerked off on Twitch in front of like 800,000 people or some shit. But when DSP actually tells us himself when it first happened, he wanted to make an emote on Twitch, it's like, wait, so it did happen on Twitch? I don't know.
YouTube still be
That's
how it
not
is.
very
Twitch
good
changed.
revisionist history.
Will
Just
Mixer
like you
become the
jerked
next
off on
big
Twitch.
thing? Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know.
We don't know.
And you can't rely on that. You can't rely on that to be steady income. It just sucks that I've kind of now
Relied
gotten
on it?
myself into a shitty situation where I'm stuck doing what I'm doing. But my goal is that within, say, 5 years, I can get myself out of any kind of financial pressures outside of the realm of me having fun on stream and say, okay, I still want to stream, but I want to have a solid job, a steady job outside of that
Really?
that I
Yeah.
can do daytime, and then maybe I come home and stream 2-3
No.
hours a night,
A
you know,
night?
2 days a week,
Yeah,
and I
week.
split my time between them because I know I'm always going to have that following. Like you said, I've got longevity. I've been here 11 years, and we're always going to have some people who are interested if I stream at 1 hour a week. I'll
Man, this
come
is
out
so
to see what I'm
believable
doing.
from
You know what I
DSP.
mean?
So believable. Know what I mean?
Puff harder. This dude knew this video had the potential to go viral and maybe gain some more traction, and he wore that lame Ash Pac-Man shirt. Really, Queen?
He didn't
That shirt
shave.
was not fierce AF.
He didn't shave because his internet people do. Why would you shave for an interview on someone else's channel? How many subs this dude got? 600,000. Come on. And I mean, how many
But
people
there's no
watched
way
it? Oh, 44,000. That's still a lot, kinda. That's more than what he'll get on his own channel. And you can pretend these are 44,000 people that don't know who DSP is. Right? No.
Full time. I have to do something different. I know that.
Yeah, that so a lot of people
So I fell into this. I didn't want to do this. I fell into this, even though it's 10 years of him struggling to continue to do it. But within the next 5 years, I would like to get a job and keep doing this. You know, a couple hours a night, a few times a week. We'll see.
like
I think the world might
you
actually
know,
end
people
before
would
that
ask me
happens.
this too, and I know how I would answer it, but they're like, you know, what would you even if you couldn't make money, you know, would you still stream? And it sounds like you answer that basically like, well, sure, but you know, I've got to pay my bills first.
Right, it'd be way less. I would have obviously have a job that would be my main focus, but I would love to do this like I used to do YouTube as a 2-hour hobby a night. Right, at home, and I'm able to do a little bit of streaming. The difference now is I can actually make money on that 2-hour stream every night. When back then I was just doing it for a hobby. I wasn't monetizing the videos or anything. It was just like for 2.5 years I was uploading gameplay videos to YouTube before I ever made
DSP already told us this
a
part.
dime doing anything.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Was there ever a point because I'm not like a expert on your career? Was there ever a point where you were making any reasonable money on YouTube, or were you always kind of just using that as like kind of a dumping ground for your
What the hell
stream
kind of question
videos?
is this, Quarter?
Oh no, dude! I was
You
a
didn't want to use
full-time
common sense
YouTuber
on this?
from year 2011 to 2017. Early
Okay.
2017. So you're talking 6 straight years. My 95% of my income was on YouTube ad revenue.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was that big. Like my channel was that popular at one point. And the thing is, I had a formula that I had figured out that was like the sweet spot for making money with ads on YouTube. That if you had
Yeah.
a certain length of your video,
So he figured out how to game the system. The thing he complained about everyone else doing since the beginning of time. He figured out how to do it. Well, that's convenient.
ads on each video that you could like make a good amount of money. That I had figured out. Channel was that popular at one point, and the thing is, I had a formula that I had figured out that was like the sweet spot for making money with ads on YouTube. That if you had a certain length of your video, a certain amount of ads on each video, that
Dude, this is the exact same thing he's complained about for so long. They show up in the fucking algorithm because they game the system. They make their videos a perfect amount of time, and they edit it a certain way. It's the same thing he was doing, but just to get ad money and not to get extra views. Oh my.
make a good amount of money just doing straight playthroughs. You know, I didn't have to do these long
I
edited
scammed
videos
everyone.
like people were doing. I could just
Feels bad.
upload parts of a video game playthrough, and I was making really good money doing it.
Really good money.
But then when the adpocalypse happened in early 2017, that all changed. Like overnight, I made 50% less money, and I was like, oh my God, like I can't do this. So that's when I adopted full-time streaming, and that's what I've been doing for the past.
And revisionist history. It's really fucking lame when he first went to Twitch and he had a sub button and, you know, all of the stuff that the partners had back then. And being a partner meant a lot more back then than they do now. You know, he made money. He had like a couple hundred subs at one point in time because he gave them shout outs every 6 months. When they stopped subbing, he would say, "Oh my God, you guys, I want to get new emotes. We need new emotes for you guys. You guys, if you want new emotes, you should sub." And then a day after that, he would shit on people at.
Which is all about subscriptions. You gotta subscribe. Get those custom emotes and shit. Subscribe. That's why everyone over there is all
He
about
loves
the
his job.
subs.
Every time he plugs subs, he loves doing it. God damn it, dog. But he completely ignores that whole period of time when he had this completely different community with these completely different people in it. And he was on Twitch streaming everything at 1080-60 before staff got to know it. He completely pretended it didn't even happen. And at best, when he bring it up, he say, "Oh, I wasn't making a lot of money back then. 200 to 300 subs wasn't enough money." Is that why when he left Twitch, he suspiciously got a Patreon a few months later? Because he wasn't making enough money on Twitch, so he wanted the same amount of money from Patreon right after he left Twitch? It makes sense. Don't think about it.
Years.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of us too.
Hopefully you lied
even
to
I
us about
felt
the Twitch thing.
I
enjoy when you do that.
several. You know, I used to have a channel where it was just magic. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold.
It's cool. I know. I saw in your video you're getting over the flu. So.
Yeah. So I used to do like Magic the Gathering videos and stuff like that, and you know, overnight it cut in half. And YouTube now seems to favor, you know, multiple uploads, which you do on your main channel, but gameplay videos just aren't what they used to be. They're just, they're just not. YouTube wants to push
It's not
the
my
live
fault.
streams.
I did nothing wrong.
Let me ask you this.
It's still
Now that
my
you've been
mouse
streaming
first.
on
I
Twitch,
just have Yoshi
this
now.
is one of the hottest questions.
Man.
If you were ever to get kidnapped and forced to stream, what code phrase would you say to let us know discreetly that something is wrong? Sorry for derailing the stream. I am toxic.
Okay, let me see. What's the word toxic backwards? So, sick. Jesus, I can't even fucking make up how that would sound. Sick sock? You know what? We're going to pretend it's the word sick sock. Sick sock is the word. If I ever get kidnapped and I'm streaming against my will, out of nowhere, I'll be like, "Oh man, this is pretty funny, you guys. Sick sock." And then I'll just keep going, and then you know what to do.
Whose nudes do you have from Twitch? Like, who do you have? I won't never ask you to name them, but like, has like where are you? Because where are you at with people from Twitch? Do you think you're on good terms with them?
It's funny you asked that because the honest answer I could give you is I don't think anyone like on Twitch has an issue with me. I just think that they don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole because of the trolls that follow me around.
Why did they promote him then?
I can give you. I'm not going to name any names. There's some examples.
Don't
There's been a couple
yeah.
people who like I was cool with them. Sometimes they would come and hang out on my streams. I would come hang out on their streams. And within a year, they basically told me we can't do it anymore. Your trolls are like invading my fucking streams and harassing my viewers, and I can't have that. Yeah. So not anything against you, Phil.
Literally just lying about people. That's why I don't want to say anybody's name, but everybody know who you fucking talking about anyway. If it's not Ptolemaio, it's Arturo, but I believe this lie every time is just about Ptolemaio.
I'd rather have it that we don't have a relationship because
a relationship. What is up with him? DSP. How many relationships you got? He got married to Kat, and he was like, "I don't really wife these hoes. I got more than one relationship, though." It was Rambo, and then he had one with the Twitch dude, and he had to leave him because the trolls. Whatever.
My content, and I was like, fair enough. I can't. Yeah. How can I say anything to dispute that? It's not me. It's not that person. It's this outside force that follows me around
Always
like a hammer right on my ass, and I don't know what to do about it. You know, and it sucks that that happens. But no, like I don't have any real close personal relationships with anyone on Twitch simply because of that. Like people are afraid to have that association because they know that they get this spillover of bad stuff onto their own content.
Well, and if you follow like modern day Twitch, you know. My answer to a lot of people who are asking me about
what I don't understand is he's scared to do stuff with these people that are actually more popular than him, and he pretends like he can't do stuff with them because the trolls hurt their feelings, so neither one of them can work together. It's odd. But then he hosts people like Kekken and Super Blind Man, and I think he still got Brian on his auto host, and those dudes get like 3 views a stream. So if DSP, if everybody really just followed every single thing DSP attached himself to and trolled the fuck out of it, wouldn't those dudes be getting trolled a lot? Right? I don't know. I don't know.
To you, you know, like, wow, how the fuck does Phil stay on Twitch?
I don't know.
It's mostly because you don't
Don't
get
think about it.
political. You know, like, that seems to be a really hot button issue with Twitch. You know, like, if you, and what I mean, like, political isn't necessarily like, oh, I
No
like the
politics,
president,
you
or I don't
guys.
like the president. But, you know, the issues, right? Like, you basically just stick to streaming your games. And
Quarter,
I
and
think
give us
that-
some examples.
that
Is it
has
just you?
insulated
Are you the
What do
example?
you think of the modern state of Twitch with kind of their push towards, you know, IRL streamers?
I know it get
and-
people banned off Twitch. Titties being negatively political and making fun of DSP. Quarter should talk about that. Why do people that make fun of you seem to get suspended and banned? DSP, what's up with that, man?
these like political.
They talked
debate
about Donald
channels
Trump.
and stuff
That's why
like
they got
that. What do you
banned.
think about all that?
It wasn't me.
I think there's a space
Maybe
for
DSP a
everything.
politician.
Like, I think that it was weird because
Yeah,
Twitch
act like
started
one.
as Just in TV, which was supposed to be like that stuff.
Yeah,
But then they
right.
said, oh, we're going to become Twitch TV, and it's only gaming. In fact, I had a friend who was doing a show on Twitch TV, and when they became Twitch, they told him, you can't do your show anymore because it's not about gaming. He was like, what?
I watched a wrestling show that had this issue back then.
Centigrade, or is that 6 inches of dust caked on? I can't tell.
I think it's supposed to be gray. He cleaned it. He told us. He didn't show us because, you know, but he told us he cleaned the area. So, you know what I mean? I'm sure he totally did. And he organized his wives, obviously.
Him off of Twitch and said, we won't let you
But
stream.
I was watching a wrestling show back in, well, listening to one back in like, shit, maybe 2011, 2012. And it was like, oh, we have to leave Justin TV, you guys. They only want gaming content now. It was a very sad day.
Games. And now here
If
we are
only
years
DSP
later, they
started
changed their
streaming
mind.
back
Now
when
they
he
want
made his
everything
account.
back.
They want everything
But
back
yeah, I think
online?
there's a place.
Yeah.
I think there's a place for everything.
I don't
really
know about
do.
everything.
I think there's a space for everything. But for me, like, I would not want to go there. I am known as a gamer. People want my opinions on games.
DSP is known as a gamer. That's why we're talking about games right now. And that's why the main question of the interview is, what did his cum go when he finished jerking off that day? Because he's known as a gamer. You know what I mean?
When I do an interactive stream, they'll ask me other stuff. That's fine. You want to toss other stuff into the conversation.
pig knows
But the
this.
last thing I want is my
I'm
stream
known
to
as a
become a
gamer.
place where people are coming to be just virulently angry at each other and nasty with each other about. I always say politics and religion are the two topics that I don't want to discuss in depth. If there's a game that has a topic on politics or religion, it's a part of the game's plot. Okay, then we can talk about it. But
Sure.
I'm not going to go there because there's so many people who just in the modern day, if you don't agree with them on politics or religion, that's it. That's like the shut-off point. If you're not in agreement with them on
This dude yells at people when they don't agree with his camera quality.
what they believe for politics
on,
or religion,
man.
I don't want to watch your content. I hate your guts. I'm going to...
And it's the same dude that said he wouldn't do an interview with PewDiePie because he doesn't agree with his content. So what the fuck is this bullshit ass speech?
This and that. And I don't understand that. I'm an
Big
open
ups, Jake
shut-off
Abdallah.
point.
Yeah,
I
that
Day.
When a boomer interviews another boomer with pre-screened questions.
Man, hopefully he, because he supposedly got questions from other people, right? Bunch of people at least sent him questions. Hopefully he at least highlight those. Like, oh, this guy from Twitter gave me this question. Give him a little bit of clout, dude.
Agree with them on politics or religion, that's it. That's like the shut-off point.
Is it the
If
shut-off
you're not
point?
in agreement with them on what they believe for politics or religion, I don't want to watch your content.
Really?
I hate your guts. I'm going to troll you. I'm going to do this and that.
Troll?
And I don't understand that. I'm an
Oh.
open mind kind of guy where, like, even though there's a lot of people I don't agree with on politics or religion, that doesn't mean that I
open-minded
completely write off
guy.
everything that person's ever done
trolling us
on
again,
Earth.
DSP.
You know, if they're a talented
Right.
musician or a
Yeah.
talented content creator, I don't say, because I don't agree with you on the politics, I hate you now.
Dude.
But that's how people...
The day this got uploaded, he said he wouldn't do something with fucking PewDiePie because he doesn't agree with the kind of content he put out. The day this got uploaded. Just how? How is this a person?
I say I don't want that on my streams.
How is
I
this
don't
a
want to
person?
get that stigma. Trust me, I got
How?
enough problems. I don't need to be also dealing with a whole new can of fucking worms too.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate that take. I agree with you 100%. You know, I don't you know, so my content kind of leans towards like
better
more
take
of
a
the
sip.
like anti-PC, but like a lot of people view my content. They're like, oh, he's definitely a Trump supporter, for example, or he's definitely a whatever supporter.
What is
I
a
don't
whatever?
even- I don't even want to talk about it.
What political
Like, I wanna
party do they
watch
belong
my
to?
content, you know, because I know once you pick a side, as you pointed out, then the other side fucking hates you.
That's
It
right.
wasn't always like that.
I think
and
a
you and
side
I have
already
both been
dislikes
online
both
long
these
enough.
people.
It wasn't like that 5 years ago, but that's what it is now.
It was like that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Just not.
This
from
political
your
climate
perspective.
really changed things. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Very hard.
DSP,
You, gotta
you
pick
don't
and
wanna
choose
talk
your
about
topics
politics,
now
remember?
to make sure you don't piss off the wrong person.
Yeah. So speaking of people that hate people, you know, can you give me some insight? So I've watched, like, I went and watched a couple of streams. I'm not what, you know, like I said, what you might call a detractor channel. I haven't been, you know, I've just known you've existed forever.
Wait, are we gonna get the question
and so
already?
then I try to watch some of the, you know,
No.
these channels, and I see where their perspective's at. Then I watch you actually interacting with your chat. It's obviously different.
Is it obviously different? Is it?
Where do you put
Tell us
yourself
how.
in your interactions with chat?
I would love
You
to know
you
how
spend
it's
a decent
obviously
amount of time
different.
acknowledging your trolls. That must be on purpose, right? Like, so when I see trolls,
Yo, he nods his head. Yeah. What? It's on purpose. He responds to trolls.
yourself in,
I
your
thought that
interac-
was like his depression and all of these other little memes that accidentally make him do this stuff. He does it on purpose. What is up with the head nod?
chat. You know, you spend a decent amount of time acknowledging your trolls. That must be on purpose.
It's on
right? Look,
purpose.
so when I see
know what I mean?
trolls in my live chat, I'll either mute them or not acknowledge them. But it is part of your show. And, you know, I know you must know. You're not an idiot. You must know that some people are hate watching you. And so you interact with people or whatever the case may be. You know, where do you think, you know, how does that work into your live stream? You know, interacting with these people that are just always in your orbit.
He just
you know,
bans
to
them
shit
all,
on you.
and then they make a new
Right.
account, and then he
I
ban
mean,
them again.
when I started, it wasn't like that. You know,
Oh,
when
my
I
fucking
started,
God.
it was YouTube, because I remember I started exclusively on YouTube. I wasn't even live streaming, and it used to be like people legitimately would come to watch your content because they
Yes, trolling did not exist in 2009. It didn't exist. Nobody trolled on internet, especially on YouTube. Not on any website at all. Actually, it was pretty good. Even though also back then, according to him, it was the Wild West and everybody was assholes to each other. So, ask me how that fucking makes sense.
something positive. They were looking for something fun, something energetic. They wanted to be
And all of his shit was negative back then. He tell us all the time his thing used to be to shit on games, basically. Now his stuff was positive. Oh, my Lord.
excited, right? They were always
Yeah.
excited to be part of this new thing on YouTube. That was 10, 11 years ago.
DSP
At
sits
some
down
point
with
it
a guy and
became,
lies to
we're
him
here
for
to
an hour
shit.
and a half.
We're just here to
Yeah.
take a big dump on everybody. We don't care what you do or what it is. We have to find the faults and destroy you. And they get jollies doing that, you know? And I've noticed in the last, you know, I'd say probably started in 2012. I know that's a long time ago, but
Not
you know,
for
over
me.
the years,
Yeah.
there's a giant group of people now who just are only there to crap on me. Now, I could completely ignore them. That's true. I could over moderate. That's true. And to some extent, I used to do that. Like when I was just on YouTube, I used to
Big ups
have
Jackie for the dollar. Please tell me this video is getting archived or saved so we can watch. Got a job, dude.
Yeah, all of this stuff get posted to the archive channel. It don't matter where I stream. On 10 in the Archiver, the best channel. I don't even know if the link in the description for this stream, but it exists. Just search it.
comments on my videos, heavily policed them to the point where people were like, I don't like watching Phil's videos because I can't comment. When I comment, everything seems like it's super policed and commented on there.
This is so fucking
Phil's
fake.
police my comment. That's true. And to some extent, I used to
The
do that. Like when
fakest
I was
shit
just
ever.
on YouTube, I used to heavily police my comments on my videos, heavily police them to the point where people were like, I don't like watching Phil's videos because I can't comment. When
I don't want to watch this guy's videos because I can't comment. Because when I do comment, the comments
Big ups
replying
for
to
the
me are
dollar.
toxic.
Epic bobblehead video. DSP nods for an hour and a half. Haha goat. Good thing the hamburger ISNT just using DSP's name so he gets clicks because it's DSP to LAHLCOW like review to Chusa do a
The loud
joke.
cow. You literally can't comment at all. They're disabled. So by his own logic, wouldn't he get even less views because you can't comment? But he blames YouTube for getting less views. Sure, I agree.
everything seems like it's super policed and commented on there or you know, moderated on there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it anymore. I was a one-man army. I wasn't going to sit there moderating my stuff all day. I had a life. I wanted to make more gameplay. I wanted to do other stuff. I couldn't just sit there. So at one point, I just let it go. And what I noticed systematically is over the years, more toxic people came in, more stuff just kept crapping on the videos, to the point where I noticed, like, everything was still good when it came to my fans. My fans still loved my content and wanted to come see it. But
what year are we in right now, by the way? I honestly don't know. Because this dude went to Machinima, then he went back to he lost his job. Now we sitting around in like 2012 or something. Because these years that, sure, he got a lot of views in 2011 and 2012, but they were very toxic years. This dude hated every fucking game he played during those years because he forced everything. Because he wanted to get a lot of views, because he wanted to take advantage of the system, like he told us about in this video. So, And in 2013, everything was going downhill because his quality was so weird for 2011 and 2012. And then everything changed. Then everything changed again. Then everything changed again. And then everything changed again. And now he begging on stream every day.
Like cloud over my head of people following me around saying negative things. And
what I'm wondering is, when is the next time everything is going to change again? I'm thinking about end of 2020. DSP is going to have another massive change. I honestly don't know what he can do. Maybe one day he'll just come on stream and have a green screen and sit in the fucking chair and say, oh, it's different now, you guys. I got a 1080p camera. And then 6 months later, when that falls apart and nobody cares and he getting 100 views, he blame the viewers and say, you guys wanted this for years and now I'm finally doing it. And then his mama come on stream and he tell her she getting a job and he come out as being gay. And that's when the views come in.
I think originally, I kind of, back in the day when it first started, this negative cloud behind me, I reacted to it the worst possible way. I acknowledged it. I complained about it. I said it's not fair. I whined. I screamed. I made a big tantrum. All these guys are jerks. How could they do this? There was this movement on YouTube.
Isn't that what he did, like, not even 6 months ago? He does this almost every day. And he realizes it was bad the first time he did it. Don't worry, he just kept doing it for like 6-7 years.
Don't play. That was created off of
Shout out Evil AJ.
And my gameplay. And if I had reacted in a different way to it and probably said, oh, that's funny. That's a funny montage that people made of me. It probably wouldn't have ever blown up to what it was. But they liked the fact that when they made these videos about me that I reacted
Look
to
at this
them.
spin.
Oh, they got the reaction I wanted out of Phil.
Yeah.
And now when
he's going to pretend like a video got more than 1 million views because people wanted to watch it to spite him? Really? Sure.
It's more about getting
That's a
him
good
to
way
get
to
angry or
That's a good way to steal like every piece of recognition from somebody. Well, nobody wanted to watch it because it was good. Nobody really thought it was good. People wanted to watch it to piss me off. You know what I mean?
We can make another one of these to get attention for us and just it just kept feeding itself to become this like organic entity of this toxic cloud that kept growing and growing.
Quarter in his interview and a dude that unironic toxic cloud. Oh my.
So when I stream now, I realize
he doesn't like
that
victims, you guys.
It's never going to go away. It's associated with me
laugh.
permanently now, right? It's attached to me permanently.
Toxic cloud.
What I try to do is balance it. I can't say it doesn't exist because there are people who actively will come in my chat and actually are supportive. They'll contribute via, the methods you contribute on Twitch, and they'll help me to keep going. But they're only there to really wait for that moment when I screw up in a fighting game and I swear and I get angry at the person or I overreact in a game. They're waiting for that moment of fail to really latch on. Say, haha, I got him. Now let's make fun of him and stuff. You got to kind of laugh with it, And back then, when I first started, like I said, earlier days, 7-8 years ago, I wasn't like that. I thought my shit didn't stink. I was like, how could anyone criticize me or make fun of me? That's not right. Now I'm a different person. Like I've learned over the years, you got to roll with that. Now, some people say don't acknowledge it at all. But the thing is, if a lot of people are doing it and you don't acknowledge it at all, now it's like they're not going to come back. Or at the same time, what I've noticed is some people, if they don't get that acknowledgement, it just makes it worse. They'll try to find a...
Wait, so... This dude telling us you got a fence ride with trolls? You acknowledge some trolls because if you don't, they don't come back. So you want these trolls to come back. But it's other ones, if you acknowledge them, they just do it more. Yeah? Duh? So who are the ones that he have to acknowledge else they don't come back? People like Third Out of Third?
And there's this sick motherfucker
that dude
online
name is?
named Tevin. He still hasn't gotten
King of
over it.
Hypocrisy?
Quarter Pounder Man would have been better off interviewing the Glow Gang leader Tevin about all things DSP. But Quarter Pounder Man would bite his nails in fear.
Intrude. If I just let it roll and pretend like it's a natural part of my stream, it doesn't bother people that much. In fact,
That's
there's
a good point.
there's a few negative memes that have come up that at first they pissed me off, but I realized if I embrace the meme and I make it my own, it's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been trying to do. I made an emo.
Quarterin should have watched the Down the Rabbit Hole video before this, but he probably didn't. Oh, he probably did when it came out, and he pretended like he didn't.
In my chat of some of the memes that are negative memes, because that way it takes the power away from them and people don't see it as a negative anymore because everyone's doing it, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I've been trying
DSP
to embrace
treats
it in the
memes
last
like
couple
the
of years
N-word.
since I've become a full-time streamer is understand it's there, recognize when it's there. Don't make the whole stream about it because there's positive people there who are there to also enjoy my content on a positive level, and they don't want to just hear negative, negative, negative the whole stream. But if it's there, laugh at it, make a sarcastic comment about it, and move on. Don't dwell on it all the time, but at the same time, when you allow that thing to have power, you know what I mean? It gets even worse. And at the same time, if you don't acknowledge it at all, that's a group of people that, number one, could be contributing and they're not because now they feel like you don't care anymore. And number two, that's
The trolls might give me money.
a group of people. And at the same time, if you don't acknowledge it
I have to acknowledge the trolls because if I don't, they might not give me money.
at all, that's
But I thought he only wanted positive viewers. I remember fucking like 4 years ago, this dude was like, I'm fucking kicking the fucking trolls out. I'm putting my goddamn foot down. I'm not dealing with these fucking people anymore. Goddamn, he being honest,
and
dude.
number one, could be contributing and they're not because now they feel like you don't care anymore. And number two, that's a group of
But if this is the case, why so many people that gave him a lot of money and shit on him got permaban? And it's they on like never come back territory. Don't ask questions. Don't think
might
about
find
it.
another way to hurt you more maliciously behind the scenes because
Yeah.
what they're doing isn't working. So let's find another way to screw him, behind the scenes that's not on his live stream.
Yeah, that's good to hear because I told people when I said we were going to talk, people are like, oh, he's not going to talk about it, blah blah blah. I said no. When I talked to him in private, he understood. He's like, look, we can
As far
talk
as I know,
about the
DSP didn't
shit
record
where
this.
I fucked up.
It's just
We
him
can
being
talk
weird
about
and
some of
probably
the funny
looking at
stuff. I don't
himself
wanna
a
talk
bunch
about
like he always do.
personal finances, by the way, which is fine. I don't want to talk about my exes, which is also, by the way, fine. By the way, where I fucked up. We could talk about some of the funny stuff. I don't want to talk about personal finances, by the way, which is fine.
I don't want to talk about it? You mean DSP said they didn't want to talk about it? I don't want to talk about the personal finances. Sure, you made a lot of money and you still make a good bit of money and you beg all the time. And no matter how much money you get, you still beg. And one of the reasons people complain about the stuff you do is because you beg so much. But we're not going to talk about that. We better hope none of those fucking thoughts beg, am I right?
My
Did-
exes, which is also, by the way, fine.
No talking about exes. Giggle.
And it's one thing where there are guys that have been out there. I've been out there more than 10 years too, but under several different channels. And there have been guys out there, I don't know if you put yourself in the same category with them, but as a layman, there have been people who've streamed for a really long time and they have a large group of detractors, and they still have, it's when it starts out great. Look, when I started my YouTube channel, I had like a 99%
Big ups
upvote
Jay for the dollar.
on every
Right.
video I
This
did.
is 2
Right.
hours filled
But
with
over
a
the
history
years, you piss a few people off. Even your most loyal fans are the ones that turn into the ones that really hate you the most. And so then, okay, it went from 10. If I had 10 dislikes on a video, I was like, whoa, what the I fuck up. Now, if I have like 100, now I'm like, oh, okay. So I definitely
He
feel like
embraced
I
the
understand
negativity?
where that's at. I look at a guy like you and a guy like Wings, and
Big ups,
both of
Wings.
you have been on long enough where you have long kind of, or you have, I'm sorry, a solid group of haters, but you also have a solid group of you're still your fans. And where Wings, I don't know, he probably has it
That's a
worse
great
than you.
question.
Where
I need to have it over. Well, all the snorts. And I hope they talk about the gout too, because Quarterin got gout, right? And DSP got gout. Come on, man. They can have an in-depth discussion, give each other some health tips. He can tell him he can stop buying cherry juice because it doesn't do anything.
he still reacts like
Big
Instead,
old
they talk
ups
about
for
where the low
dollar.
went.
I dig the cuck in cuck camera view layout. Very nice.
Cuck and cuck.
to react.
That's ridiculous.
If I could
Stop
talk
being
to
negative.
DSP,
I
would
hate
say,
the
"Dude,
green
you gotta
flickering.
lean
It's
into the
kind of
meme,"
pissing me off when it
because eventually it's not going to be as fun to make fun of you because you're like, yeah, I fucked up. Whatever. This happened and
Big ups
whatever,
the blackest eyes for the dollar. A quarter pounder interviewing a Polish. This is some spicy content. Spicy
How do you
like
see-
flavored kisses for my
you know, he talks about
Ain't it fair?
now. There was
Why-
a recent stream where he was
wait
like,
a minute.
Look, I got to turn my hate.
What mic is he talking to? Because this is way over here. This is on top of his fucking head.
Payers,
I don't know.
Essentially, I've got to convert.
I don't know.
Because these are the
It
people that
better
are
not
coming
be a
in.
webcam. Like,
He's
that would
got
just be disgusting.
several channels that basically are 100% dedicated to making montage, and you've got a few of them too.
Oh,
so, how do you approach that type of content now? What do you think of these dedicated channels that are basically just memeing on you?
Oh shit! What do you think about the troll channels, dude?
$4.20. Puff harder. Pre-stream. Guys, please. Snort. If you're going to contribute, do it positively. What I read is at my discretion, you idiots. Interview. I hope these trolls come back to contribute, and you gotta embrace memes. Gotta have thick skin. No snort.
Yeah, these little spins on everything are pretty hot, tbh. My God, man, he should have wore a beanie for this. Some fucking earbuds. This dude got to have surround sound 3.1 for everything. My God. You don't have
here's the thing.
earbuds in
Again,
your house?
I'm different now than I used to be. When I was a full-time YouTuber, I was like
That's why he
really
sweats so
pissed
much.
off about it, and I would call these channels out. They're stealing my content.
He does this now.
I wish I could take them down. Blah blah blah. I'm not even like that anymore.
Really?
Like for me, I don't mind that they exist.
Does this, like, when he says I'm not like that anymore, does he mean in the last week? Does he mean in the last 2 hours? Holy fuck. But this hot Yoshi curse I use, if you look up Yoshi curse, it's like #1. It's from 1998 or something. It's pretty sweet, dude.
As what they do
I put it on all my computers.
is, I don't care if you take a shot at me. I don't care if you make fun of me. I don't care if you call me a lol cow. I don't care what the frick you
Lolcow.
call me. But don't try
This is
to
so damn
actually
fake.
like hurt myself or my livelihood or my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sadly, there's people who do take it that far. And I hate to say it, but the people who make those channels don't realize that what they're doing is kind of putting the ammo into a group of people who aren't like them. You know, those guys, they're doing it for laughs. They're doing it to make fun of me.
How does
and
he
to
know
make
this? He don't watch anybody.
Get popularity on my expense.
You don't watch
right?
anybody, though,
You
DSP.
know, they're not laughing with me. They're laughing at me, but they get a rise. They make some money doing it. Whatever. It's
You don't
fine.
watch anybody,
I don't
though.
care about that. What I care about is now.
Wait, he don't care about it now? That's the literal reason he gets annoyed. He doesn't care about it now. This really is just DSP sitting down and lying to some dude for an hour and a half. This is more effort he went through. He probably went through more effort lying and quartering than he did lying a cat to get her to move across the country. This is insane. This is fucking insane.
on my expense, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're not laughing with me. They're
Holy
laughing at
shit.
me, but they get a rise. They make some
Did
money.
he want to
doing
take
it. Whatever.
quartering out on a
It's
date
fine.
after this
I
with
don't
all these
care about
lies?
that. What I care about is now the person who watches all their content
Man.
comes after me and my family personally, which has happened many times.
Yeah.
Now it's
And
the viewers.
That's what I'm
The
worried
viewers
about.
of those negative
I don't care if someone makes a video. This is how you don't play. Here's a montage of Phil sucking at Dark Souls. Big deal.
What year was this interview? This was like a couple days ago. September 29th. Not even a couple. Fucking
But you make a
yesterday.
video that says Phil is 100% a scammer, and he regularly every day he.
Show me this video, by the way. Phil is 100% scammer. I don't know. Phil, you made a video calling Tim Schafer a scammer and a thief and a liar. And you said he should go lick Anita's pussy, which is derogatory at
Big
best.
ups memes kill for the
So,
dollar.
okay.
Detractor channels are fueling these dangerous people like the Joker movie will fuel spree killers.
Oh, man. He is doing that, isn't he? I didn't even think about it that way. This is ridiculous, dude. This whole thing is ridiculous. I don't mind the trolls. I don't mind the negative content creators or whatever the fuck. I don't care what they do. I don't care if they make a little bit of money. I don't care what they do. I care about the viewers doing something. But he thought it was stupid that people thought a movie would make some dude want to shoot up a movie theater. He does not think it's stupid to think everyone's viewers are negative and toxic. Guess he forgot what the SOK was trying to do. It is DSP. Hopefully you bring those people up.
Black
Probably
Mage
won't.
666 tip $2. Does Cat know Pig is cheating on her with a bearded fat man?
She might by now.
Money from his
She might
viewers
buy
by
that.
lying to them constantly, and he's a really dishonest, disgusting person, and he really shouldn't exist.
Oh,
You're gonna
wow.
get people
He shouldn't
who are
exist.
gonna, like, in their head not understand that that's a video to make fun of me. They think this is a call to action, and now they think that they have to do everything they possibly.
Remember, all of my streams and videos are videos to make fun of Phil. It's not a call to action. Apparently it is. At least he think other people think it is. Wait a minute. All the weird shit he said, like trying to call me a terrorist, wasn't a call to action. And when he went on that big spiel like 3 days in a row saying, oh, Tevin pissed some people off behind the scenes. Anybody remember that? Tevin really made some people mad behind the scenes, man. It's a good freeze frame, too. Tevin really made some people mad behind the scenes, man. Like, dude, like, wow, man, like, I'm not going to do anything, but other people are pissed about him, man. They are really mad at him, man. That was more than a year ago. That wasn't some kind of half-ass call to arms, sir? But laughing at him and saying, hey, look at this dumb thing he did. That is a call to arms. As he raises his fist in pure gamer mode.
hurt someone like me or someone like me. Some of the stuff that's happened, you know, you wouldn't even believe some of the stuff that people have tried to do.
I mean, I've had it
behind the
all
scenes.
too. I've had swattings. I've had to deal with a lot of that bullshit
King of
too.
suffering.
People calling my fucking mom, who doesn't even know how to use Facebook or whatever.
Right.
You know, people called my mother-in-law and told her that I was a neo-Nazi.
DSP,
And
tell
she's
us
like,
the bad things that happen. You gotta outdo this
"No,
dude.
Like, he hangs out with black dudes. I know that. Yeah, like,
Big
but like,
ups Grandival Galeriarch for the dollar. Someone
He
please
hangs
throw
out with
some
black
of these
dudes.
quotes he's saying back at him in a day or two and watch him say you're taking him out of context or he misspoke or you're just a liar.
That's definitely what's gonna happen. That's his fucking thing. Well, I didn't mean it that way. Well, you took me out of context. Well, that's not how I meant it. Well, I meant this way. Well, you listened wrong. I never said that.
I've had issues like
Man,
that
man,
too,
man.
but you know, as you probably are aware, you know, and I said I wouldn't ask any questions about it specifically, but that is the biggest issue with your detractors is the money, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would think.
His biggest issue with everyone else's money. But apparently now he doesn't care about it. Now he's mad at the people that watched those people in a turn of events.
Oh, the thing is, you can't really get a straight answer because
Yeah.
depending on who you ask, the way that it works with my detractors, I don't know about Wings and everybody else because
Yeah.
I stay out of everyone
This is
else's
about to be a
business. I
sweet
really
meme.
do. I don't.
He stay out of everybody's business as he brings up Wings. He bring up Wings randomly at this point. Other people don't even fucking do it. And he out of nowhere will say, oh, well, I'm going to be ridiculous like Wings and ban everyone that says the word M, the letter M, and shit like that. That's him minding his own business. And then he already was watching some of that downfall of Boogie video. So he's a Boogie detractor. According to him, he would be at least.
What's going on with these other guys? But with me, it's called moving the goalposts.
Uh-oh.
Meaning their issue with me today is money. So okay, so something happens and okay, that's an issue. But then when that's not an issue anymore, the next thing is the issue.
He kind of ignored part of the point he was trying to make. What he was originally trying to say, I gotta kind of correct him, like he correct people that cheer to him and shit. What he was trying to say is that, I mean, he said it in the start. It depends on who you ask. Then he said there's no straight answer. He want every single person to have the same answer for some fucking reason. There's the same dude, though, who give his chat like 4 options and look at the chat and says, no one can agree on this. Yeah, that's because you gave him 4 options and it's different people. So because every single person who he doesn't ask anybody, but every single person who disagrees with anything he do, they all
Big
have
ups
different
Black
reasons.
Mage 666
And that's a negative
for the
thing.
dollar. The cardboard peonies was actually a bomb in disguise.
That's ridiculous, bro.
The detractors tried to kill him, dude.
He laughed about it because someone else got it. Wouldn't that be laughing about someone else getting trolled, though? I don't know.
It wasn't about money. When I started on YouTube, I was making tons of money. I didn't need money. I wasn't asking
You
for
didn't need money?
donations. I wasn't asking for people to tip me on.
This is a lie. He gave shout outs to people for giving him money, and he had a PayPal link in his channel back then. So what?
any of this stuff. I was rolling in ad revenue, so I didn't need to ask.
Oh,
Back then it
we
was,
skipping
Phil's a
forward
cocky
somehow.
asshole.
So now we in 2011, 2012, when he still was crying about views in whatever ways he did it. Every time he edited a video and it didn't get a bunch of views, he would upload a video saying, watch the video, it doesn't have enough views. I put so much time into it. That was when he didn't ask for money, you guys. He just begged for views. So it's different.
Playthrough seriously, he insults the game developer. So I changed my attitude.
I gamed
I'm
the
not gonna
system
do that
and begged for
Oh,
views.
well now Phil did
Very
this
nice.
and Phil did, and that's the thing. Like, there's always a new thing that they seem to now bring up as the thing that they hate me for.
He does
I would
that to
say
everybody too, though.
initially
He
they'll
does all
tell
of
you
the
it's
shit he don't
money,
like to
but then
everybody
if you kind of debunk what they're talking about, oh, that didn't really happen. Here's what really happened. Oh, well, didn't you also know that Phil did this and this and this and this and this and this and this?
Yeah.
You
This
know?
You know what the
conversation's
big
happening.
one that came up with the most was this cat thing. Do you know what that's about?
The $1,000?
People said, here's how it was told to me.
You know what's sad? He says the cat thing, and it's like his wife or the physical animal cat. And DSP doesn't even question it. He just giggles at it.
He had an ex goal for money, and then to reveal something, and then it was his cat. What was that even about? Was that how
What was
long
that
ago was
about?
that?
What
That
was
was a
that?
few months ago. 2 months ago? 3 months
Okay.
ago?
Okay.
It was
What was it
fairly
about?
recently.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. That's
What
why
was it
that's probably
about?
why they're all talking about it, because it just happened a few months
But
ago.
what was it about?
But no, I had a stream where I told everyone it was a special event, a marathon style stream, that I was going to be playing a certain amount of games, certain type of game. You know, it was a kind of a gimmick event because I needed to raise funds. I was in a big, bad financial position. I had a bunch
Wasn't he in this financial position for like the last 3 years, though?
of things coming up that I needed to pay, and I looked at it. I know I can't do it. Now, I know my fans will support me if I ask for it. So I said, I want to do I'm going to
$1.87, just like he didn't ask viewers to click on ads. They did so of their own volition because they felt sorry for me.
They did everything because they felt sorry for him. But let me give you the story of how I did a gimmick stream to raise $1,000 and show my viewers a cat. But they give me money because they feel sorry for me and because they want to give me money to see a cat. No, it was for a surprise. I love how he has to basically tell Quarter, and I kind of fooled my fans over for a lot of money. And he has to sit there like, oh yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
marathon stream to raise tips. And if I hit a certain level, a goal level of what I would like
Good
to
thing you
reach
don't have
during
his
that
titties
day,
out.
I'm going to give you guys a positive
Here we
review
get a negative
as a
video
way to
made
say
about him.
thank you. And this is something that could maybe even affect positively my streams in the future or my content. We'll see. We'll see. You know, but
That's a good point. What were those fucking fans last night? He had $1,000 goal and got $133. And he hyped it up a good bit. Sure, he got paid to do the stream in the first place, and it should have never turned into a fundraiser anyway. But he had $1,000 goal, and people feel bad for Phil. They want to help him pay his bills every day, even after he say he got paid by Twitch. Remember when he used to not beg at the second half of the month? Oh, you guys, when I get paid from Twitch, like, 14th, 15th, I won't have the tips goal anymore. Now we get tips goal all month. And he reset it every day. Twice.
it wasn't, or as a way to say thank you. And this is something that could maybe even affect positively my streams in the future or my content. We'll see. We'll see.
We haven't seen Jasper in like 4 days, and he never brought a toy inside. He showed this cat months ago now, and the day he showed it, he was like, oh yeah, maybe next time I'll have some toys in here. Them fucking toys never got brought into the room. How are you going to improve anything and have fun hanging out with this fucking cat if your stupid potato lady wife want to hang out with it all day, and you can't even bring a piece of plastic in your room? All he can bring is the quote-unquote twisties, but he can't even bring a real toy in the room. That's because he likes hanging out with Jasper, dude, and Jasper loves him. It's like his kid.
I spun it. It wasn't, this is a life-changing event. I'm promising you guys the world.
Excellent exaggeration, by the way. So it was okay because apparently people spun it as it would be the best thing in the world. Somewhere somebody did.
Be some crazy thing if we raise a certain amount of money. And I never even told anyone what the amount of money was or anything. It was just in fact, that morning.
I never told anyone what the amount of money was? Huh?
I just, out of my head, pulled a random number out of
What?
my head, never expecting that I would reach it. And
What?
told anyone what the amount of money
I never told anyone what the amount of money was.
or anything. It was just in fact, that morning, I just, out
Look
of
at
my
him
head,
smile.
pulled a random number out of my.
I pulled a random number out of my head. How do you come on stream and beg to pay your bills, and then you pull a
Big ups, Jay, for
random
the
number
dollar.
out of
Mr.
your head?
Bordering is definitely going hard at Phil by asking a question, then asking a different question.
Oh, this is rough. Maybe his fans shouldn't watch this. I pulled a number out of my head. People that are desperate for money just pull numbers out of their head, man. I really got to pay these fucking bills. I'll give you guys a random number.
That I would reach it, and the number was $1,000.
Wow.
Okay, I was like,
For
I'll
one
never
day?
reach this on one stream. I'll never
Yeah.
do this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Really?
That'd be
But
a
I said,
killer
what the,
stream.
what the hell?
This is an epic fucking spin.
I'll just freaking, I'll pull it out of the sky. I'll put it up as a goal. Maybe it'll motivate people. If I had got a couple $100, I would have been.
So if he got $200, he would have never showed the cat. But he also said like the same day he would have showed the cat no matter what.
Right?
Yeah.
So I do the stream,
This
and
bad,
it's about
bro.
three
This is
quarters
bad.
through the stream, and it's almost over. And I'm like, well, guys, just so you know, here we are. The stream's almost over. There's the goal. Here's where we are. And people were like, well, are you still going to reveal the thing at the end of the stream? I was like, I don't know. We'll see. And the truth of the matter is, I was going to do it anyway. I didn't
The truth of the matter is I was going to do it anyway. Uh-huh.
tell anyone that, because obviously you want to motivate people to contribute.
Sure.
I was going to do it anyway.
Obviously you want to motivate people to contribute, right, Quartering?
Yeah.
But I want to
Sure.
motivate people to contribute.
Obviously, you
all
wanna,
of a
like,
sudden, people
fuck your
started
fans
coming out of
over
the
a little
woodwork
bit,
and
right,
started
Quartering?
contributing. If you can believe it, we
Sure.
hit the goal. Okay.
Damn.
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a good day's work.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, this is amazing. Stop the presses. We'll stop playing games. I just want to introduce you to my pet cat, who had lived with me for a while now, and I actually have completely kept him under wraps because, as I told you, I have such this weird cloud of haters
We need one of these Twitch dots to do the same thing.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they try to fuck with my private life,
Ups
and I knew
anonymous for the dollar, but he had a feeling
Give
dude,
me a
that
grand
someone
and
would
show
come
my
by with
cat.
a big donation, winking face, winking face, winking face.
Yeah, he ignoring that part. He ignoring the part that made people think it was weird too. Andy, I want to see if he bring up the extra grand he got from Planet Jeff. Cause no, did he hit 1,000? Then he got an extra 1,000. I know he got $2,000 for that, didn't he? Think so.
I reveal about my private
Somebody
life,
gave
they
him a shit
make
ton.
it
It
a
was fucking
negative,
Planet
no
Jeff.
matter what. So I'd actually kept my
Of
cat
course it
private
was.
and not let anyone know about him for a
Oh,
long
okay.
Of course
time.
it was.
It was a secret. I never let
Yeah.
him in my office. The funny thing is, he has a bell around his neck. Damned if I know how they didn't hear it in the hallway, like ringing behind the door or whatever. But
I
they
have
never
5
did.
cats, by the way.
Oh, really? So there you
Yeah.
go. You know they make noise and stuff. So good God, Lord knows
Yeah.
how no one knew that I had a cat. I don't know. Maybe they guessed or whatever. But so finally, I say, here he comes, and I let him in. There you go. You know they make noise and stuff. So good God, Lord knows
Yeah.
how no one knew that I had a cat. I don't know. Maybe they guessed or whatever.
So the cat had a bell. I don't know how anyone didn't hear the bell, but I don't know how they guessed I had a cat. But I thought no one guessed right. DSP, you told us then no one guessed it right. Ah. Hey, Jeremy has a
So
wife.
finally, I say, here he
She
comes,
might
and
have
I let
5
him in,
cats,
and I'm
dude.
playing with him, and we're having fun. And the thing is,
Yeah.
there were 2 groups of people. My fans, my actual fans, were super
3 dudes?
happy. They were like, that's the cutest cat ever.
Really?
This is a cool reveal. This is something that Phil never does, reveals part of his...
I didn't see the chat react like this at all. That is the cutest cat ever. What a positive reveal for Phil.
He hasn't done this in such a long time. This is really actually cool. This is cooler than what we thought it was going to be. Some people thought it was going to be, oh, I'm announcing I'm adding a piece of equipment to the stream or something.
Big
But to
ups
see
to
this
Double
cat and the
Galeria
cat
for
now,
dollar.
the cat...
His debunk stream was him just lying to the camera. This video is him literally admitting that he just pulls numbers out of his head and he knows people will give money. This is worse than the debunk stream TBH.
This is very unique. This is very unique content. I
Come
can't wait to
my
see other
office
people react
whenever
to
it
this.
wants now. I leave the door open, so if
hotness.
he wants to join me on a stream, he'll come in. It was funny. Today I'm playing Street Fighter, and he's like messing with my hand when I'm trying to do moves and stuff. You know, it's a funny, silly
They do
thing.
Funny.
that, yeah.
The
the
dude
thing
that,
that-
swings his arms and cries about lag, when the physical cat fucks with him when he plays the game, it's a funny thing. It's a good thing the game wasn't laggy, right?
Is there's the other group of people. Oh my
The
God,
trolls.
that's it. So Phil charged $1,000 to see his cat. Oh
And
my
he
God!
did.
What a dishonest scammer! He said this was going to be something amazing and he was going to really contribute to the streams, and this is a bullshit. And that's how they spin it. Now, on top of all that,
I mean, he did say it would be positive for the streams. He said in this video that he said it would be positive for the streams. And now somehow other people said he said that, and he never said that.
that
It's a
happening in the
spin.
next 20 minutes was crazy. So I'm playing with my cat and everything.
Oh, that's a great out of context quote.
What ended up happening in the next 20 minutes was crazy. So I'm playing with my cat and
You better make sure you don't get banned for that DSP.
everything. A longtime fan of mine came out to the stream late and was like, "Oh, this."
Also, still ignoring the fact that he said he had a good feeling about it. But now we're going to talk about Planet Jeff and not even say his name. A long-time viewer. He gave a lot of money.
And
A
he gave me
long-time
another
viewer.
$1,000.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
I've never had a donation that big. Like, that's crazy.
It was nuts. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. That's crazy, right? I'm super happy now, obviously. But then again, so now the new conspiracy is this whole thing was planned.
I have a feeling I'm going to hit the goal. I have a feeling I'm going to hit the goal. His words.
People thought I was getting something that would actually improve my streams. What a bunch of buffoons, dude.
Yeah, somehow you're wrong for thinking he's going to improve his streams with $1,000 extra. Somehow you're in the wrong for assuming that, which is amazing. And DSP really know what people like. They like to give money and get nothing in return. He complains about $5 subways not being good enough, as he asks for $1,000 to basically do nothing. And you a negative person if you thought he was going to do something with it. Oh, man.
Already had someone lined up to give him the $1,000 behind the scenes, so the whole thing was a scam to get his other fans to give him money too. You know, this is what I mean. This is what these people do. They think these crazy conspiracy theories up, and they spin them into fact. And you mentioned these channels that just detract on me constantly. They all had their own weird story about the cat story that Phil scammed his viewers, not out of 1,000 but 2.
I want to know, how does he know this? He never pays attention to the trolls. He don't want other people to tell him about the trolls. He don't talk about the trolls, the troll channels, the detractor channels, anything behind the scenes. He just enjoys life with his wife Cat and his pet Jasper, his pet cat Jasper, Mr. Kitty, whatever the fuck his name is. And he enjoy life, man. But somehow he knows what everyone is fucking doing. Holy cow.
Dollars somehow.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was all a plan behind, it was some malicious plan behind the scenes. It's like, but if you were there and you were live for the event, you would realize none of that happened. It was actually a very positive, fun stream. People were having fun with games.
I watched the
they
whole
were
stream,
contributing
though.
slowly, and then all of a sudden they realized, oh man, he didn't hit the goal. Let's help Phil out. And
I didn't think I would hit the goal. He told us that in this video. But now a bunch of people gave money because they saw he wasn't hitting the goal. And he also came up with $1,000 off the top of his head because he knew he wouldn't hit the goal because he got more money than that before for fundraising streams. Okay.
kind of rallied. We hit the goal. It was amazing. Okay, here's my cat. You know, not really
Here's
a big
my
deal.
cat.
It wasn't like I was publishing this for months that this was going to be a crazy, life-changing reveal for everyone. It was just something as a reward, a little positive thing at the end of the stream if we hit the goal.
All right.
And like I said, I was definitely going to show the cat anyway. I wasn't going to like
And
hold it
pause
back
this
as
way
a
more
secret.
than
I
I
was
thought I
eventually
would.
going to show the cat, but
It's so many
people just want to make
spins in
shit up.
this.
And that's the thing. That's the hot new thing. That Phil's a scammer. His $2,000 cat.
The new thing is that he's a scammer?
Yeah, I mean, so
Okay.
I really don't watch those. There's a couple of YouTube channels that I watch that will occasionally meme on you a little bit, but I don't watch some of these. I mean, I definitely have. I watch some of the.
Oh my fucking Christ, dude! Can you figure it out? What the hell you doing?
Well, yeah, I mean, so I.
This sounds like DSP on pre-stream when he trying to talk somebody in circles about how he do something and also doesn't do something. Just fucking say it.
Watch those.
Holy shit.
There's a couple of YouTube channels that I watch that will occasionally meme on you a little bit, but I don't watch some of these. I mean, I definitely have. I watch some of the Wings channels because they're fucking hilarious. Wings is just a different
Okay, Wings,
dude.
then.
Like he hasn't
Jesus.
figured out how to lean into it yet, and he's still, But the
So let me get this straight. He thinks Wings is more funny than DSP, but he doesn't know anything about DSP because he doesn't watch videos about DSP. But he watches videos about Wings. Maybe he should have watched the videos actually about DSP. Then maybe he would have figured something out. Because if he watching videos about Wings, he probably wouldn't interview him the way he interviewing DSP right now. So what?
funny thing was that was a really big deal. And looking back at it, do you think maybe that like I do it with thumbnails all the time, like I think the title's okay, or I think, like you say, hey, look, I just thought I was gonna do something, important.
Yeah, maybe you should interview Wings.
But sometimes
you know
it's
more
hard
about
to
him, dude.
judge like how your viewers, or in your case, also your strong detractors, will view something like that. They're probably like, "Oh, Phil's got a kid on the way," or something like that. And
Pretty
sometimes you can't
specific.
avoid the way people react to your thumbnails. That's how I view it with your titles. So maybe that was a case of where like, oh shit, maybe I should have had like a more,
Big ups,
you know,
Halfening for the dollar.
normal.
Ordering is as charismatic as DSP. Loving the coughs into the
Maybe he
mic,
couldn't
too.
find his mute button. Maybe it doesn't work for Skype. I guess I can kind of give him that, right? He is using Skype because DSP is DSP. I don't know if he used to using Skype. Fucking
Yeah,
archaic
the thing
caveman
is,
technology.
you're right. Like, how do you say that? Because
Skype is for businesses,
essentially, I didn't
but
want to
DSP
spoil it.
does run a business.
And it's
Yeah, I
like,
guess
oh,
it
it's a
makes sense.
minor or it's a kind of a mid-level thing. People were guessing, of course, the whole time. They were guessing, is it a pet?
Wait, sir. Thank you for the dollar.
Big
Sir,
ups Anonymous for the dollar. If this were a Wings interview, Jeremy would be saying he only watches DSP detractors. He cuts out to whoever is in front of him.
Dude.
All of this is nonsense.
has anyone noticed this? Has anyone noticed this? Do you remember this? Do you remember Easter when he had a fucking bunny on the couch? How is this still here? And he threw Potion in a fucking closet because he probably had a real cat when he had Potion on his couch.
Big ups
How
Jay
is
for the
this still
dollar.
out?
Ordering is sucking that penne.
This dude is insane. I don't know why I would think this being out is crazy, but because the Xbox controller box is out, and that's from like 2 years ago, maybe. But he was so quick to get rid of Potion. Potion's in storage, you guys. He might come back next year. No, the fuck he won't. Potion is dead to us. Why is this Easter rabbit sitting here though? This dude, man. This dude. And you can't make fun of it because that's microanalyzing his video. But
So that I can't give them a
It's-
hint. And the
it's
problem is when you
special.
don't give a hint, now they naturally build it up to be bigger
It's
than what it's
definitely
supposed
special.
to be, right?
Right,
They're
right,
not,
right,
they're
right. You
building their
can't
own
control it.
expectations up, and I can't do anything about that. Now, the funny fact about the whole thing is, every single person who contributed that day liked it.
the funny fact is that every single person who contributed liked it. What? The trolls too? What fucking logic is this right here? This dude is just literally straight up lying.
Every person who
This is
contributed on that
silly.
stream was happy. I never got a single person who came to me and said, Phil, I feel like the contribution that I gave you was dishonest. It's because you told us one thing and it was another. And the thing is, that's what's always happens when I have to do fundraising or whatever. The people are happy. The people who actually contribute aren't the people with the issue. It's the people who criticize me, the people who do full-time detraction on me that always have the issue. It's never the
Full-time detraction?
people who are positively contributing. It's the people on the outside watching that seem to have the issue. So who really got scammed? Was it the
Yeah.
viewer who contributed and was happy with the result? Or was it the person who blew up the expectation to be something it wasn't? And now
This is retarded. What? The thumb, by the way. The people that complained got scammed out of time?
Grandible Valeriar tipped $3.
They got scammed out of their life
33
clock.
cents. This almost has as much autism between cucks than a Destiny stream.
now we can use this as more.
Yo, why didn't he do an interview with Destiny? Destiny done did so many, at least one-on-one talks with a shit ton of people. That would have been sweet. And DSP will finally be bigger than somebody. Maybe next
videos
year.
for our channels, and that's essentially what it turned into.
Okay.
Detraction.
Let me ask you a non-drama related. Let's get back on like an interesting. So this was an interesting one that came in, and I do appreciate it. By the way, I'm gonna keep to the time that you.
Oh,
said
the
you
people
had.
that gave
You've
questions
already
don't
been
get
very
shout-outs?
generous with your time. So
I can
thank
go,
you.
just so you know, I can go till about, honestly,
Remember, this was supposed to be a 10-minute interview, and it turned into an hour and a half.
I could probably go till about 11 p.m. my time, so I could go like another.
What? Wait. 7 p.m. for him on a stream is late night. He finishes at 9 p.m. and pretend Cat is getting off from work. This dude was hanging out with Quarterin at 11 p.m. He don't even want to hang out with his stream past 9, and he was hanging out with Quarterin at 11 p.m. I
Friendly
That's
my
American
input.
Reveal tipped $1
That's my
and
input.
87 cents. I was in his chat. One of the Babyman Gaming, now Ograskull, was super rainbows, as were many other fans. Phil jumped into chat as soon as the stream was over and went in hard on all fans complaining, calling them mentally ill and saying they weren't real fans.
This interview is something else.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Let's see how
Everything
you
got fucking
talk to me
spammed.
20 minutes. See how you feel.
Holy shit.
Here's one that I thought, while I should ask you about the arcade one-up machines too, because I'm gonna get your opinion on those.
Come on, it's just a pre-stream
I just
question
bought a
here.
bunch of them.
I don't
Are
want to
you
hear about
familiar
this.
with those?
I've
They're
seen
like-
them in the stores. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
He talked
they're
about
like,
this on Ask the
versions of
King
arcade
the
cabinets and
same
various
day.
games you could
No,
get
day
on them.
before
I've
this.
seen them.
Yeah. They had
Thursday
a Street
before
Fighter
this.
2 one that I bought today, a Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
one that
Damn
I
it.
bought. They
Couple
come with
days
a
later, talk
riser,
about it
So
again.
they're like more like a normal height, but they're still not the same as they were.
Yeah, they're small.
Old heads like us remember actually playing on them. Like
Old
that,
heads like us.
What was the one game?
Know what I mean?
Killer Instinct. Like I
Yeah.
remember that. Like anyway, one person asked this: while playing fighting games, why do you hold your controller like you're playing an arcade game? Does it help somehow? Is that? I didn't think that was like a troll question. I thought they were being genuine.
Actual, not even an FGC question. Just, do you play better with an arcade stick? Is that the question? This is a literal like
While
pre-stream
playing fighting
question.
games,
Straight
why
up.
do you hold your controller like you're playing an arcade game? Does it help somehow? Is that?
Why
I
do you
didn't think
use an
that was like a
arcade
troll
stick?
question. I thought they were being
Somebody
genuine.
had
Yeah,
that as a
I
why I
think what they're
asked it.
saying. I wonder if I could bring a controller over here to show you what I think they mean. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think what they mean
What the hell is this? Holy
there's-
crap!
there's
He
two ways to
never
hold a
organized
controller.
those cables. Whoa! Oh man, this is a great moment for me. It might not mean anything to you, but it is for me. The DSP finally threw away the twist ties. Twist ties. They're gone. When he moved into this house, he had like 3-4. Oh, eventually I'm gonna organize my cables. And 4 years later, the twist ties was still in the package. They haven't moved. They're finally gone.
Big ups, wow, for the dollar.
Holy
Loved
fuck.
up to 11 p.m. So
I'm
Jeremy
astonished
can
right
stroke his
now.
Ego, but not to make money or show some fan appreciation.
Yeah, pretty much. This dude can make like $200 one night and he'll still say, "Oh, I gotta leave here, hang out with my wife." He was hanging out recording at 10, 11 p.m. Unbelievable. He was, just a cool interview, man. Wow, he actually did clean up then, for some reason, because he don't want to show us his stupid room. Because those twist ties are gone, unless they're behind the TV now, but I don't think they ever were behind the TV. It feels good, man.
Natural way to hold a controller is
Look
to
how
use your
sideways
thumbs.
it
And
is. It's hanging on, barely. Legit. People made fun of this when he first showed this TV too. It's just barely hanging there.
the natural way.
Like if that TV is,
Big ups to
how big is it
Blackest Eyes
supposed
for
to
the
be?
dollar.
30 something
2K
inches?
Wad chatting until 11 p.m. Quarter pounder
Oh,
should
no.
move in with Dave, and he can help pay the bills. He can be the new
I think
Rambo.
they live in the same
Brokeback
state.
Office.
I feel like Quarter and live in Washington land. You look like you do. Wait, could this be one of those people that live in Washington or the Seattle area that they're like-minded? Wow, this is a great screenshot. Him holding up a PS4 controller to show Quarter and how
Big
it
ups
looks.
Tranny Street Fighter for the dollar.
Oh, man.
Heaven, let me ask. You a few questions. So why
Good name.
did you go after favorite streamer and why do you support a
Are you a
terrorist
robot?
organization? Answer me re.
Good God, man. That's crazy, bro. It's weird how, I don't know, well, I know why I got to turn like this. Because he has to sit on his couch and look at it at an angle. No one complains, so it's okay.
Is to use your thumbs, and then you use your fingers on the shoulder buttons.
Right.
But when I play fighting games on a controller, I actually go like this,
Huh?
and I
Okay.
use my fingers and I push on top.
I didn't notice,
And the
actually.
reason is I find that especially for fighting
Oh,
games,
wait a fucking minute.
shoulder
really?
buttons. But when I play fighting games on a controller, I actually go like this, and I
Okay.
use my fingers. And
Maybe he never got good at playing like this then. Why what? I didn't know this. What? The claw method. There you go. The claw method. How long has this been a thing? Because maybe he should go back to using it like he uses it with every other game.
top. And the reason is I
Dude, my chicken wing didn't come out.
find that especially for fighting games, a lot of the button inputs are multiple button inputs, and trying to push two buttons with the thumb, especially, can be very
Wait, but you have R1, R2, L1, L2. Just showed us your fingers on those buttons. You can map them to two things. Okay.
maybe you hit one but not the other. So when I do like this, I seem to like be able to simultaneously hit the buttons. And the reason is because I grew up on arcades. I actually used to be a competitive Street Fighter player.
Yeah, and he has multiple arcade sticks. I got one, and I still try to find ways to make it work with everything I use. He has multiple, and he does this odd shit that he's not used to doing to play fighting games, and he complain about the game being bad when he can't get his chicken wing to come out. But to be fair, he used the arcade stick when he played Street Fighter 2. But you know what I mean. Look at all those Mortal Kombat streams.
On American-style controls where the buttons were face buttons on the arcade. You couldn't hit those with your thumb. They were too big. You had to use your individual fingers to hit the buttons top down.
That's how we got Cat. Just like that. That's how we started it at first. Didn't work out.
They were too big. You had to use...
Then he had to get it with that one.
Your individual fingers to hit the buttons top down. And that's how when I play fighting games, a lot of the times, especially Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, I'm pressing the buttons flat because it's very hard to do it with just the thumb. At least that's very difficult.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So it sounds like that was actually a legit question. The have you seen the Neo Geo has a new mini where it's basically like the old Neo Geo? Because if you played old arcade games like I did, a lot of those were just basically Neo Geo carts.
Same hardware.
Yeah, same hardware, just a different input. So now they have like a mini that has the full arcade style controller. Any interest in playing on that?
Absolutely, yeah, that's cool. Right now, I'm playing the Genesis Mini, and I'm really enjoying it.
I love it. They did the best.
DSP, tell us how much you had to beg to get one. Like how much you had to beg to show your cat to people.
They did better than anyone
else. How did you get it?
Better than the NES Mini.
Was it a generous contribution from Rob Warren?
It's just so good. The cool retro music. No, I mean just for it, and it's all your favorite games plus some additions that are new. It's really sweet, and it's such a variety.
He hates half the games on it.
And play 7-8 different games on a stream. And
7-8 games?
Yeah, I love that.
4?
Earthworm Jim, classic.
Yeah.
I'm friends with the creator of that guy, too.
Oh, wow.
He's got a new comic, Earthworm Jim comic that's coming out and stuff like that. And
Bordering got to show off his clout for a bit.
From Tommy from Intellivision, which is the company that now they own Earthworm Jim. They also have the original way back, you and I will remember Intellivision. But they have a new retro console coming out. That's kind of like the Genesis Mini or whatever, but it'll have Intellivision games. But it'll also have a brand new Earthworm Jim game on it, which will be exclusive to that too. So that's kind of a fun scene. Somebody asked this question. I don't know if there's a legitimate answer. If there's not, we can skip it. But do you have a favorite titty mod for Skyrim?
Oh my god! No, I've never played any mod. I played Skyrim on PC back in the day when it first came out, before the mods even hit.
Yeah, Skyrim didn't have mods when it first came out.
And when that game came out on PC, it was so buggy. It was like so many issues with the game.
Yeah, for many years almost it was.
Half the dragons wouldn't render for me. They looked like these gooey purple Barney monsters. It was like really effed up. But no, I've never played any mods. I'm not a PC gamer essentially. I'm mostly console. Like 95% of the games I play are usually on console. So no, I don't have a legit answer because I never done any mods for Skyrim.
No, that's fair. But I know there are titty mods for that game. So I was like, I didn't know. I was like, hey, maybe Phil plays it on stream. I don't know. So a lot of questions pertain to this documentary, which you probably know. I don't know if you ever watched it, but I'm not going to ask any specifics from it. But I'm only going to ask if you watched it. And it's this Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I've never seen the thing. I've heard about it. I've seen snippets of it. But I've never just sat down and watched it, and I basically about it.
It's Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I've never seen the thing.
I've never seen it. Look at that fucking squint. I've never seen it. I've heard of the thing. First of all, he said Down the Rabbit Hole video wasn't even that negative. So I don't know how you can say something is negative, and you never seen the thing. But then later on, people was getting banned for talking about the Down the Rabbit Hole video. So I guess it became toxified over time. I push it next to doubt, DSP, because you watch fucking boogie videos. So you probably at least watch some of it on purpose. But you see this fucking weird way he twists everything when you ask him the goddamn question? It's kind of like what Quarterin did earlier when he eventually talked about the wing stuff. His eyes look really red.
I'm not going to ask any specifics from it.
I need to hear this again.
But I'm only going to ask if you watched it. And is this
digging in the ball spot?
Hole?
Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I've never seen the thing.
Never seen the whole thing.
I've heard about it.
I've seen
snippets of it, but I've never just sat down and watched it. And
He has to sit down and watch an entire video, by the way.
I don't know if you ever watched it, but
I don't know if you ever watched it. I've never seen it, never heard of it, heard about it, seen a little bit of it, didn't sit down and watch the whole thing. So you watched it then. That's what the question was, DSP. If you watched it. You don't have to watch the whole movie. Holy fuck.
any specifics from it, but I'm only going to ask if you watched it.
He's so annoyingly literal with everything.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I've never seen the whole thing. I've heard about it. I've seen snippets of it, but I've never just sat down and watched it. And I basically know that these things exist out there about me, and I know that some of them are fair and some of them are completely unfair. I've heard this is one of the more fair ones.
He heard. The dude that tell everyone in the world that taking him out of context hears about stuff, and he go with it like this. At least that's what he wants you to believe.
Yeah, I've watched it twice.
Wonderful.
I watched it before our call today, and then I watched it like when I first reached
Wait a minute, I
out.
thought you didn't know anything about him.
I didn't think it was like memeing on. I mean, basically, it's like, hey, here's Phil. He outlays some of your early career, which is probably accurate.
Probably
Talks about
accurate.
your AdSense bullshit, which you already, basically said, hey, this is what happened.
He lied to you,
That's
Quarter, and he
accurate.
literally just lied to you.
Some of your low light moments.
Come
in the early
on, bro.
fighting scene where you're caught on tape being a dickhead.
That was all the
ac-
time back then. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
I was such an asshole when I played Street Fighter competitively. I was super dickhead. I admit that openly. I was just a real ass.
He is now. I'm pretty sure he recently played Street Fighter. You can just watch that stream. He's not a dickhead anymore. Oh, here's the fucking loser playing me again. He follows me around all the time. This fucking no-life idiot. Oh, this fucking loser. That doesn't happen now?
So I mean, right. So like, okay, so that's accurate. But this does shape the
I
way
agree. But where did the load go? That's what we all wait.
a lot of people know who you are, right? Like a lot of people nowadays, where YouTube, couldn't give a fuck about creators like you or I nowadays. YouTube, couldn't give a fuck about creators like you or I nowadays, unless you're like Will Smith or some Hollywood actor. They might recommend. You actually used to have videos on the YouTube homepage back when they would put popular videos on the homepage. Now it's like, The Tonight Show and Saturday Night Live. And, so I think just to kind of complete the thought on the kind of the detractor videos, from the outside looking in, I view them mostly as a positive.
But Jeremy, I thought you didn't watch any videos about DSP. You only watch videos about wings. But you also watched Down a Rabbit Hole twice. But it wasn't memeing on him, so that doesn't count. But he's also watched detractor videos. Well, you know what? I agree.
It sounds like you mentioned earlier, hey, basically, as long as they don't go, crazy over the line or try to fuck me over, there's still a
there's
good
just
thing.
two dudes
Like,
lying to each other
there's
now.
still a thing that keeps me, interested in me going.
Yeah, to some extent, because it's like you.
Oh shit! I know what he drinking. I used to drink those.
Interested in me going.
Forget the name of that drink, but it's like a seltzer water kind of situation. There's a little smiley face on it. Pretty alright drink, dude.
Yeah, to some extent, because it's like
Not
you
alright
and I
enough
just
to
said.
keep buying, huh?
This isn't going to last forever.
I don't know why
For
they're
the
so
dollar.
delayed.
Even though I hate both these dudes, they really should hang out.
This is the first step. One day, could you imagine? Hey you guys, I'm here with my friend Jeremy. You may know him as the Quartery, and we're playing some Super Turbo. He will love it. That would make him the happiest person in the world. He can play Super Turbo with a real person that's not a girl, because girls can't be good at games. That's why he never played them with Cat. It's also why he never played fighting games with Panda Lee, which is really weird. He played at least Tekken, and Panda Lee played Tekken. Panda Lee played MKX too, the same time he was playing it. They never played it together. And I really don't know why. They instead wanted to play fucking actual kid games together and single player games and have her do like backseat commentary. And then she leaves and it's like, dude, I wonder why. We were incompatible. Well, she supposedly liked the thing and you supposedly liked the thing and you didn't even want to fucking do it. So maybe you didn't like it in the first place. And him and Kat don't do anything like that either, but they're supposed to be gamers. So maybe Jeremy can be his gamer and they can actually play games together in real life, since he don't have Rambo for that anymore. Feels bad. And he kind of did that to Rambo too with them fucking kid games. Why does he think everybody else is just stupid and he better at games than everybody else around him? That's why he played games with Rambo. Rambo was never good at games. I get it. I fucking get it.
A couple of years, 3-4
Yeah.
years,
It
where
all
maybe they
makes
could stay on
sense.
top of the net.
It's kind of like, what's the old meme? It's like a billion-year-old meme at this fucking point. A really attractive woman hang out with a bunch of ugly chicks. DSP thinks, okay, well, if I hang out with these dudes that are worse at every game besides Street Fighter than me, I'll look better, and then I can beat them in what fucking shit he played. I can beat him in Mario Kart or whatever the hell. I got it.
Out.
I finally
And
figured
for
it out.
me, because there's always a controversy about me, which literally I half the time don't even know about, you know, it keeps people coming to watch. I don't mind it as long as it's not something that's going to not allow me to make a living or not allow me to do what I love.
So literally, he doesn't care about something unless it fuck up his money. But I thought he only cared about it when trolls tried to mess with him in real life. Okay. Remember, you guys, everyone else problem with him is money. As he tells us, basically his problem is about money.
Family.
Yeah.
And the
Family.
things that I don't like is when people lie.
A cat and a potato.
Outright lie.
Well,
You
there
know, 'cause
was
that
a
does happen about me
family.
a lot.
Yeah, of all the
If it make you
shitty
feel better.
things DSP has done, and there are many,
Big ups anonymous
the
for
only
the
one
dollar.
I ever
Who
had a
decided
problem
to go
with
quartering in Broack Mountain.
was the striking or
That's pretty
flagging other
good.
people's videos, which you've said in this stream, like, yeah, hey, look, that was old me. You've ever had a problem with was the striking or flagging other people's videos, which
People
you've
say the word
said in
flagging,
this
so
in this
weird.
stream, like,
I don't know
yeah,
what it come
hey,
from.
look, that
like
was
flagging.
old me.
Back
You
in
know,
the day,
I didn't
there
like
was
that,
there was
you know.
no like back in the day, like way back in the day. We're talking again like 7
Go
years
fuck
ago.
yourself with your 7
Yeah.
years.
There was like no way to do anything about that stuff besides ask nicely. Hey, you know, I think the video you made is real mean about me. Could you take
Yeah.
it down or talk to me about it first? Get my permission.
He didn't do
Could you
that,
basically
though.
use
He didn't
first?
do that.
I would have said
He
okay. It's
called
kind of messed
people
up that you just did this
mentally
without
ill
my
and shit
permission.
instead.
Yeah.
Today it's the Wild West. Everyone uses everyone's content for any.
Somehow today is the Wild West, even though he constantly tells us 10 years ago was the Wild West, and when he was on YouTube full time was the Wild West. But somehow now YouTube is the Wild West because they won't ban people that make fun of DSP. That's why YouTube is the Wild West. That's literally why. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
Son,
yeah. Fair
you
use
know.
is this. Yeah, it's over now, right? I see
Right,
people
everyone
use
just
my.
So does quartering support flagging if it's about content creators like Phil? Yes or nah? That's some sweet headphones he got on. I don't know what that situation is.
Like, whatever.
I don't know
Fuck.
why I made fun of DSP for having his gamer headphones on, but this dude got some super HD shit going.
Can't do anything about it, even if I wanted to.
You're living in the future.
But back then it was a relatively new thing, and I saw that it literally was those "This is how you don't play" videos took a negative light to my content in a way that had never happened before and made it virally popular, and I was terrified
Yeah.
because I didn't have anything to fall back on at the time, and I was like, what's going
At the time,
to happen if now people hate my guts overnight and I have no recourse? So admittedly, back in the day, there were a few people who I tried to like.
look at this dude. Look at the wall. Look at the sky. Look at the ceiling. Look everywhere. What the fuck is he doing right here? Oh yeah, this is super delayed. I don't know why. It's annoying.
Videos. It was, by the way, I'll say this.
Maybe I
It
need
wasn't
to
a lot.
restart something.
It was maybe a small handful over the course of a couple of years. In fact,
Ups Jeremy
Holy
is new
shit.
Rambo for the dollar. Can't wait for the retrospective on those.
He can't watch it, dude. It's not his
Ups down
content. He told
forward
us.
Punch for the dollar. The way
don't know
quarter
why that one
pounder
played
says
correct.
flagged is the Midwestern accent dude.
Medical guy kind of said it that way too. Flagging.
Machinima who did it, and I didn't even ask them to. They just went ahead and did it on my behalf, and I found out later, and then I got shit for it because people were saying that I'm telling Machinima to do stuff that I never told them to do. There's another
Really?
issue that I have with Machinima behind the scenes.
Behind
But,
the scenes.
um,
Okay.
That sounds
I
like
didn't-
you regret that, and you're not like that way anymore, though. Which
Really?
is the important
There's no
thing.
point to
It's
doing
no.
it.
Am I dead? No. What the fuck? It came back instantly. I have no idea what happened. I thought I got flagged. I don't know. Did I get? Did I get flagged? Is the stream alive again? I guess I gotta wait. See if somebody tell me something.
Look here!
Thank you for the dollar.
Big ups a Dan Schneider joint for the dollar. Pilot episode of The Life and Times of Phil. It will feature the daily life of a successful streamer. Until a criminal slanders his name and crashes his business. featuring tons of feet jokes and special guest The Gootering. Set in the Wild West.
Okay, that's about good. I don't know what the hell that was. I thought I got flagged. I don't think, I kind of wanted to stream on this channel anyway, because I don't think quartering will fucking strike somebody. That would be not the best idea in the world, to be honest. People will talk about it a bunch, dude. But that's also a good thing because the trolls might give you money and you can get $1,000 to show your cat, which is acceptable in this situation, I guess.
To try to take down other people's videos.
What
If
an
anything,
interview.
I just wish more people would
You
understand
got a
and be more
grand to show
conscious
your
that
cat.
when
That's
you're
pretty
going to
cool,
make those
man.
kind of videos that concretely can hurt someone. Because here's a personal example. Back in the day, I used to just say shit for shock value. I would say completely misinformed things. Like I would say anyone who plays Minecraft is a small child
Fuck
and
you,
me Minecraft. I never.
Minecraft.
Now I realize, my God, like I was so irresponsible. That's a messed up thing to do, right? And
You should have been playing Minecraft all these years. Look at fucking PewDiePie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If I had
yeah.
jumped on those
Big ups back
The little
in the day
lean
for the
side
dog.
eye when he
Back
said,
in the
"Look
day,
at
back in the
PewDiePie."
day, back in the 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 day,
We
back in the
haven't
day,
gotten
back in
to
the day,
2014, by the way,
back in the day, back in the day, back in
which
the
is
day, back in
amazing.
the day.
We are still sitting around in 2011 to 2013, halfway through this interview. We haven't even gotten to him moving across the country at this point, huh? We kind of talked about machinima, no curse, no move cross country and didn't have any money, no condo I can't sell, no, well, the way I do it now. This dude tell everybody else to move on from the past as he stays up till 11 p.m. talking about 2011 to 2013. A fucking how.
Here's look at fucking PewDiePie.
Yeah, look at PewDiePie, DSP.
Exactly.
Side eye.
Exactly. If I had jumped on those bandwagons back then, I would have been way bigger than I ever was. But
Yeah.
I was a very obstinate, ignorant person who just thought this whole thing was kind of a joke. I never really took YouTube seriously back then, and I thought this is just messed up. I'll just say whatever I want, and people will laugh at it or whatever. Now I regret saying a lot of the things that I said and did back then. Some of the
Yeah.
racial humor that was kind of way over the top. That I know I look back.
I want
now,
him to tell us what was way over the top.
like there's generalities, and some of the stuff I said was
Generalities?
kind of way too far in one direction.
It's a different time.
You don't want to tell us what it was. Good job.
Puff harder. This dude is so fake and plastic. Remember when he told his bootlickers on his forum to find negative videos on him cause YouTube might do something about it?
Cool. Remember when he was in somebody DMs telling them to flag fucking Snort Burnell videos and GTG videos? None of that shit ever happened. He pretended all of this was like 8-9 years ago.
It was like 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
You know, this is a perfect example. By the way, I'm gonna bring up a question that I think anybody else asking it would bother you, but I will tell you first. I have gout.
Oh my God.
I understand how bad it fucking hurts. I get it in my big toe and my foot, and there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that takes the pain away.
That's right.
So, and you mentioned the kind of so essentially this whole cancellation thing was basically,
I gotta
Phil
hear
did
this
these
gout
ching
shit.
chong bing bong jokes, and whatever.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not one of those people that's offended by them. You can find them unfunny, fine, but I'm not gonna put any stock into the fact that you're offended by it. Fuck off. But especially when it was fucking years ago. Stephen Colbert had a whole
Dude, fucking
character
get
named
back to the
Ching Chong
gout
Ding
shit.
Dong or something like that.
You literally just
Nobody
changed the
said,
subject.
Nobody said anything about that. So, this funniest cancellation thing
Fuck
was the you don't joke about my gout, but
There we
also
go, finally.
Ching
All right,
Chong
we're back.
Bing Bong. That was basically, the Daily Dots article, right? And
Right.
then DeSerto basically wrote the same article, like, well, Phil, look, that's just not the same. Like, I'm assuming you misspoke, like, whatever. But I do know gout fucking hurts, and I hate it. I hate it so badly, and it sucks. And for me, it's if I kind of manage everything, it's relatively self-inflicted. If I get a flare up, sometimes though, I take alpurinol, which is like You know what that is? It's like gout medicine.
It is fucking great that he getting him to talk about this way. Because if somebody in the chat come and say this, he'll just immediately say they're lying and not respond to him. He can't tell this dude to his face that he's lying about having fucking gout. You got to sit here and actually talk about it with him. Look at his face right now. Look at his face. He want to go to the chaos realm right now.
Dumb. So I always thought that was funny. I felt like a kindred spirit when I was reading these articles. Like, oh, he's upset that people are giving him shit about gout. Like, best thing to use as a shield for Ching Chong Bing Bong, though.
No, see, that's the thing. They'll take something that I was, first of all, it wasn't even like I was on a stream and I was, oh, let's have a serious conversation. It was like a pre-stream where people were like,
the shit that lasts more than an hour every day isn't serious now? Really? And we shouldn't take it seriously. We shouldn't take the begging segment, the fucking schedule segment, the shout-out segment, the other shout-out segment, the other shout-out segment. We shouldn't take any of it seriously now because he said one thing that got taken out of context. Pre-streams are not serious anymore. Hundreds of pre-streams. He probably got 1,000 up on YouTube. 1,000 fucking raw pre-streams. And if not, it's at least like 400 something. It would be more than 1,000 if he didn't delete a shit ton. They aren't supposed to be taken seriously now? Okay, we learned something today.
stream and I was giving like a
We
little
definitely learned
interim
something today.
talk before I.
Little interim talk.
$4.20.
Oh my.
Puff harder. Gout bond. Toe fritage. Picture that chat.
Man.
Big ups anonymous for the dollar. Fat
Thank you
guy
for
with a
420.
neckbeard
Third out
has
of third.
gout. No bunny's way.
Thank you for the dollar.
Feels bad. I wonder what he was, I guess he was just eating a bunch of meat and shit like DSP. Feels bad. Oh shit, it's delayed again. I don't know
Big
why this
ups
is a
Sam
thing.
McDam for the
It's
dollar.
awful.
Two fat gout boys talking about how great the good old days were. What a couple of boomers.
The only relevant thing we really talked about is gout and the quote unquote ching chong bing bong. That's it. That's it.
Play for the day. A lot of the times I'm shooting the shit. I'm just joking around or I'm just messing around.
Messing around for an hour and a half, begging for money, selling t-shirts, begging for money. Please sub, please cheer, please fucking tip. I don't have to give you a shout out, but I can if I want to. That's just fucking around now every day. All right. That's a unique spin to put on.
Creepy Susie tips
like a fourth of the stuff you make.
$6.66. I personally don't get offended for racist jokes about different cultures, says white guy. No one was offended back then. Okay, cuck man.
DSP get offended about everything, and no one else can get offended about everything. They're snowflakes. DSP hates snowflakes. Don't make fun of my gout. Don't make fun of my ex. Don't make fun of my wife. Don't make fun of my cat. Don't make fun of my room. Don't make fun of my house. Don't make fun of my condo. Don't talk about my car. Don't talk about nothing. Don't make fun of how I say galf, a frag, or dolphin. Don't make fun of anything. But I can make fun of you for everything.
I feel like a
Feels good.
super question. They're really trying to start something. You know what I mean?
It's something I thought about a few days ago. A very old, I guess, anti-Tevin detractor meme. When I was like fucking 5 years old, bruh. I used to say the word piggly wiggly funny. I don't know if, I still don't know to this day if I say it funny. But my mom and my brother always made fun of me for it. It was terrible. Oh, you want to go to Piggly Wiggly? And I was like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? I say it normal. That's him. Every time somebody make fun of how he say anything, that's him. Why is it being made fun of? I say it normal. These people are fucking crazy.
Trying to get a
Big
ride.
ups Progress with me for the dollar.
These
When you
people are
tell
fucking
Fortnite
crazy,
Hunger
man.
To not take his streams seriously, then the piggies should also ignore when DSP says he is in the worst financial situation ever during every pre-stream ever.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Is it all just a joke? Somehow he's been the realest motherfucker on the internet, and he can be good at games if he want to, but also he was never good at games, and when he shit on games, it's part of the joke. But also, when he shits on games, he doesn't really mean it, and he needs to stop doing it because it's negative. All of those things are always true at the same time.
Cite something. And so a question comes in and it was like, how do you just
Holy shit, it makes it more weird too because it was technically a joke about a pig in like 1995.
justify that? Well, how do you complain when people make fun of your own personal issues like your gout?
Yeah.
How do you say that's not right? But then you could make a racial joke like you just did a generalized racial joke, and that's
Ching
okay.
chong bing bong.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe I didn't elaborate myself in the best way. I don't know. It was literally a 2-minute thing out of a 4+ hour stream. Actually,
Him jerking off by accident was literally a 2-minute thing, and we talked about that today.
That spawned like
that was
four.
strange.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 articles that wrote about that.
Mass shootings are like 2-minute things. Is this really the fucking thing we're gonna put in this? It was short, so it didn't matter. That's silly.
I don't
Well,
know
I
where
think
they
it was
got it
lame.
from. Someone had to tip them off or say something. It had to be a slow news day.
That's lame.
And they had nothing to write about. And
You know
someone
that's
sent them
fucking lame.
something. Oh, here's a clip of a streamer or whatever.
Yeah.
And but you know,
A
no,
2-minute
obviously,
thing.
if you would allow me to take a minute to
Go ahead.
actually clarify what I
Oh
was
boy,
saying.
he has to clarify it. Oh, it's fucking delayed.
There's a difference
damn it.
between generalized humor and a personal attack.
I think it's
Okay?
just the dollar.
Generalized
that's bugged.
humor, making a generalized.
Might be.
Coldo for the dollar. Dark and this joyful should rub their gouty big toes together in a gout toe shake. Fat love. Tevin 7 Tevin 7.
Should talk about what kind of shoes they wear.
Tevin 7.
We can have really good conversations about this. Well, at least they can in private. Maybe they talk again after this.
Making a generalized joke about a gender, making a generalized joke about anything that's a category that's in general. It's not
Gamers?
directed at a singular person, right?
He gets mad when people get mad at PewDiePie because it quote unquote makes all gamers look bad. This the same dude. And now we like general stuff because it makes everyone look bad because it's general. I agree.
Yes, you could take it personally if you're a person of that
Clutch
group,
his chest.
absolutely. And I do think that there are situations
Lego,
where
DSP,
you can go to
Lego.
the extreme and it is too far. But I don't honestly feel, besides maybe I can say one time ever, that I know I went too far, and I've apologized for it profusely over the years. This was
What
something
was
that
it?
happened in 2010, by the way.
What was
so we're
it?
talking 9 years ago.
Yeah.
What was
and
it?
people still bring it up to this
What
day.
was it?
But outside of that one,
Look at this fucking asshole. My God. You still can't say what it was?
Piggly wiggly. Piggly wiggly. Piggly wiggly. Piggly wiggly. Piggly wiggly.
but I don't honestly feel, besides maybe I can say one time ever, that I know I went too far, and I've apologized.
Oh, it is Isaac
for it
Heimler.
profusely over the
It
years.
is
This
that.
was something that happened in 2010, by the way. So we're talking
Yeah, it's just that
I
then.
got some general humor. People with gout are fat cucks.
You know what? He shouldn't get mad at that joke. It is generalized.
Big ups anonymous for the dollar.
Makes sense.
So
I
you can
agree.
joke about gout but can't make a joke that Dave has gout.
Yep, pretty much.
years ago.
Yeah.
You can make fun of gout in gender in general, allegedly. I mean, you can't because saying the word gout in his chat was at least an auto timeout for a long time. I don't know if it still is. So you can't even use the word. So how you gonna make a general joke about it? You can't even fucking use the word.
Big ups fundraiser for the dollar.
I don't know.
$1,000 fundraiser went. Ignore your detractor mom. She's BRP. Piggly wiggly.
Fucking Piggly Wiggly.
People still bring it up.
Piggly Wiggly outlasted them. At least a few of them. They kind of in a rough spot. The last time I checked, they still exist. Not as many as they used to be. It used to be like 5 within a pretty close vicinity. Now I have to drive to a good neighborhood to go to one, which is not happening.
Outside of that one instance, I don't ever feel like when I do generalized
I like how I say a
humor
good
about a
neighborhood.
race or whatever, that it's over the top insulting towards that race, and I'm meaning to
It's
like
like Fred
maliciously
Meyer.
attack people of that race. It's more of a generalized observation, much like Chris Rock makes so many racial
Shout out Chris Rock.
observations in his kind of comedy, right? And you know, if
Well, this is fucking stupid because DSP tell us every day that he's known as a gamer. He told us in his video he's known as a gamer. But when he make a joke, you want to be compared to fucking Chris Rock? Well, write some damn jokes like Chris Rock, DSP. Put effort behind your jokes. And then you can say, I'm a comedian, you guys. Don't get mad at my jokes. You can't just say a dumb thing and say, oh, well, this other guy that gets paid for saying dumb stuff did it. He jerked off on YouTube, didn't he? A lot of fucking people get paid to do that. He could have said, well, you know, like those other guys on those other websites, like they do it and people don't get mad. We can just do that with everything. He brought up movie shit before with that too. I forget what the context was. Like games aren't that bad because people shoot at people in movies. I think so. A dude on Thuggin' It and Lovin' It did that, by the way, which tell you a lot. That DSP damn near made the same point as a dude in Thuggin' It and Lovin' It. So that's something to think of.
something like that,
You know,
most of my audience
dumb.
gets it. There's always a few people who don't. In fact, I realized over the years not to do it anymore because when I do those generalized racist jokes, I say racist, but you know what I mean. That's how they
I
categorize
know
it
what
as
you mean.
racist.
Yeah, I know what you
They,
mean.
people will get upset no matter what. In this current climate, people just can't take that kind of joke anymore. 10 years ago when I started on YouTube, people loved it. In 2010, or was it 2009? I can't remember. I had a top 10 most racist moments of the year countdown on YouTube. And it was one of my most viewed videos of the year. It was all racist kind of jokes that I made, things that other people said in my videos, you know, and it was popular. People loved it. Now, my God, you show them that video today, they'll try to crucify you. So, dude, that's...
It was positive and people loved it. Is that why way back then he took one of them down and at least made it private? Because it was positive and people loved it? Because back then you privated one? Okay.
In 10 years,
You're right.
it feels like 100. You know, people have just
This
gotten
is something,
totally...
bro. I really
if
thought
I'm
this was going to be like a
understanding
2-hour stream. I'm beside myself with this
DSP
level of
tips
nonsense.
$3.33. I have an exciting announcement, you guys. I'm finally doing a 24-hour charity stream which I've been planning for a long time. It's for gamers with gout that we formed together with the quartering. You can donate to it by sending money to my PayPal.
That's a sweet idea. I support it wholeheartedly. You better take a
Tell me
sip.
if I'm understanding you correctly. Look, you make some like, hey, Asians are bad at driving, haha. Like, there's no malicious intent there. Or also similarly, you could say, gout, fucking King's disease. Who the fuck gets gout anymore?
DSP never made that joke, and he's never going to make that joke. Quartering. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
That's like a joke about gout. You would say, that's okay. But don't say, you know, Phil, you stupid fuck. You
Big
have
ups
gout.
down forward punch for the dollar. I wonder if Cam Newton got gout, which made him embrace a
Man,
vegan
man,
diet,
man.
which killed his career. Remember, everyone soy kills. Cam
Damn, it's
Newton
been a minute
dancing
since
on
I
the
saw
bench.
Cam Newton
Cam
stuff.
Newton
Feels bad.
dancing on the bench.
I remember when
Cam
people
Newton
got
dancing
mad
on
at
the
him
bench.
and he lost his yogurt contract. That was what, like 2 years ago? Why did? Oh yeah, because he told the lady. Damn, that was a good little thing. I think I might have titled a stream after that back then. It was something like, oh, that's funny coming from a woman or some shit. Could you imagine losing millions of dollars after saying something? That was like a
Richard
20-second
Spencer
thing,
tips
man.
$3.33.
Could you imagine that?
Hey, colored man, I
Oof.
don't find jokes about you offensive.
bad.
Now get back to work, Nigbong.
That kind of thing.
Oh,
Am I
man.
understanding you right?
I would fucking do worse at football after that too, honestly. But the Dannon people or whatever cut him off because he said the thing about the lady. I don't know if he got it back. I just remember him getting cut off from him. But it worked out. I didn't buy that yogurt after that. I cut him. I canceled him. Fuck
it,
Danny.
right? It's a
Yeah.
fact that
Piece
I
of
have
shit.
it. Yes, I don't always have it. It flares, like you know, it flares up, it goes
Yeah.
away. It's something I'll have to do for the rest of my life, and it's a diet thing and a
Yeah.
medication thing, and it is what it is. But when people come to my stream and say, you have gout. Well, first of all, okay. What?
Those people get banned, first of all. So, sure. And yeah, this should be on the Tenant Archive channel. They definitely archive stuff from this channel because they did before.
Big ups
I need to
anonymous
reset this
for
shit
the
after this.
dollar. My mother made fun of the way I said Chuck E. Cheese. I said Chuck E. Cheese's because I thought the franchises belonged to the man that has to dress up in the horrifying rat costume. Piggly Wiggly.
Dude, I thought it was Chuck E. Cheese's too back then. I never went to one of those. So, probably didn't help.
This is
Yeah.
a gameplay stream. What the hell? Okay. You know, it's not funny. It's what it is. But when people come to my stream and say, you have gout. Well, first of all, okay. What's your point? This is a
Yeah.
gameplay stream. What the hell? Okay. You know, it's not funny. It's not topical. It's just completely derailing the stream. What are you even talking about? Why are you bringing that up? It kind of, it's
Talking about a condition in his life that affects him is derailing the stream. Sure.
even saying that for. But then you get the person, you fat mother effer, you waste of life, you stupid alcoholic piece of crap. You
Stupid alcoholic piece of crap. Where are these comments coming from? This sounds very specific.
You're a disgusting individual. Well, obviously they just broke every possible rule that you should have on a stream, and they're going to get moderated for it, right?
Is that what
and that's
gets
what
you,
I mean.
Is that what gets you the booze? For me, it's if I drink too many days kind of in rapid succession.
Oh shit, he getting him to talk about how much he drank.
And if I eat like greasy food.
Is that what gets you, Phil, the booze?
That's what gets me. I know there's lots of different
oh wow, it is actually gray.
you get like a
Oh,
list.
at least on the side,
and
and it's a big triangle in the
you
middle.
shouldn't eat like
well, resetting
greens.
didn't work.
Big
And I'm not
super
watching the
green,
stream.
green,
I'm just
or
watching this.
Yo,
just
Kevin, are you
foodless.
watching DSP
For me,
stream tonight? Unicorn
if I,
DS?
if I go out on a
Assuming
Thursday,
he
Friday,
is.
Saturday, and I ate
But
like
I'm not
shit over
watching
the
it.
weekend, it gets me every time. It'll last fucking 2
DSP,
weeks.
how often do you drink?
For me, it's the red meat. Like I used to eat tons of red meat. I used to eat
No, that's not what he asking. You asking like how you get flabs now. Is it the booze?
steak. I would have burgers. I would, every moment lunch meat. I loved red meat,
Wiggly tipped
and I would drink. I used to drink way more back
Were
in
you
the
like
day.
a wine
Whoa.
guy? Or
No, I was doing
God
like
damn it.
rum. At
Rum.
one point, I was really heavily into rum, and then it was like gin and mixed drinks.
This is kind of lying. I don't remember seeing rum in his videos. Definitely not a lot. This dude used to have like 4 fucking jugs of Tanqueray next to each other. So he was really into rum. When was this? 15 years ago?
Two.
Like
That's
mixed
time
drinks,
too.
stuff like
Mixed
that.
drinks. Yep.
Oh,
And not having any kind of responsibility, or just eat red meat 5 days in a row. Drink,
Yep.
drink whenever I wanted. I'm a
5
fucking
days in a row?
YouTuber. I just gotta film
Oh
videos
shit, he was a YouTuber doing this too. Very
tomorrow.
nice.
Who cares if I got a hangover when I play
Yeah.
video
Who cares
games?
if I got
right?
a
Who gives
hangover when I do
That's
my
how my
job?
attitude was when I first started this whole thing 10 years ago.
Oh, no, it was
And
10 years ago.
It caught up with me about, I think it was
Excellent
2015.
fucking meme,
It caught up with me.
DSP. So let me
Drink,
go back to this.
drink whenever I wanted. I'm a fucking YouTuber.
Drink whenever I want. I'm a fucking YouTuber. This would be 2011, 2012. And then he says it was 10 years ago. You wasn't a YouTuber 10 years ago, DSP. You had a regular job 10 years ago. You're getting them mixed up like in the same sentence.
I just gotta film videos tomorrow. Who cares if I got a hangover when I play video games, right? Who gives a crap? That's
Who cares if I got a hangover when I do my job?
People saying, haha, you have gout. How does saying Chiki Chong Wong not amount to saying, haha, you're Asian?
Because DSP's not Asian, dude. Come on.
when I first started this whole thing 10 years ago. And it
It's
caught up with
ridiculous,
me
man.
about, I think it was 2015. It caught up with me in 2015 where I got it
How old are you
bad
then? About
all of a
30?
sudden. At that point, I was, 33.
Yeah, that's about when it hit for me, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think you're fat. Like, I'm a big guy. And I never had a problem till I was probably 33, 34. Then one day I woke up and I couldn't walk. And
Yep, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What did I do? Did I break my foot? What did I do? Because you don't think it could be gout. You're like, I sprained my ankle.
I
broke
remember
the
those
bone. What the hell
pre-streams.
did I do?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that
Okay. I remember those pre-streams, and it was like, I don't know what's going on, man. My foot's hurt. I don't know if it's like sprained.
that was kind of the
Oh,
running joke
man.
around my family, even with me.
Feels
like,
bad. Is he going to blame his
what
aunt in
the
this?
fuck? And I'm like, hey, imagine having broken glass in your joint.
Yep.
And then having it always be there, where my big toe is like swollen up to like 3 times the size,
Right.
And people around me eventually understood, like, okay, well, we're not going to give them shit about it because we know, like, it's brutally painful.
It's debilitating. It's to the point where your life has to change for 2 weeks until it goes away.
Yeah.
Because it's so bad. And people want to make fun of you. And you're like, dude, I'm sitting on a stream pretending my foot doesn't hurt. So I can
What?
make money today and I'm trying to put on a
What?
happy face for a stream when
What?
I've got daggers in my foot.
When the fuck was this? Because when DSP foot hurt, when he first got gout, he took a picture of his fucking foot and didn't stream because he didn't want to walk up the stairs. So what the hell is he talking about here? Is this every other day now? Every other day people make fun of gout and he's sitting down pretending to have fun and his foot hurt? DSP pretends to have fun on his streams. In current year? Is that what we're going with this? Because I thought he loved his job.
People want to make fun
Do
of
you
me
get
for
it?
Like,
Do you
come
get it
on.
in your foot too? Is that where you
Oh,
get
yeah.
it?
Yep,
Okay.
foot. Same thing as you, big toe. Because that's
Yeah.
the most common place.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, because I read about, like, there's sometimes people get in their elbows, sometimes people get whatever, For me, it's always big toe.
He's going to tell us we took
and,
this all out of
yeah,
context.
No walking.
We need to listen
no
to his
amount of
words.
elevation matters.
Pay more attention to
You
it
know,
so he can
like,
call you a
no
stalker.
sock on foot out, and just ride it out. And, if you go have a good doctor, you get some pain
This
meds,
dude
but
didn't even
otherwise,
stream when he had gout. He didn't stream
just
because
look
his
like,
foot hurt.
You can't do
Now he
anything.
sit on stream and pretend to be happy when his foot hurt.
So let me ask you.
Get out. That's nonsense. I don't believe you at all, sir.
Do you are you out in
Man.
Seattle now?
Yeah, I live just outside of Seattle.
Seattle
suburb of
area.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody asked this question. It's more specific. I got
Suburb
a
of
bunch
Seattle
of questions
now.
that probably seem like some of your fans too. So maybe this is like said When DSP moved out to the Seattle area, he was excited to meet people,
This-
experience
holy
the
shit.
outside. And look, if these are like
I'm glad this guy brought up.
secret control questions, I literally don't know. You know, I try
Right.
to pick the ones that seem genuine. Experience more outside of his new home. Does DSP feel like he accomplished any of this?
The
No.
reason they're asking that question is because they know.
That's not what he asking you, Quarter, and he just wanted to know the answer. You don't have to tell us why people want to know the answer of something.
Because of my
is
current
it a
financial
troll
situation.
This is bullshit. This is already bullshit. The reason people ask this, DSP, when he moved across the country, before he moved, he went out of his way to say, oh man, I can't wait to get to Seattle, man, the Washington area, the Seattle area, man. Oh, go Seahawks, man. Oh man, dude, I'm going to like meet people and I'm going to like be cool with people who are like-minded, man. And none of that ever happened. He didn't even leave his house. And now it's a question somehow about his financial position. You need to make enough money to have friends? Huh. Maybe.
The financial situation question. They know I have to work 6 days a week full time, and I get 1 day.
6 days a week full time, 1 day a week off is to hang with my wife. You can't do other stuff. You can't have other people come over or anything. What about the other 4 years he lived there? What about when he first moved out there? This is nonsense.
My wife, and that's it. I don't have time to go out and have friendships. I literally have to work my ass off.
That's why he got to work his ass off. That's why his streams end at 9 almost every day. And he hung out with Quarter until 11 p.m. this day. That's why.
The city streets you used to walk along with memed every step I take reminds me of just how we used to be. Well, how can I forget you, Jin, when there is always something there to remind Mealways something.
You just need some rum, dude. You just need some rum. He's so busy. He has no time for friends. That's why his streams always end at 9, and that's why he was hanging out with Quarter until 11. And Quarter in time is saying 12 a.m.s, but whatever. It's what, 10 something p.m. for DSP then?
Because
I
I'm
don't
in a
know.
really
I'm
bad
going by the
financial
time you said
position
earlier.
behind the scenes. So when they're asking
don't have
that,
any
they're
time.
taking a jab and saying, haha, Phil doesn't have friends. He doesn't have a life outside
all
of
right.
streams.
Okay, I'm
And
sorry.
that's not what
Ah,
time is saying.
no, it's cool.
12 a.m.
I-
but
oh, shit.
whatever. It was,
Why can't I
it's
hear
what,
myself?
10 something This p.m. for happened DSP earlier. then?
Because
I
I'm
don't
in
know.
a really
I'm
bad
going by the
financial
time you said
position
earlier.
behind the scenes.
Oh, God.
So when they're
You
asking
don't have any
that,
time. That happened earlier. And I guess it buffered a bunch because YouTube was being nice to me by buffering somehow. Okay, Rip.
so that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. So, if this is too specific, we can skip it totally. Like, this has been great. It really
That response was
informative for me
complete
this far,
nonsense,
Tom. I
though.
hope you're having a good time.
It's
I'm
a
having good time.
financial
Sure.
question.
Absolutely.
Unreal.
So one of the things so many people bring up is a fucking, like, I'm not going to ask you anything specific, but as a content creator,
Big ups
I had to
Coldo
learn
for
the hard
dollar.
way.
Mr. Dark's Pac-Man shirt with the horizontal lines make the fatty man jugs look even more terrible. Take care of that big toe pale fatty. Poor shirt selection, Mr. Dark.
He clutched him earlier, too, which was great.
and I'm thinking
His weird chest clutch
yeah,
shit.
I'm thinking I understand the situation better than most of.
You know what? Damn, I'm not going to go back and show that on purpose, but it kind of, in retrospect, make me think of that Family Guy episode.
A lot of people bring up the taxes shit, and
Oh, taxes. I thought we couldn't
try
talk
to
about bills.
explain to
Oh,
people
money, huh?
what it's like getting big checks from YouTube or Twitch, and like learning to plan financially around that. My first 2 years, I was making any money on YouTube. I had 1 year I had to pay in like $40,000, and I had nothing. Right, so I was like in.
Or he leading them up to something.
I had to extend my taxes to October, and I had like $5,000. I had to borrow money from my parents just to pay my fucking taxes.
Holy shit, did you see DSP's head nod when Quarterin said he had to borrow money from his parents to pay his taxes? This is a literal DSP situation. Is he memeing a little bit right now? I don't know. He already got him with the gout. It's kind of remind me of that thing the Frederick dude did with Wings, which kind of made me stop listening to it. Because he pretty much came on, oh, I have depression too. Oh, I feel this way too. Oh, yeah, man, I got this problem too. Like, this is fucking Dr. Phil. When you made I'm going on a tangent here, you guys. But when he made the video about Wings, Wings was like, oh, I'm going to get it taken down. You can't make videos about me. I'm going to get it taken down. And then a couple days later, he doing some weird interview with him, and they friends, and they all feel bad for each other. I don't know. His universe seemed more artificial than DSP one. DSP one is just fucking clown world. Wing shit seemed odd sometimes and off.
October, and I had like $5,000. I had to borrow money from my parents just to pay my fucking taxes.
I hope DSP tell us how he had to borrow money from his parents.
Like, hey,
you can't pay it back if they die,
really
right,
be
DSP?
paying it every month, and I was like, I just borrowed all this money from my parents. I got to pay them back. Plus, I got to pay my
quarter
life,
and paid his
pay my
back.
bills. I know I can't.
Hey,
do
Phil,
that.
you got a comment on this?
And only recently did I end up in a situation where I
nod.
can effectively plan around income and pay in every month. Is that something is that kind of described?
I got a DSP can just live in clown world, and Wings lives in he lives in band world.
Why things
I don't know. DSP needs to move,
tight
honestly.
the way they are, or am I not?
Because he is a
understanding?
cowboy.
'Cause I'm thinking when people
A cowboy
taxes,
clown.
I'm like, oh, I know why. Because he's like me. He didn't fucking pay his taxes.
Cowboy
enough, so
clown.
Like, whoops, you
who
owe us
has
a bunch
gamer
of money,
shirts.
and then you end up behind, and then behind, and then behind.
Right.
It's easy to get the bulls to chase you.
For me, it's okay. That's obviously that factors into it, but sadly for me, my story is.
Big ups down forward
I
punch
can't
for
wait
the
to hear
dollar.
this.
Real talk. What do you think is in those filing cabinets type deal situation, boo boo?
I honestly don't know. He had those a long time too. Maybe it's just a bunch of tax papers. You know what he probably would say is that it was like business stuff and receipts and tax stuff. That's why he always do his taxes at the last minute, and he take pictures of how tired he is from doing his taxes. Sure.
A lot more complex.
That's why that rabbit's still out, so he can show it to the tax man.
Go into it, and I guess you can make a judgment call on if this is something that people should hear or not, I guess.
All right, let me, I'm gonna write down the timestamp so I can go back and you can decide later if you want me to keep it.
He wants,
and I guess you can make a judgment call. It's a lot more complex. I can go into it, and I guess you can make a judgment call.
He wants him to delete it from the interview before it even get almost finished. This part might be too long, or whatever the fuck you trying to imply, so you can go and delete it if you don't like it. What kind of bullshit? He called it an interview. He should have called this a discussion, because this is a very special interview.
Something that people should hear or not, I guess.
All right, let me, I'm gonna write down the timestamp so I can go back and you can decide later if you want me to keep it. Go ahead.
So
in
when I
case you talk out
started
of
on
context,
YouTube, I was
right?
making ridiculous money out of nowhere. It was just insane the amount of money I was making. For 2 years, I made more money than I'll probably ever make in my life in 2 years. Like, it was just insane. I couldn't believe it. And then after that, the bubble burst. It was the first.
I was thinking about this the other day. When he moved across the country, one of his big, I guess, issues you could say, is that he had to get a loan from a bank. And he went to 2 banks. This is according to him, at least. He went to 2 banks. They declined him. He went to a 3rd bank, and they was like, oh, my God, we love your content, dude. That's not what they said. They loved him. They loved his cowboy hat and all his antics. So they gave him a loan so he can get his house. He made so much money, right? That's why he leased a BMW and bought a bunch of statues and didn't actually save money up to be able to move across country. Got a loan to technically move across country, then made way less money than he expected and blamed the trolls on it. That's pretty much what happened. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's actually rappers that are just legit more intelligent than DSP, which is fucking mind-blowing. How? Just how? Just fucking how? DSP could have did so many things, and instead he got statues and leased a car. He could have did so. He could have franchised the Piggly Wiggly if they exist in Connecticut. He could have did something. I don't fucking know. Could have gave somebody a loan and then made them pay it back. He didn't do anything.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, he got 2 business loans. Business loans.
And the money went boom. I'm like, okay, I'm still making good money. Like,
it's the troll's fault that he got 2 loans, according to him at least. Somehow it's the troll's fault that he got loans.
The dip. I'm still making crazy good money, and I took all that money that I made in those years and I saved a lot of it, and I used it to pay off all my previous debts of my life. Like, I had student loans, I had all kinds of shit, and I paid it all off. So I was in the clear. Like, essentially, all I had was a mortgage on a condo in Connecticut that I lived in, where I made all my content in, and that was it. That was, and by the way, not a ritzy place or whatever, but Connecticut is expensive as shit. Connecticut is very expensive, so even a little place costs over $100,000.
Remember how much you bragged about his condo when he first moved in? And it's every time I think about this damn video, I think about this shit now because it's hard to not notice. The first time the dude showed his face, The
Big
first
ups
time we
Rodeo
talk about a
Clown for the
condo
dollar.
bill,
You used to
first
ask
time
if
he
he
begged you to
talks
click on
people the
ads.
way he talks to his stream chat. I think this video is proof he does.
Yeah.
Clown face, cowboy hat face, clown face, cowboy hat face.
The bottom
clown
line
face,
is this.
Cowboy hat face.
When I lost my job back in 2010,
Connecticut. That's how crazy expensive
Yeah.
everything is there.
Sure.
So
maybe that's why DSP can't make friends in Seattle, because every time we talk to somebody, he tell him when he lost his job in 2010.
Oh, so I have this mortgage and no debt.
How long
At that
ago
point,
was
I was
this?
living. What's that?
How long ago was this? Early
Oh,
2000s?
so that was 2011, 2012, and
Okay.
to some extent 2013.
Gotcha.
So I was making so much money that I was like, I gotta get out of here. I hate living in Connecticut. I seriously got to get out of this state.
I was making so much money, I was like, I got to get out of here. That's why I proceeded to buy the collector's edition version of every single game I unboxed. That's why I proceeded to buy a shit ton of equipment I didn't even use. That's why I got a shit ton of statues. And that's why I leased the BMW. Because I was making a bunch of money and I was like, I got to get out of here. It all makes sense, dude.
State is way too expensive.
It
The
all makes
taxes there
sense.
are astronomically high.
Yeah.
I'm paying state tax plus a business tax, like a extra tax on top of it, plus federal income tax, and prices are high. Everything's like insane. Why am I operating a business out of Connecticut when I'm a YouTuber? I could live in a million other
Anywhere.
places that are cheaper.
Yeah, I've
You
been
know.
there. I've been there. Yeah.
So I looked at that point. I looked at the whole country and I was looking at different areas. Florida and Texas are both like ridiculously good for business, but the weather
Yep.
sucks.
Yeah.
So I didn't
He wasn't looking at these areas. That was handily looking at those areas.
Hot.
want to live there.
You might
But
like
I'm
Very
it.
hot.
Some people
Humid,
like it.
hot. Yeah.
I live
So
in
for me-
Wisconsin. I don't like
So
it.
what
but
year are we in now? 2014 finally?
Yeah.
So
A lot of internet personalities live in Texas, I noticed.
God
yeah,
damn.
very apparently like one of the best
Apparently.
business
For
Why didn't you
taxes.
move that in?
states for taxes. It's like nothing. You get away with everything basically. Not
Get
paying
away.
anything.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
So when I'm doing my research, I'm doing all this research and I
Damn,
find out about the
Portland
state
look
of
high as fuck.
Washington.
I guess he really is coming
They have
off
no
a
state
cold.
income tax, but they, the taxes here are
The
decently.
sales tax are high, though, right?
Sales tax, I believe, is around 10%.
Yeah. It's
But
very
I was
high.
already paying 7% in Connecticut,
Yeah.
and out here with no
Big
state
ups to
income
Fred
tax,
for the dollar.
it's
You forgot the 5-star hotels he used to stay at with his part-time girlfriend.
Yeah. And him flying other people around with him just so they can drive. And him making other people drive cross country in his leased BMW and paying for everybody food, allegedly at least, according to him. Paying for everybody food all the time. He was being a big fucking baller. Somehow, during that whole time period, when he was acting like MC Hammer, the Let's Player version, he also was saving money. But then he used that money to pay off old debt. But I thought he was saving money to leave. And then he got a loan to leave? Okay.
things because
I-
I'd rather spend money when I choose
Less
to
is
spend
stress.
than just have it taken away by default. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
That's pretty good.
state income tax, it's way bigger savings because
Yeah.
I'd rather spend money when I choose to spend than just have it taken away by default.
Is that why you tell us about a mountain of bills every month and how he got so much credit card debt?
You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
So out here, the weather I like better and everything. The houses out here way cheaper than in Connecticut. Like I could get a place 5 times bigger than what I had in
Why is he talking like he can buy another house?
Connecticut for the same price.
This is
That's how
irrelevant.
crazy it was.
Was.
So eventually in
Yeah.
2014, I
It
moved
was.
out here, and I got this place. This is where I live now.
Where is
and
this
so
with
now
your YouTube timeline? This is you're on Twitch now at 2014, right?
He got a fan on side of an air conditioner, and that is hooked up to the window like it's a real one, and a fan on top of that, because DSP doesn't move anything until he pretends to do stuff during his pre-streams. I think in the last year, the only thing this dude moved out of his room was twist ties and potion. He got the fucking rabbit from Easter still sitting in the background. So I can't even really feel bad for him for keeping the fan sitting on top of the air conditioner, because he got a fucking Easter rabbit sitting back there. Just all
Oh,
with
well,
it.
I had started doing direct capture in
And then he
2013.
fucking pretends he don't know what a Sonic hat is sometimes, and it's just, I think it's just sitting there. It's always just sitting there. Potion probably not even hidden like you say it is either.
But I was not a full-time streamer. In fact, I never took streaming seriously at all until 2017 when the adpocalypse.
Excellent. I'm glad we got on the Twitch thing. When he had a sub button, he had subscribers. He used to tell them they can sub. He didn't give them shout outs for it really until it got bad, and then he wanted to make more people sub. He didn't take that seriously. So if you gave him money back then, well, fuck you. DSP didn't take your money seriously. You didn't give him enough. I agree.
Gotcha.
So I streamed, but
Good
I
job.
made no money doing it.
No
it was
money.
a fan service for people who.
Couple hundred subs is no money. And ad revenue. He told us ad revenue was good back then. He got different ones. One day he said he made $10 a day. The other day he said he used to make like $100 a day back when it was good, but then it was never good. It's all over the place. But somehow that never happened now.
Live, I was still 100% in on income I was getting from YouTube ad
No
revenue. That
money.
was
Why
my-
did you make a
my way I
Patreon
was
then?
making a living.
Was it not to make
So,
up for Twitch money you
I
gave
moved in
up on?
2014, and I'll be honest with you, my
Damn,
channel
bruh.
was starting to slow down. You could see it was getting a slow decline, but there was no like shocking
My Lord.
warning signs that things were
Yeah.
going to go horribly wrong. Within 1 year of me moving out here, just to give you some perspective here.
False
okay?
copyright strikes on
I
DSP
got
Gaming?
swatted. I
that's scary.
had a ton of stuff happen behind the scenes to my family that I don't even want to talk about publicly because it's shocking.
Victim.
That's fair.
Okay.
What about
my
Project
channels
7 and
were stricken
Patreon
down
stuff?
repeatedly with false copyright strikes because
What about
YouTube's
Patreon
program is
stuff?
such a piece of garbage.
Why
You
did
can just
people get mad,
impersonate whoever you
DSP?
want.
Yeah.
And it forced my channel to lose
that the
millions of
Bethesda-
views.
He's literally pretending like everything instantly came out of nowhere. 100% out of nowhere. He didn't make anyone mad. All of this stuff just happened out of nowhere, man. It was really weird.
But was that where
No.
somebody like impersonated or Ubisoft or something?
No, that was the first time that ever happened was back in 2010, and that's why I created a new channel called DSP Gaming. Originally, I was just under Darkside Phil, and someone impersonated an Ubisoft employee and got Darkside Phil shut down, so I started DSP Gaming. Later, I got that cleared up.
Yeah.
But in 2015, people impersonated different gaming companies, and then they actually listen to this conspiracy. Okay,
Yeah.
they actually made fan art for me to use in my video.
How the hell is this a conspiracy? You used the wrong word there, DSP.
Oh,
And
I
they
heard
put it
about
up-
this.
I
Yeah,
heard
they
about
put it up
this.
on my forums in like January, February of 2015. Oh, Phil, here, use this fan art.
That's
They
brutal.
waited for me.
Yeah.
They waited 6 months for me to use the fan art in all these videos, and then they struck them all down on YouTube, saying that I'd
Yeah.
stolen it without permission.
That was brutal. That was
And
bad.
Overnight, I had to delete so many videos that my channel lost like around, I think it was between 6 to 10 million views.
Yeah, these all are the pre-streams he deleted that I talked about earlier. He would have more than 1,000 if he didn't delete all of those pre-streams.
Happens with the
fucking
YouTube
crazy.
channel.
Yeah.
YouTube essentially says that's a red flag. Something's really wrong with the channel that's losing 10 million views. It must have been that they were doing something underhanded or whatever. And
Yeah.
immediately what the algorithm does, it kicks your channel from the search ratings.
Yep.
So overnight,
Yeah.
my channel DSP
Did he tell us Machinima told him to delete the videos?
happens with the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
YouTube essentially says that's a red flag.
He
Something's
didn't.
really wrong
Damn, he leaving out a lot of context. Holy
with the
shit,
channel
bro.
that's losing 10 million views. It must have been
I thought Machinima told him to delete videos, and that's why he did it. It wasn't really his fault. He was told to do it.
something under.
See, you don't want to tell that to Quarterman because Quarterman gonna say, "Well, wait a minute, that don't sound like it make a lot of sense. Why would YouTube tell you to delete videos?"
And
Yeah.
immediately what the algorithm does, it kicks your channel from the search ratings.
Yep.
So overnight,
Yeah.
my channel DSP Gaming, that used to be one of the top channels always for gaming, became unheard of, and no one could find it on YouTube. People would search for my videos and couldn't find them on YouTube. And that was the first year during the fall gaming season when a bunch of new video games always come out: September, October,
It's the
November,
money.
December.
Yeah, it's the money
That's
months.
the money
October.
season.
Yeah.
I would get a giant spike in views and a giant spike in money. My views went down.
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And ever since then, it's been thing after thing. Where do you hear the next?
It's so much cheaper to buy a house and move across the country than it is to live in Connecticut.
I
Not
agree.
Big ups quartering.
It makes sense, dude. I agree.
2015.
All right,
So I'm trying to
2015.
recover
Very
from
nice.
that. It's very hard because now I've got all this debt in my name. I've got 2 homes in my name.
Is he gonna bring up that he had a Patreon by this point and was getting like $1,200 a month on it? We leaving out the whole Patreon even existing. Even though that's one of the things that made people mad. He told us in the start of this, like, the main thing that makes people mad is money. And then later on, he told us one of the main things that make him mad is money. But, you know, it is what it is. And now we leaving out the money again.
All this stuff going on. Then the next year,
They just did it out of
I
nowhere,
find
man.
out my tax accountant from Connecticut did my taxes wrong
Of
for several
course he did.
years.
Yeah.
He fucked me
And
over.
Well, I know what it's like.
I can't sue
filing
him. I
as
don't
a
have time. I
internet
don't have money.
personality. Good luck finding an accountant that knows how to fucking do that. You know, like.
Well, this one
Yeah.
was just laziness. This guy, when I moved out here to the state of Washington, told me, don't worry, even though I'm stationed in Connecticut.
DSP couldn't look this stuff up on his own. The person with the internet who makes a living off the internet couldn't look something up on the internet. He just said, you find it out for me. And he didn't. So he was like, okay, well, no, he pretended he did, according to him at least. And it was like, DSP was like, okay, good enough for me, man. Don't have to pay any taxes. He couldn't just fucking look it up. He really just couldn't look it up. He was too busy to look it up. Really.
You to do your taxes.
But the other guy was lazy. Not DSP for not looking up something, dealing with his own life way more than anybody else's life. The other guy was lazy.
I'm a good guy. I know everything.
He didn't say
that. So
that.
he did my taxes
I
for
know
2014,
everything was a
2015,
quote.
2016. I get a notice at the end
I know
of,
everything. I'm a good guy. That's how
well, it
tax
was
guys
during
talk.
2017. I get a notice from the state here.
In
Were you
Washington.
aware that? Yeah, the Washington State. Are you aware that there's business taxes here that you haven't paid for 3 or 4 years, and now you owe us all this money in back taxes? I was like,
Oh, DSP, you said the trolls did this, right?
Masick tipped
Tell us how the trolls did it.
$4.20. Puff harder. Quarter pounder almost has a more punchable face than DSP.
Disavow. Come on, he got a way better beard, dude. They're like the same age. Why Quarter and don't have a bunch of holes in his? It's the stress.
I was told by my guy there's nothing. So I contact my guy. He's
The
like,
trolls?
oh, I don't know, nothing. Don't talk to me no more.
What?
Basically, that was his approach. Like,
What?
oh, I don't know, nothing. Don't talk to me no more.
What? Was he a black dude?
So I contact.
He said the fucking tax man was, what did he call this dude? Something at a college. He said he was a dean of a college, which, like, how nobody found him yet, and why DSP didn't tell us his name. He apparently fucked them over so bad, right? And first of all, he said, you can trust me, I'm a good guy. And then when DSP came back to him saying, dude, I owe $20 billion in taxes, he said, I don't know nothing.
It's like, oh, I don't know, nothing. Don't talk to me no more.
Don't talk to me no more.
Basically, that was his approach. Like, I don't want to hear
Don't
nothing.
call me no more,
Because he
don't
was
text
afraid
me
I
no
was going
more.
to sue him.
I think that was a Project
So
Pet
I had to
song.
find a new tax guy. I ended
Don't
up
talk
being
to me
so
no
much
more.
money in the hole, and now my tax guy charges me so much money to fix this issue. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, shit,
out
Liquid
of
Chicken
nowhere.
fucking
Money
know
that
the song,
I already
too.
had a decrease in income because of all that trolling activity and the false copyright strikes, and I'm just trying to recover from that, and then this happens on top of it. And since then, it's like seriously thing after thing, and I can't talk about all of it publicly because there's personal things that happen behind the scenes that I cannot disclose. But it's just like
You
it's
can't
a
talk about
shitty
anything.
situation where like I'm stuck, and there's no like
Don't worry,
there's no
Corey, you
way
can
to
delete
fix
this if
it.
it's too long.
There's no quick fix solution. I'm stuck
DSP
with
tipped $1.87. I was too busy cruising in my BMW, honking and yelling woo woo to all the ladies. Clearly you have never had a BMW turban. Can we call the missing goatee DSP's Bermuda Triangle?
It's so shadowy on this side. It's really weird, actually. It almost like it's like kind of like he gave himself a meme shave on purpose. Like one day, he wanted to be funny just to himself, so he shaved half his face and left the other half, and he forgot he did it, and then he let it grow back, and then he didn't want to shave again.
properties.
It looks bad from every angle. It's so weird.
One in Connecticut I can't get rid of because the property I owe way more on the mortgage than what it's worth. The property
You just
value
don't
actually
like it,
dipped
Yeah,
in the
look
10 years
smart
that I
with a
lived there.
mustache, though.
People odd.
DSP mustache DSP just chop that off. People would
what
love
the-
him. He
are
can
you
do it
still
for
stuck with
like
that now?
Movember or whatever.
I'm
no?
stuck with it, and
Unload it.
People
I
like
can't
that, right?
unload it. I tried short selling it. It got
People like
declined.
that.
Damn.
They won't do it. I can't get rid of it. And essentially, it's to the point where no matter what I do, I'm screwed. So I have to choose the lesser of two evils. Do I ruin my credit?
Yeah.
You know?
My
Do
sister's
one
in
thing?
that same spot. Yeah.
You know? So I don't know what I'm going to do. And that's what the people constantly ask me, why are you always asking for money on streams? I don't want to. If you actually watch back in the day when I was on YouTube and I was making the big money before all this happened, I never asked for anything.
He begged for views every time he edited any video. It's still archives of those videos. But him sounding drunk as fuck at 3 a.m. saying, I spent a lot of time editing this video and it only has 20,000 views. Like, I don't know if you guys don't like these videos or like if it's just not showing up, but make sure to go watch it. Literal first time he showed his face, he told people to click on ads, and he talked about his first condo bill, We almost full circle. We're gonna be when he finally sell his condo, if he actually sell it and admit to it and he's not lying. But first time he show his face, he bring up a condo bill. He bring up his first condo bill. It's his first one, and he tell you to click on the ads. That's never asking for anything. When he had the PayPal on his YouTube channel and would play a game and say, "Oh, thank you to Carlos for getting me this game. Really appreciate it. Oh, thank you for the donation. That was pretty nice of you, and it's gonna go towards something good." Those that never happened. He never asked for anything, dude. Everything fell in his lap, but he also really wanted to do this, and he loves doing this, but he hated it in 2015, but he still kept doing it. Because, you know what I mean?
Make videos, put out the content. It was never about that. I don't want my streams to be about that. In fact,
Yeah,
when
all
I'm
over
doing
the
a live
place with
stream,
everything.
the reason I do this lengthy pre-stream is because I want to get that bullshit out of the way.
Remember, he told us during the same video that the pre-stream is like a short segment with him fucking around and making jokes. And now he's going to explain why pre-streams are long, because he want to get his shilling out of the way.
Live stream, the reason I do this lengthy pre-stream
Ouch.
is because I want to get that bullshit out of the way so we can have fun with games. That's all
I want to get my begging out of the way.
I want to talk about is having fun with games. I don't
For an
want to
hour
have
and a
it to
half.
be, I have to constantly be like, oh, by the way, reminder, guys, help me with the tip and do this and do that, whatever. That's not the kind of guy I am, but that's what I've been forced to become over the years because of my financial situation behind the scenes.
Born to game, forced to beg. The DSP story.
And people bring it up constantly that Phil's a shill and Phil's only about the money. It's like, but I did YouTube for 2.5 years, and
Twitch is all about subscriptions. You gotta subscribe. Get those custom emotes and shit. Subscribe. That's why everyone over there is all about their subs.
This dude completely pooed on anyone who took anything from anybody besides a fucking YouTube check for so long. And now because he has to beg everyone that, like, he forced people to think a certain way, or at least he tried to. And because those same people think the same way, now he hates them because it go against everything. Well, maybe he shouldn't have shit on half the internet for like 5 years, man. That probably would have helped out a little bit. Probably would have helped out a little bit to say, oh, they fucking stream just to fucking make money. They do it for this. They don't do it for the love of the game. They do it for this. They don't care about the game. They don't really want to play the game. They just want to fucking do shout outs and a fucking pop up on the screen. Thank you, shubbity bubbity. They just want to do that. Speaking of, thank you, shubbity bubbity.
Anonymous tipped $1.87.
My God.
How autistic would it be if we took a collection on the internet and bought DSP's CT condo to open a detractor museum?
Dude, that would be ridiculous. That would get a fucking ABC documentary or some shit written about us.
doing it because I love doing it. Then when I was a full-time YouTuber for 6 years, I wasn't hassling people for money constantly. It was only until all of a sudden in the
I was just hassling people for views.
past 3.5 to 4 years that all these things compiled on top. These really, I mean, I know it's a ridiculous story. Like, so you're going to tell me, Phil, really we're supposed to believe that false copyright strikes made your channel die on YouTube, then your taxes were done wrong, then more stuff happened. Yeah, I know it's a crazy story, but that's my life at this point. And
Yeah.
it
You gotta
sucks
do the
that that's
remix
the
with
reality
King
I
Von.
live in.
Crazy story
And I
plus
have to
fucking
do
full.
like I'm doing an event coming up
Yeah, that'd be
tomorrow
sweet
where I'm
to
hoping
make
to
a
raise
meme
some
version
extra
of that about
funds
him.
Yeah.
so
It'll
that
take a lot
I
of
can
effort,
pay
though.
bills for this coming month, because if I don't, I'm going to be screwed. I will have
Crazy
overdrafts. I
story.
will have fees. People will be calling
Talk
me,
about
where's your
him
money?
getting
Where's the
gout,
money? And
losing that
it's
Street
like I
Fighter.
said, it's come to the point in my personal life now where I have to make a decision. What do I ruin? Who do I not pay, or what decision do I make that's going to ruin my life because of these things that have all compiled? And my hope is that within 5 to 10 years, I can get this
Now it's 10. In the start of the video, it was 5 years, somehow 5 years. Now it's 5 to 10.
cleared up, and I can get a full-time job outside of YouTube and Twitch where I've got consistent income.
So what would he be? 47? I've been doing YouTube for 20 years. Give me a job. I want to teach people how planes work. I want to work in aeronautics.
Rely on things that can
Nigga's
be
gonna
screwed
be
over for me.
teleporting 10 years
and
from
then
now,
I can
man.
balance that with maybe streaming 2 hours a day, 5 times a
He's
week.
gonna be
and I have
streaming
extra
10
income
years from
that,
now?
and I can wean
Uh-huh.
myself off of
He
being
fall
such
asleep
a guy
every day
who's
now.
forced to be here.
This dude can literally determine whatever time to go to sleep and wake up. And he can do whatever he want to do to stay up when he wakes up. And he fucking falls asleep all day. As soon as noon hit for him, he yawning. Second stream, he yawning the whole time. He still stay up till 4 a.m. and then do it the next day. You really think 10 years from now, this dude is going to be able to work anywhere and come pretend to stream for a couple hours, even once a week, let alone a few times a week? Fuck no. He can barely do it now. He would actually just fall asleep and get banned the first day after he get his job.
Full time. Because I am.
And he would still have the same blurry ass camera too.
Is the
They
day
probably
another bill
wouldn't even
doesn't
notice
get
he's
paid.
sleeping.
And that's the situation I'm in, and people don't seem to understand that. They think I'm making it up. They think that my money is being put into some
'cause
bank
you don't have
in the
proof of
Cayman
anything.
Islands, and I got a yacht
And a
somewhere.
nice
You know, there's
meme.
crazy stuff that they say.
You don't strike me as somebody that
Yacht
lives
meme.
lavishly.
Thank you for the dollar.
Big
The
ups
thing
to
is, my
you
house
for
is
the
nice.
DSP
Like this.
for the dollar. Hey, mom and dad, you guys are still alive. huh?
What?
Doo-hoo-ha.
What?
That's his response.
What?
Is pretty nice. And the reason that it's a nice house is because, like I said, in Washington, house prices are really cheap compared to what I came from in Connecticut. So I was able to get a house for a really reasonable price when I bought it. But you're right, like the stuff around me is old. Nothing. I've had this microphone for 4 years. You know,
He had to beg his fans to get that microphone. Patreon goal to get that microphone. The microphone, the phone. Basically, every piece of equipment he changed in the last 5 years, he had to directly ask for money to change it.
I haven't bought a
He loves doing this.
backup hard drive to.
Sure, he was making a lot of money doing it, and most people that gave even almost half a fuck would upgrade
Big
something
ups, Cat, from the
on their
quartering
own.
for the dollar. Is this pig
DSP
doing
did not.
co-op pre-streams now? I can't tell if Jeremy is an expert troll who go Phil to talk about all this
This is like
butterfly,
Poop
or a
Finger
complete
talking to him
sucker
right now.
Getting used by DSP. Burger in the chat to vote for Jeremy. Pig face in the chat for DSP. Vote now.
I don't know. I think in a way, it don't seem like DSP really got anything out of this. And quartering probably get like 100,000 views when it's all said and done, which is like nothing on YouTube now because the adpocalypse, dude. And DSP can get memes for a few months with one dude coming in saying, "I'm here from the quartering video, Phil," and he can say, "Oh yeah, man. Thank you for showing up. This isn't like my normal content, but tomorrow." What I'll be doing is going to be pretty different, like, you know, more of my usual thing. Maybe quartering is Poop Finger. No, he's Baby Man Gaming 720 or some shit, because you know it's like 12 of them, 12,000 if anything. He one of those. He's one of the baby men.
In 2 years because I can't afford to do it anymore.
Baby
Like
man
I'm
gaming
just done. I've
720.
cut every corner, and you're right. Like I used more. You know,
Let me
I
hear
haven't
this.
bought a backup hard drive to back up videos in 2 years because I can't afford to do
2 years. Literal lie. Nice.
it anymore. Like I'm just done. I've cut
Why
every
would you lie about that?
corner.
And he cut every corner. That's why he still got all of the shit he paid for? Because he cut every corner? God damn it, dog.
I used to be the guy when I made so much money on YouTube.
The guy?
Look at the new statue I frivolously bought today of a Marvel character.
That's not what he did.
I don't do that stuff. I can't afford that anymore. I can't do anything
Look at the
anymore.
new statue
But
I
people wanna
frivolously bought. That was the
pretend
quote.
Like I'm still the Phil from back
He
then,
take-
and like I'm
Dude, he's literally just taking himself out of context now.
frivolously
to the-
bought
like,
today.
to the
I don't.
T.
I'm not. I used to be the guy when I made.
He gets mad when people joke and say he got an island somewhere, as he tell us, "Oh, I used to frivolously buy stuff and show it off and say, look at the statue I frivolously bought."
Big ups Anonymous for the
How?
dollar. If you have to take a loan to buy a house
Just
across
how?
the country as opposed to buying a house and not taking a loan, you probably shouldn't take the loan.
Yeah, especially doing this feels bad. Should at least try to actually sell the condo first. I don't know why this dude, he was like he was running away from a fucking mafia boss.
Look at the new statue I frivolously bought today of a
Really?
Marvel character.
Yeah.
I don't do that stuff. I can't afford that
Oh,
anymore.
really?
I can't do anything anymore. But people want to
I can't do anything.
pretend
He's
like I'm
poor.
still the Phil from back then, and like I'm pulling.
I can't do anything anymore. I also work all day, which is why I'm staying up till 11 talking to quartering, because I have to end my streams at 9 because it's too late and I have to hang out with my wife and my cat. All of those things are true in clown world. Clown cowboy world. All of those things are true.
Scam every
Somehow.
day, a new way to scam the viewers and make money. When in reality, it's just a really messed up life situation I'm in.
What about
And I
Cat?
hope to one day
Did he
get
talk
out of
about his wife at all,
Do you
actually?
think, two questions.
We still living in
Did you ever think
2015 in this
about
video.
Making a new channel?
He already did.
Like, if that other one's been kind of... Because I
He
have
already
the
did.
quartering, and I have, like, Midwesley, and I even have a new third... I'm always creating new channels because I'm always afraid of what happened, basically, to your DSP gaming channel. Have you thought about trying that?
I've done it.
Oh, okay.
Over the years, I've done it. At one point, I had a channel that was just for fighting games, but that I had to get rid of because the machinima screwed me over at one point.
Okay.
I won't get into that because machinima doesn't even exist anymore, so who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get into it then.
In 2016, I made a channel called KO Gaming, and this channel was exclusively to be not what I do on my streams, which is just raw gameplay, but this was where I was going to take the footage from the raw gameplay and edit it together into really, high production value game reviews or countdown videos, the kind of stuff that you see on YouTube all the time that's really popular, that's not raw, it's edited stuff. And the channel took off. The channel, within 6 months, I had a video that had over 1 million.
One video got popular. That's the channel taking off. The dude only got 20,000 subs overall after everything was said and done. That's a channel that took off in the past. It's odd because I recently looked this up for the lulz, dude. I wanted to see if any other channels were named KO Gaming. And believe it or not, it actually is. You still get this fucking dude first, though, because YouTube is negative. But I want to see if I can find the big one. Yeah, look at this shit. KO Gaming, 50,000 subs. This channel actually took off and lost all of its popularity. If you look at most popular, a year ago, 2.5 for PUBG, 900,000, 400,000, 300,000, and it just go down and down and down. But this dude managed to get 50,000 subs, all for 2.5 million view video, and basically everything else after that went down. DSP somehow took off, getting 20,000 after multiple years. And I think when he took off, he had like 12 to 15K on that fucking channel. That's taken off, according to him. Also being white hot popular is getting hundreds of thousands of views a day. Because, it was the past. But also took off with just 1 million. I don't know if I want to watch this. It's fucking Fortnite videos anyway. And this dude being weird. But that's the new KO Gaming, and he already gave up, pretty much. Last video was a month ago, and the views are dead. So rip double KO Gaming, I guess.
Dollars on it. It was really good.
Yeah.
And then guess what happened? YouTube demonetized it.
Really?
For no reason. Every video I started uploading got demonetized, and they wouldn't explain why. I would have to basically submit the dispute.
Yeah, the request.
It would take 4 days. They would fix it, but I'm working my ass off putting videos on YouTube, and I can't make any money on them. After 4 days, you can't.
You gave up on an entire channel because of this, though, and then he got ads back.
Make any money on a video anymore. It's already live.
I know that. Yeah, you get 80% of your views in the first 24 hours, and then they finally.
Big ups to Spee's
according to DSP, is 95%.
Phil wears gaming shirts to hide us. He's ashamed of us. Big ups to Bras.
God damn it.
They fix it. So for me, it was like there was two things that happened, and also, of course, my detractors immediately knew that channel was me, and started spamming the videos with downvotes and nasty comments. This is DSP, the person who we hate. Here's all the nasty.
I love how saying this is DSP is being nasty.
Stuff he's done over the years. How are you going to have a new audience of people come into a channel that looks like it's fresh and new and it's exciting, and the first thing they see is disgusting stuff about, defamatory stuff about me in the comments?
Yeah.
They don't even care. They're like, I don't care about that. I'm watching the video. It's actually pretty good. But they get bombarded with the toxicity. So it was a combination of the two factors that in 2017, when the YouTube apocalypse hit, I was like, so not only are they going to demonetize every video on the channel.
You know what? Is this quartering getting warmed up to just interview SJWs? Like, you got to start off with just the victim first of all, and then gradually move his way up to full-on, like, weird version of blood sports? Maybe.
And I can't make money anyway because they just have the amount of money you can make on a video to begin with. Why am I going to focus on YouTube anymore? And that's when I decided enough is enough. I know I have enough of
He get warmed up on this dude hearing about the toxicity and the toxic clouds and all of that weird shit. And then a year from now, he just talking to full-on whatever the hell going on a year from now. And he can handle them then because he started off with DSP.
I'm taking my ass to Twitch, and I'm just
taking my ass to Twitch?
Guitar Punk Master tipped $3.33. Big ups Yoshi Cursor.
I need to hear that again. Yeah, he blinks sometime too. I don't know why. Well, I don't know if it's like timed, but just when I do stuff.
Money you can make on a video to begin with. Why am I going to focus on YouTube anymore? And that's when I decided enough is enough. I know I have enough of a supportive fan base. I'm taking my ass to Twitch.
Fake news. DSP apparently took himself to Twitch when KO Gaming got demonetized? No.
I'm just going to do this full time, and I had enough of YouTube. And that's what my attitude for the past 2.5 years is. My videos are just archives of what I do on Twitch, and I don't care. I'm not going to edit nothing. You know, I'm not going to put the hard time and effort into doing that kind of work that I did for a whole year there on KO Gaming just to have it destroyed because of a YouTube algorithm because they're lazy over there. So I'm not going to put up with it anymore. But I tried to diversify, and sadly, after a year, it didn't work out anymore.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I completely understand why you feel that way, and you're really more of a streamer anyway, since, you know, really gameplay videos, I think, evolved to stream.
Yeah, his pillow sit on the floor now. Like, this dude, bruh, I honestly don't understand. He can move a thing like the fucking rabbit off his couch, and 6 months later, the rabbit is still just sitting out where he moved it at originally months and months and months ago. And he moved those pillows how many months ago? And they're just sitting on the floor right there. I don't understand how that can happen. Eventually you would trip over it or kick it by accident or say, wow, this room look really small. Maybe I should move this weird shit taking up a bunch of space. But no, DSP doesn't think that way because he hates sitting in his fucking room anyway. So it might as well look like a fucking pigsty. He already don't want to be in. He call it an office. He only come in there to play games. That's it. And it used to be a wrestling room too because he didn't know if Panda Lee would like wrestling or not. Which is weird because Cat don't like wrestling, but he still watch it downstairs. Whatever. I'm taking him out of context.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Let's Plays were huge in 2010, but now we're all streaming, and, well, I'm not, but streamers stream these games, and that's where people like to watch them. So let me ask you, and we'll wrap it up here in the next less than 10 minutes. You've been great. I do appreciate the time.
No problem.
So,
thank you for the $1.
Big
He really
ups
waited
Debunk
till
2.0 for the
till the
dollar. This is
exact
just a
end
debunk
to ask
stream
us
with a
fucking
weirdo
where the
occasionally
load went
asking
shit.
question and going on weird tangents.
where do you
Kinda.
think?
It's a bunch of
How do I
shit.
put this?
Debunk lie
where do
lie
you
combo
want-
stream.
Kind of, when you say that you want to
Oh my
wean off
God.
YouTube and get into like something more stable, I
Oh.
understand that. I YouTube too.
But I thought he was a full-time streamer
I don't
already.
Stream, but we live by the same basic rules.
Right.
And I work full time still, and I tell my people constantly, like my viewers, like I'll never quit my job. You know, what
Fuck
was
are
the
you nodding for,
last
DSP?
job that you even remember? What was the last thing you did before you started this?
I was working for a helicopter parts company based out of Connecticut. They were a subsidiary of a much larger company called Sikorsky Aircraft, which is a part of another big company.
When did Busy Man DSP have enough time? On the 29th, apparently. The 28th, going into the 29th, because it's past midnight for the quarter, and I guess. But DSP said he could stay up until 11 talking to him. And you might say, wait a minute, 7-11. I thought DSP didn't have any time to do this kind of stuff. He got to hang out with his wife. Yeah, because the stream's in at 9. That's why, you know.
United Technologies, you might have heard of them because they make a ton of stuff.
Was able to do it last minute.
And
damn
this
near,
company
too. 'Cause
essentially
we got uploaded fast.
was the middleman between someone who owned a helicopter and the companies who would repair helicopter parts. So if you owned and operated a helicopter, maybe you were an oil rig company and you need to fly your people back and forth to the oil rig. I was the guy who would take your call. I would listen to your problem. I would talk to my guys, my techs, figure out what's going on with your helicopter, place an order for a part.
Dude, look how much fucking prestige he put on this shit.
To the oil rig.
He was the lead guy, dude. He was ahead. He was in charge of
guy
people.
who would take your call.
He
I
would
would
take
listen
the
to your
call.
problem. I would talk to my guys.
Talk to his guys.
My techs, figure out what's going on with your helicopter, place an order for a part for you, or I would get your part in that's broken and get it repaired for a reasonable price and get it back to you as soon as I could. So I did that for about 2.5 years. And then the job told me that they wanted me to expand and do more. So even though I was getting paid to do the job of a customer service rep, they trained me in what's called achieving competitive excellence.
I just listened to a GTG video like yesterday when he went on a tangent talking about this exact same thing.
Which is continuous improvement. What I would do is...
On one hand, he say, they told me to do extra and that they would give me a raise eventually. On the other hand, he says, I chose to do extra and they didn't give me anything and they fired me. It's pretty good.
A part of a job, and I would map out every step of the process. So, for example, with a YouTuber, you would say, step 1, brainstorm the idea for the
Why can't he do this with his own channel after 10 years of doing YouTube?
video. Step 2, record the video. Step 3, edit the video. Step 4, upload.
Edit?
And I would map out that process step by step.
He should
and say,
map
what
out his
step is the step that
creativity
takes so long
process.
that you really should shorten this to save more
Maybe
money or
pay
make
for
it more
emotes one
efficient.
day.
And I went for training for
Make
all
a
of
new
this,
layout,
and I
maybe?
redesigned 2 entire processes within the
Update the
company.
webcam?
So for 5 years, I worked for this company. For 2.5 years, I'm getting paid the job of like a line level customer service rep. While I'm doing a job of someone who should be getting paid double.
Yeah.
Then the company completely screwed up and lost all this money and laid me off
Of course.
out of nowhere. So I never got paid for any of the
$1.08, so he was a phone operator. Ha 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 ha, goat, laugh, snake, laugh, snake,
No,
laugh.
dude, he mapped out the processes, and they fired him out of nowhere. I mean, sure, when he got fired, he said it was a long time coming, but that was 10 years ago. I mean, sure, he got fired 10 years ago, but that was 10 years ago. He didn't get fired for that reason at all. I took him out of context.
all this. I was
It was
promised
out of
the world,
nowhere.
oh, you're going to get promotions for doing all this extra work. I got laid off out of nowhere, blindsided. And thank God
I thought he also blamed this on a recession. We didn't even say the R word during
I
this.
was doing YouTube during that time as a hobby for about 2.5 years, and I had something to try to do.
Oh, no, he couldn't
to,
get a
to
job
make a
because
living
of the
because
recession. He's not
there
talking
was
about that at all.
nothing else available in
There we go.
Connecticut in that job sector. I would have had to get a job that probably paid way less money, and I had just gotten a condo and all this debt in my name there for that job. I had actually gotten a condo. I purchased it. And it was like 2 blocks away from the job.
What a
to try to
smart
be able to go to
individual.
work more quickly and everything. And they screwed.
While Phil used to be a
What a
helicopter
smart
mechanic,
individual.
and then he hurt his back and got gout doing the hard work of streaming. His legacy is legendary.
And he sold parts to Donald Trump, dude. And Donald Trump, he never paid his bill on time.
The guy they laid off, right?
Yeah.
Except
So-
at the last minute when they complained.
like I jumped right
He
into
probably
YouTube
talked to him
after that.
personally.
Luckily, it
Probably
was
his
a
friend.
miracle because, like I said, I never expected that YouTube would be something I would make $1 doing.
Yeah, forcing it was a miracle.
So, okay, and if I'm being over presumptuous here, I apologize. But even so, like where my YouTube channel is now, somebody might look at it. When your channel was peaking, it was like 13 million views. That's where I'm at.
Right.
And
Congratulations, dude, because that's great. I remember
Yeah,
what it
it's
was like
doing-
back then.
yeah. But I've had plenty of cautionary tales before me, so I've been, I know. I mean, look, neither one of us are going to do this. Probably 5 years from now, we're both not doing this.
Oh, 10 years, remember? He got to wait 10 years to get a regular job quartering. Then he's going to still do this every other day. It's very believable.
At least not full time. No way.
Yeah, right. What would be your dream job type, or like it doesn't have to be
Pre-stream
just
question.
job, but the type of field you'd like to be in.
Let's see. What can we go with this? Either the same shit he already did, but getting paid the same amount of money because that makes sense. Or he can say something in technology, which is retarded because he doesn't even know how to use OBS. So that doesn't make any sense. I'm calling the first one.
Stabilize.
See, for me, ultimately, my old plan when I was making the big money on YouTube was that I wanted to do that for, say, maybe 5 to 7 years and save up enough money that I could open up a different kind of business completely separate from the internet. A brick and mortar
Restaurant?
business, what it would have been, I have absolutely no
Restaurant.
idea. I tossed around ideas with relatives and stuff that I could do a restaurant. I could do
With relatives? You mean Twitch chat?
a sales, some kind of a sales business. Who knows? Right? I don't know.
Sales
But that was
business
my
is gonna
plan
sell
was
vacuums?
I knew even back then the YouTube thing wasn't going to last
Sales
forever.
business.
And that I wanted to diversify and do something completely
Dispensary?
different. And the money I was making at that point looked like I would be able to save it up and do it. And then all the stuff happened to me over the
Pretty sweet. The money he was making back then looked like he might have been able to save up to open a business, a brick and mortar business. But he needed a loan to move across the country. Huh?
viable anymore,
He obviously. Oh shit! Jasper came in during this, dude. So the door was open, so Cat wasn't home. Rip. It's tail time. Look at you probably can't. You can barely see it. Look like behind number 4.
Give it up and do it. And then all the stuff happened to me over the years that's not viable anymore,
Hey, it's tail time.
That would be my dream thing, to be able to own and operate my own business outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
And outside of Twitch.
How was he gonna do that? He
would
couldn't
be
even
something
move in a
that I
house.
could say, not only am I my own
And it
boss,
wasn't
which
a
I am
troll's
now,
fault
but
then.
now I could do something that maybe isn't.
It's a really big gap he leaving out when he obviously fucked up and it was his fault and he pretended like it never happened.
internet interactivity.
He just skips ahead
and
to
so
Dutch
people
rolls.
messing with you constantly. You know
Like
what I mean?
right now.
You come to my stream and you mess with me, you get moderated or whatever, big deal. You come to a business and you start doing stuff in person, you're gonna get arrested. Right? So there's a big
Comparing the
difference
stream to
there.
real
And I know
life,
that
though.
that would probably be something more I could control or whatever. Of course, you always have an online factor. Imagine if I had a restaurant and the trolls pretend like they ate
Yeah, it
there.
would be the best. You'd have
His
yeah.
spaghetti smells like his gout or something, you know.
What if it's actually nasty?
It's just the dumbest shit. But that's what I mean. Like, that's what I
Spaghetti.
always
You
wanted
didn't
to
say
do.
anything about a
And
restaurant, though.
it just sucks because right now
Business
that's the
place.
dream. The dream would be, let's say, in 5 years I could get
Sales
myself to a
place.
better position.
Man.
I could just do any kind of job
Selling
to
soap?
get myself stable, and eventually, if I could save
Jasper
money to do it.
Kitty.
But I don't know. At this point, like, you know, those days are kind of gone. You know,
Yeah.
where I have those kind of aspirations. To me, I just want
The Dorito
to have
is,
a
dude.
day where I don't have to worry about what bill is not going to get paid or gets paid today, and you know, what call am I going to get that's my bank account bounced on this one, and that's just the life situation I'm in now. So.
Well, yeah, I'd like to see you get to a point where, I really would, to where you're making your monthly income
Jasper,
tax payments,
what up?
and you don't get in this situation every year.
Right.
Because I could tell you as somebody who's
Dude, we getting more Jasper on the fucking quartering video than we get during the actual stream. And the point of bringing a damn cat in was to make the streams interesting.
there. Now that I'm there, this is the second year that I've done it, and life. It's like you live on a little bit less, but then you don't live in fear from
Right.
January to April, you know? And
Yeah.
Then
He should have pulled them out and showed them the quarter, and he got 5 cats. He could show Jasper Kitty the quarter, and it would have been adorable.
extend your taxes to October if you're like me. But
Maybe next time.
all right, we'll finish on a funny note. All right,
Okay.
Where did it go?
This is the most popular question.
I've never seen
Okay.
anyone ask me this
You're
question,
right.
actually. But it's the
Where
most
did the
popular
load
one.
go?
Where did it go?
Yo,
Look at the...
Where did the load go?
Look at his face. Look at his face. Like, you piece of shit. And look at quarter face. I need a more plain layout. Damn it, you still can't see it. Do I have one for recording? There we go. Look at his face and look at DSP face. Oh, man. He like, I gotcha. Right at the end. Gotcha. Now, you can leave now if you want. I'm finished with my interview. I don't care if you leave now. Where did the logo go? Thank you for the dollar.
Big ups Anonymous for the dollar. So his dream job is just to get money just to live a life?
Pretty much.
Explains a lot.
Pretty much. So we didn't talk about why people got really pissed off at him in 2015. We didn't really talk about 2016 at all. Didn't really talk about 2017 except in passing by saying, oh, full-time streamer, buzzwords. Didn't really talk about 2018 besides, I don't know. And we talked about 2019 technically because the cat stuff. And I don't even think we talked about when he lied about being married. No, lied about being engaged technically and said he couldn't get married. And when he lied about not having a girlfriend and he was basically acting like a thought. We didn't talk about any of that. So maybe next time. Maybe next time.
a tissue.
Oh,
Very
okay.
simple.
Oh,
I don't believe you. Look at your face. Look at his fucking face. We've watched the raw footage of this incident. I mean, it is possible he do have tissues next to him. At least he used to. And he does have a trash can in that room. But man, if he, saying, if he used the tissue, what, he fucking left to sit in his lap? The trash can was right between his feet? Who knows?
Nothing.
That's a pretty good face, though.
Oh,
Very
okay.
simple.
Look at him.
You're on camera! You're on camera! Stay back! Isn't it ironic that I'm the guy?
It's the guy watching his Twitch.
Is that really him?
Very
Okay.
yeah,
well,
nothing,
yeah.
nothing complicated, nothing crazy. A tissue. I
right.
I wasn't
He should have told us what he was watching because he talked about it before, but I forget the answer, and I don't think that video exists anymore.
stupid. I'm not dumb. It's hilarious. I get so many questions. Phil, what were you watching?
What
when
were
it
you
happened?
watching?
Oh, what were
Phil.
you watching?
Yeah.
Will you share
Honestly,
that?
I don't,
Huh?
I don't even know. Because here's how I answer.
Generic thing.
I swear, and the thing is because you get a younger audience who are very immature and they think it's some
Really?
big production. What happened, right?
Yeah.
You get a younger audience, they're very immature. Only immature people would have an issue with what happened, obviously. But also, immature people, according to him, love dick jokes and sex jokes. Okay.
Well,
It's
most of
idiots.
us know, by the way, you and I are both in our mid-30s as men.
Yeah,
We
tell
know
'em.
how. I mean, we know how.
I don't know what I was
Right.
watching.
And it's
Uh-huh.
like, it's just a thing. It's a frivolous thing. Get it over with, and then move on with your day.
Yeah,
Right.
it's on my schedule. You know, I
These
gotta
kids think that I apparently I had aromatherapy candles in the background.
Now this is a massive meme. He said this back then too.
And I was
kinda.
like rubbing body oil.
This is just like his yacht shit when he said, "Oh, the trolls say I have a yacht and a fucking island." Now we're doing this. Literally move his boobs around. Oh man!
Like had aromatherapy candles in the background, and I was like rubbing body oils on my body and getting all into it on the stream.
That
No,
would've
it was
been
something.
amazing
He got
if
into
it was,
all right.
though.
He was into
It was so
it.
stupid. It was a frivolous, stupid thing. And you know, it's people. That's what they. Oh, he didn't even wash his hands because I had tissues. You know, what do you think I'm doing here? It's like you guys are freaking out.
You still jerk off and don't wash your hands at all, like for hours, and sniff and chew on your hands all day. Well, I guess if it's his, he all right with it. If it's his, he all right with it.
The stuff that they make up about this. But you know what? Out of all that, as silly as it is, and the fact I know I'll never live it down, I laugh at it all the time. It's hilarious. How
You
stupid
got
it
really
is.
lucky. That's what I
Yeah,
always
he
say
did.
about it. I was like, man, he's lucky his dong wasn't on camera. Like,
He is lucky.
you got. I mean, as unlucky as you were, yeah,
If it was really 100%
you were
an accident,
equally
he got super lucky.
that you didn't get a lifetime ban. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and it's a thing that people say, the people who spin it. Did you know that Darkside Phil is a chronic masturbator who does it in front of thousands of children every morning? This is his ritual, and here's the evidence. And they show the screen capture of my face.
Where is this happening, first of all? Where are these elite discussions when people say he did it in front of thousands of children? And why is he paying attention to these discussions? I thought he didn't have any time for troll stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
are you
Spin.
crazy? But people believe it because people have talked about it for 3.5 years now.
For the dollar.
The
This
fucking
dude needs to
spin.
be locked up.
My God,
He's a
man.
wild animal. A wild butterfly animal.
That's
Also,
why you
he's
have to
starting
close the
get
door.
Cat snark real bad.
I get it. And now we leave the door open at night for Jasper Kitty. He needs to keep himself locked up when he play games. The toxicity might spread throughout the house.
They think that this is like something that what really happened. The true story is it was early morning. The stream, I turn on my stream and I play music. Now I play music. Back then I just used to play like the PS4 dashboard theme while I run some promo ads over the screen to show here, go.
He didn't run promo ads back then. It just said the stream is starting soon in yellow text. I don't know. It wasn't even a real slideshow. Was it? I don't want to go look it up. At least not show it on stream. YouTube act weird with shit like that. Sometimes they'll fucking community guideline you. Sometimes they don't. It's all over the place. Let me look this dumb shit up. Matter of fact, I'm definitely going to look it up in that. Because I don't want to get Watch Mojo and all that other stuff that used it for 7 years. So what can I type in? DSP masturbate? No, DSP jerks. Is YouTube gonna? Yep. DSP Gaming beating off after he left camera on before live stream. Must watch. Yeah, this isn't a slideshow. This is literally yellow text. This shit. This is just this. And you left the camera on by accident and didn't even check OBS somehow.
Go buy something for my Teespring.
Let's
My
hit a
stream
spin.
really happened. The true
Let's
story
hit a
is
spin.
it was early morning. The stream, I turn on my stream and I play music. Now I play music. Back then I just used to play like the PS4 dashboard theme while I run some promo ads over the screen to show here, go buy something for my Teespring store, blah, blah, blah. And I was running it and I accidentally had left my webcam on from the night before on the screen in the corner. I had no knowledge
Obviously,
of it.
yeah.
And
This is. I really don't want to go through the effort to try to figure this out, but I think this is just a straight up lie too. DSP didn't use Facecam for everything, and he specifically was going to have Facecam for Neo because, Dark Souls like game, you got to see my face when I rage. He didn't use the Facecam every day. And I'm going to say 80% chance he didn't use it the day before that. This nigga turned it on that day and somehow did this by accident. So, what the fuck is this spin? Teespring? Teespring? You wasn't promoting fucking Teespring back then. If anything, he was selling soap. What the hell? We really gonna finish off the video just lying to each other again.
And honest, and it's a stupid thing that happened, and I know I'll never live it down, but it's not a big deal to me. Like, it was.
Jerking off by accident on YouTube isn't a big deal to me. I can't count.
Is it embarrassing? Hell yeah. If anything, the one thing that
I thought it wasn't a big deal.
That's come out of it positive. If anyone asks me, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you, Phil? I don't have a hard time answering. I got right away.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, I was lucky. You're right. I'm always smart. You notice today, my webcam, you don't see anything below the belt here.
Yeah.
It's always my upper torso. This is how it's always been. So I knew when people exaggerate for it to be something so ludicrous, it's like, did you actually even...
Master for the dollar. Maybe he was testing his stream layout the day before and forgot to turn it off.
DSP testing a stream layout. You watched enough DSP to know that's just fake.
Big ups clown face cowboy hat face for the dollar. A 40-year-old man is explaining why
I don't
he
believe that
accidentally
either.
jerked it.
But it is possible. In this situation, maybe you never know. You never know.
See what it was?
Yeah.
It's just my O face. That's
My
all it
O
is.
face.
You don't see anything else. But people want to make it out like it's the worst, horrendously disgusting thing ever. You watch movies. Did you ever see American Pie? That
Wow, he doubled down on this. Okay.
fucking Jason Biggs
He said this months
did
ago.
way worse than I did in that movie, and he got paid for it, and I didn't. So it's like,
well,
you know,
you got paid kind of. You know, I mean, it would have been amazing if there was aromatherapy and oils. Like, I mean, it will still always be popular, but you know, if it had been a big production,
Shit, Jasper's
was
still
there
around.
ever any like, the fuck did so here's the other theory around it is that Twitch was like had.
You know what's even better, failsafe zero? Leanna probably actually wasn't withholding underwear time because according to her, she wasn't getting any. But maybe I took out of context. I definitely can't go back and watch it. And I'm not going to watch my own videos of her watching Panda Lee stuff. But I specifically remember she was showing off soap. She said, oh, that's better than sex soap. Better than the sex I'm not having. And we know Mr. Busy Man, he doesn't have time to do that. He got to play games. So I feel it.
Some in-depth
I feel it.
conversations with you.
And of course, later on, he blames Panda Lee. Well, if you don't know that, he fucking blamed Panda Lee for this shit in a stupid debunk stream. Oh, we weren't getting along, so I jerked off by accident for YouTube.
About it. My position
Makes
was
sense.
always been no fucking way. Twitch was like,
Makes
Phil,
sense.
what the fuck? My guess is it's been
Him and Panda Lee
like,
entire situation is weird, bro. Because it's like he hated her, but then why the fuck he moved her across the country? So people wouldn't say he didn't have a girlfriend? You a dude on the internet. People call him a virgin anyway. And he got engaged once, and now he married. So obviously trying to keep a woman around isn't going to make people not say stuff. I don't know. Man, it would be really lame if that's one of his reasons. Like, I got to show these fucking incels. Let me move this young girl across country with me and prove them wrong.
totally generic. But was there any communication?
Then
at
she
that
can
time with
tell.
Twitch?
Then she can go on video and tell the same people that troll me that I'm not fucking her. Thanks, Panda Lee.
Or anything like that?
here we go, and here's the great answer. Get ready for this one, because this is so hilarious to debunk all of it. I wasn't streaming on Twitch at the time. I was streaming on YouTube.
He told us he was streaming on Twitch. Technically. Because he said, I talked about this earlier in the stream, because he said, well, when it first happened, I wanted to make it a Twitch emote. But when it first happened, you wasn't streaming on Twitch. Thanks for the dollar.
Big ups anonymous for the dollar.
It's a really
Arnold
lame
Schwarzenegger killed
way to
like
go
20
around it, to be
cops in the
honest.
Terminator and got paid for it. Thinking emoji.
The literal point from a dude in Thugging It and Loving It. That's DSP's point in real life. He makes the same point as a dude from Thugging It and Loving It. Y'all be watching the motherfucking Terminator and shit, and that nigga got all them goddamn guns and shit. Man, we can't do that. No.
Oh,
There was a whole
yeah, there you
2
go.
years
Man.
that I wasn't streaming on Twitch because at one point Twitch had forced me to lower my
My
bitrate.
goodness.
And
I
my
remember
game
that was in the.
streams-
Yeah, I remember that.
Someone had probably asked about that. They basically came
No,
into one
it
of my
wasn't down
streams
the
like a
rabbit hole,
year
probably.
before this had happened and said, you're streaming too high. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like, other people are streaming way higher than me, and my quality, if you make me lower,
Other people break this rule, so why can't I break it? I don't want to be treated special. I just want to break the same rules as everyone else.
it's going to look terrible. So I had issue with that, and I had left Twitch for 2 years.
What a
and I
weird
was
thing to
streaming on
say.
YouTube.
How early was that? I can't even imagine somebody saying anything like that nowadays.
That was late 2015. Fall of
Tell us
2015,
what
I was
bitrate
playing
you
an
were
Assassin's
streaming at.
Creed game, and
Double
they told me
the
to lower my
requirement?
bitrate, so I did, and my stream looked like
Look at him look at the sky. the whole time he talks. The whole time. He was streaming double the fucking recommended bitrate. And he's not Maximilian, so he can't get away with it. Someone said, turn your bitrate down. He basically said and within a week he was off the website and streaming on YouTube. And then he told people to use his Twitch chat when he streamed on YouTube. And then he got his account disabled for it. And then the trolls, they said Panda Lee shut his account down. That was a thing for fucking years. Even when he came back to Twitch, he brought up that the idiots said his girlfriend shut his account down. But then he spinned why his account got shut down too, and said he shut it down on his own because trolls showed up and were negative when he wasn't streaming, which is retarded because people show up negative when he's not streaming now. So shouldn't he shut his Twitch account down now? Or put it in sub-only mode when he's not streaming or something? So the shit got like 3 different fucking laws. And of course, only one of them true, but it's been all over the place. It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense.
Like shit, and I said I'm out of here, and I left for 2 years. I didn't come back until early 2017.
What a baby.
But
he left behind an entire community because none of those people watch him anymore. He left behind a whole community. His mods got pissed off and never moderated for him again. He got rid of all of that because some dude showed up and said your bitrate is too high. Can you please lower it? He didn't even try to find a good bitrate. He just left. Oh, I can't have a 6,000 kilobit stream when everyone else is supposed to be doing 3,200. Well, I'm fucking leaving. And then when Overwatch came out, he was on stream. Oh, those people on Twitch, they're streaming Overwatch. And everyone's telling me the Overwatch streamers, they stream at a higher bitrate than they're supposed to. But Twitch kicked me off because of that. It's...
That's the thing. Did Twitch say anything? No.
DSP
Twitch wasn't involved.
need a
It happened on
redo of the
YouTube.
fucking
That's
Downer
funny.
Rabbit Hole.
Yeah. Okay.
The thing is, on YouTube, I
There's
didn't
way too much
auto-archive
specific
anything
stuff.
when it came to the pre-streams. So there was nothing. The only people who got footage of this were people who literally stalk me every day, and they illegally record my streams just in case something like this happens.
Is half true and half
they,
fake.
boy, did they get their jackpot that day.
Oh,
right?
literally.
It went everywhere viral within.
Oh, no, you mean a jerking off thing. Wait, didn't he upload those pre-streams? DSP, you can't tell us you deleted hundreds of fucking videos that were all pre-streams, and then you later tell us you didn't upload pre-streams. Only stalkers uploaded pre-streams? Oh my God. I guess I can give the hot pre-stream law. Back in the day, and a long, long time ago, like when DSP was first on Twitch, the trolls, it was a negative channel. They would steal his pre-streams and re-upload them. And they would get views off them. And they had ads on the videos. So it pissed DSP off. He got the channel literally terminated. Just got it Susan completely. And then after that, he started to upload all his pre-streams. I guess that never happened. But it also did happen. But stalkers stole pre-streams. There you go.
Minutes. It was everywhere all over the internet. And,
there you go.
You know, for me, it's like, then that's the thing, the slander. Oh, well, did Twitch ever say anything? YouTube didn't say anything because I never uploaded it. After it broadcast that first time, it never was live on any of my channels.
This is goddamn it, DSP. Okay, so the masturbation video, he left it on his channel. He privated it. He didn't even fucking delete it because he cared about the views that much. Now, his channel got taken, I forget how it got taken down, but it was something weird with YouTube. Was it the Google Plus shit? Yeah, it was the Google Plus thing. So his channel was gone. Then he got his channel back. And he unprivated all of his videos by accident. And the masturbation video was still there. And then it got community striked. And DSP didn't even really get punished for it. But apparently it was never live on his channel except the time it was. You know what I mean?
So there was no evidence of anything that had ever happened. It was everyone else posting the content.
It was no evidence except other people posting the evidence.
That was basically propagating it. Not
And no, Soup Double G. It actually wasn't Oddnos. It was before that.
me. So YouTube never.
The stealing pre-stream channel. He combined in like 5 fucking years when he talked about this. None of this makes sense. Out of context, this sounds really dumb.
Contacted me. Machinima did contact me.
And out of context, he seemed like a massive victim too, which is exactly what it was.
Because they were my partnership network at the time. They said, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Did you have like a big fallout?" So I was like,
What?
You know, you ever else posting
again.
the content. That was basically propagating it, not me. So YouTube never contacted me. Machinima did contact me, and because they were my partnership network at the time. They said, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Did you have like a big fallout?" So I was like, you know, nothing really happened. People are laughing at me. I'm laughing with it. I don't, you know.
Dude, Machinima got spammed with direct links to the jerking off video, and they contacted him and said, did you have a big fallout? Like New Vegas? A fallout with who? Your dick? I don't know what's going on
I'm
anymore.
just kind of
The
having a
stream
laugh
almost
at
over
it,
with anyway.
and it seems like it's working out and everything's fine. So after that, Machinima never bothered me about it again. YouTube never contacted me, and I wasn't on Twitch. So
What about when you
nothing
got a
ever happened
community
in regards
strike,
to it,
DSP?
which is why it's ludicrous when you
It's
hear
a rapper?
he masturbated
Mocked.
in front of thousands of children. You wanna know how many
Millions!
people? There was like 60 people on the pre.
Jerking off in front of 60 people by accident in the big deal because it's 60 people. Man, imagine using that logic with almost anything else. Well, it wasn't a big deal, man. It was just like 30 people affected by it.
And no one was watching because it was just the ad cards running. So no one was even there. It was just a honest, innocent mistake. It was.
How many people got gout? Is it a really low amount? Probably. So is it okay to make fun of it because it's not a lot of people? I don't know.
It wasn't some exhibitionist crazy
Yeah,
stunt
yeah.
that I pulled or anything.
Yeah. Well, nowadays on Twitch, if a girl did that, I'd assume it was a stunt. But who knows these days?
Oh, yeah, when a dude do it, it's
look,
not a
you've
stunt,
been
right?
Extremely
People don't like
generous
dudes.
with your time. Is there anything?
What
First
about
off,
Cat? Maybe Cat liked it.
So it's okay to break the law as long as no one knows I did it.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, you taking him out of context, dude. He never said that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna link your channels in the description,
Thank you.
and your
Oh, he
Twitch
did?
stream.
And
stuff like
please
that.
spell my channel correctly
I
on
will.
Twitch.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'll link your channel in the description. You literally fucking lied. Dude. And wait, is he going to talk about the
Twitch
Twitch
failed
thing?
to do when they tried.
Your Twitch stream and
And
stuff
please
like that.
spell my channel correctly
I
on
will.
Twitch. Twitch failed to do when they tried to promote me a couple weeks ago, and then they had
Oh
to take
my.
me down, which was hilarious.
It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I will. I'm not Twitch.
Yeah, you didn't spell it at
is
all.
there anything, that you would want a parting thought that you'd want?
A parting
just,
thought?
you
Cat
know,
isn't home
say
yet.
to anybody.
What I would say is two things. The first is, out of all the negative stuff you've heard about me, some of it's probably true, and some of it is probably gross exaggeration.
He can't tell us what's true. He can't tell us what's false. What's the fucking point at all? Honestly, what is the point at all?
I openly admit that when I started, the first 3-4 years I did YouTube, I was a complete asshole. I made many, many mistakes back then. I fess up to the things that I said and did, and I wish that I hadn't done them because I really feel now that I've become a more mature person over the years doing this. And now that I'm an interactive streamer and I actively have these direct interactions with people every day, I see that what I say and do actually affects people on a daily basis. And I didn't see that back when I was just uploading videos.
He bragged about how his life affected people back then. The million years ago, he always talk about this dude read letters from his fans back then when he pretended that he didn't pay attention to anything going on around him. How are you getting letters from people talking about they got cancer and shit? And how are you reading them in the video? And how do you wait 7 years and say, oh, well, that stuff didn't happen back then. I didn't know I affected anyone's life back then. You didn't affect anyone's life back then. So was that all a joke?
Egbert tipped $2.
Maybe.
This interview
It was
is
just a
literally
ruse.
debunking
He was just
streaming.
fooling around.
It's a genius move, really. So now when he gets a big influx of new viewers, he don't have to dedicate a whole stream to debunking. Or de-chess.
Man. I would hate to be one of those people that send him like an honest real life letter. Oh, Phil, I love your content, Phil. Keep it up, man. You helped me get through rough days, Phil. He read letters like that back then. And now he pretend like none of that happened. I didn't know I affected anyone's
The
life.
cloud on YouTube, I didn't have that
Unbelievable.
live interaction. I didn't get to see that, and I thought it was just a joke. And I admit, I
Yeah, it was a
said
joke.
horrible things about game developers. I said things about games and stuff that people still take me to task for to this day, as if it happened yesterday. I'm not like that anymore. And if anything, give a stream a shot. Come by a stream of mine.
Give a stream a shot. He can't play the Surge 2 because he doesn't like the laws of the fallen. But give his stream a shot. I mean, sure I'm taking him out of context. Sure you think he's done horrible things, even just annoying things. Give him a shot. Sure, it's literally hundreds of thousands of other streams, videos, all of that shit you can watch, but give him a shot. Sure, he can't give anyone else a shot, but give him a shot. He can't hang out with Wings because Wings fucked over him before. He can never hang out with him again. He wouldn't even do an interview with PewDiePie. I'm never going to forget that because he's going to say I took him out of context. He wouldn't do an interview with PewDiePie because he doesn't like the kind of videos he make now. But he didn't like the videos he made before the videos he make now. So he never liked them at all. But give him a shot. I agree.
Give it a look. If you like it, great. If not, don't. But don't just blanketly believe
What a meme.
what people say about me, because sadly, it's become kind of a mob mentality to believe everything that's negatively said about DSP because he's the lol cow.
Thankfully, DSP doesn't believe things other people say about everybody else without doing any research.
He's the guy who so much bad stuff has happened in his history. All of it must be true. When you get crazy things like Phil hired a escort to come visit him for 3 months one year, and in reality, it was all fabricated. It was scammers in Europe trying to extort me for money behind the scenes. They had made this whole thing up. That's the kind of stuff that becomes like a fact because people believe everything. So don't. Take it all with a grain of salt. Some of it may be true, some of it not. Come check out my streams. Right?
How many interactions did he have with these people? Because that seemed like a few more words than I expected, what he just said about the people in Europe, and he gave them the thumb too. Huh.
Right? And the other thing is, understand that it's tough doing what we do for a living. You know what I mean? Like,
nigga, he said he doesn't do YouTube for a living. You forgot?
we have a public face, and when I started doing this 10 years ago,
he forgot.
He
think he's 100% ally. He's just like me. He has gout. He does YouTube for a living, and he's popular now. I used to be popular. He loves them. And he got more cats than him.
Zero track history of anyone else who had done it before. I had no one
By
I could
the way,
look at
you
as
agree
someone
with
who
me.
I could learn from and say, wow, they screwed up. Let me learn from those mistakes. I made tons of mistakes over the years. I wish that there was someone who I could have looked at their history. Like people.
Quarter and literally doesn't even stream. He told us during this he's not a streamer. He didn't even premiere this. He don't even care enough to do that. Apparently they both do the same thing for a living.
People now look at me and see all the stupid shit that I did over the years. They say, don't be like Darkside Phil.
DSP never shit on people that
and
do
I
streamers
admit,
for a
you're
living.
right. I am like a case where you can watch my 11-year history and say, don't do half the stuff he did because look at what happened to him. But please understand that I am an evolving human and I feel that I really have. But please understand that I am an evolving human.
Really?
Look at what happened to him. But please understand that I am an evolving human, and I feel that I really have honestly tried to change for the better over the years. And the fact that people think that things on the internet are black and white and last forever, and people don't change, is really messed up. It's just look at, like we've talked about, cancel culture and all of that. Comedians say something 10 years ago on Twitter, and now they can't even do a stand-up comedy act because people hate them for something they did 10 years ago. That's how it is a lot of the times with me. And it's like, I don't know how do you fix that?
Like how we pretend everything we did was 10 years ago. Even though the point this interview happened is because of something he said like 2 weeks ago. But everything he annoyed people with was 10 years ago. Everyone else should move on. But half this fucking video was him talking about stuff that happened before 2014.
How can I change now and make people believe that I'm different than who I was 10 years ago? I don't know how.
I didn't expect it
All
to
I
be
can
this.
do
This
is
is
try to honestly
insane.
put out the best content
Just
I
two
can on a
dudes
daily
lying to each
basis
other.
and not remake those same mistakes that I did.
At least Jasper
way
Kitty
back
came
when.
in.
So
what did we
if
get
you just
from
give me a
this?
shot.
If I'm correct, the twist ties are gone, which is insane because those twist ties have been there for fucking like half a decade. The rabbit's still here, but Potion got put up. We sit everything on the floor for months after we move it off our couch for some reason. I think he still got his Sonic hat back there. Have no idea what this pile of mush is. It looked like a funny looking microphone, a dildo. You got the master phone, a purple spider looking thing. I have no idea, some kind of sack, a Tekken trophy. We got a fan on top of the air conditioner because the office gets so hot. When it's like 70 degrees outside, it's like 90 inside the room because DSP got 2 computers. Kinda. Does he even run 2 real computers? I don't think so. Never mind. He might only really have 1 and a laptop. And he has so many consoles. Sure, 1 is on at a time, but, make the room really hot, dude. It's probably really hot in here, honestly, because I go through this myself when I order a bunch of shit online and take computers apart the whole weekend. When you have a bunch of boxes and stuff all over the place, the room is just straight up hotter. And this is a lot of stuff. That might be why. Oh yeah, and he holds his controller in the claw position to play fighting games. But it's not his fault when he can't get his moves to come out. It's the game's fault that he play games a weird way that he didn't grow up or didn't learn playing them. And it's still a game's fault. Or maybe if he got rid of all of these boxes or put them somewhere else, and maybe cleared the corners a bit. I don't know. Got rid of all the cardboard he got all over the place or something. Got rid of the pillows, all of that stuff. Maybe the air can move around a little freely, a little more freely. I don't know. That's just
Maybe
me.
you'll like me. If you don't, who cares? Don't ever come back. Go jump back on
back.
the lolcow, train and laugh and everything. I don't care.
Don't ever come back. Just continue to watch DSP from somewhere else.
Do all that. Just please understand that what you say and do on this planet has repercussions, concrete repercussions to people. And I and my family have had things happen to me
Victim times 1,000. Oh my.
because of the nasty stuff that people have said about me that's not true. Forget the stuff that's true. I don't care about the masturbation thing. Go ahead and joke about it till the cows come home. But when you call me a scammer, when you say
He's
that
not
I
a scammer,
lied to
but
the
Tim Schafer
IRS
is.
about my taxes, which I've never done,
Yeah, you
when
did.
you do horrible things behind
Like
the scenes
what?
to my wife and my family,
Like what? Oh,
that's really messed up. And it's remarkable. People say to me every day, how do you keep doing what you're doing? I'm like, I don't know. I just must have like the thickest skin because some of the stuff that people say and do to me on a daily basis, I know people would have given up a million years ago. But I love what I do for a living. I don't want to give up on the fans, so I've been here for a very long time. A lot of people have stuck with me over the years. Very
people stuck with him over the years. That's why he have to explain his life to him every day.
loyal fans, and
like Super Blind Man.
Please
And,
understand
Planet
what you
Jeff.
say and do has repercussions. Don't be like me 10 years ago, where I would just say and do anything on a,
Be like
on a
him 3
video or a
years ago.
stream just to get
Don't
shot.
be like him a week
It's
ago.
not worth it if you're going to actually hurt people to get a laugh or a jolly or to get yourself over, to get you cheap views and money on YouTube. Please be more conscious of what you do because it does
Be more conscious of what you do because it might hurt me. Now, I wasn't conscious of what I did 10 years ago, but that's because I wanted to make money. But you, viewer, you should be conscious of what you do because it affects people like me, clutch his chest. But 10 years ago, I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do. But don't be like me. Sure, I made a lot of money and wasted it all. But don't be like me. You don't want to be like me. You want to be a nice guy. You want to be a nice guy. DSP was a nice guy too as well, right? And that worked out for him, didn't it?
have concrete consequences
Man.
for the people who you are doing that to.
Holy cow.
Yeah, well, that's good advice, I think.
Good
in
advice.
general.
I agree.
You know, to me, Phil, I've never had any interactions with you before, and I know that there will be people in the comment section of this video that say, Jeremy, I fucking hate you because you didn't call him out on this or
Big
call him out
ups
on that.
evolving human for the dollar. I have thick skin and learn from mistakes.
His skin is so thick, it's like an exoskeleton, dude. Everything just bounce off him.
And I said to you up front,
Feels good.
and I'll probably put a bumper on this video that tries to like explain that. That wasn't my intent.
Didn't happen.
It's not my intent to prove or
Just
deny
like how you didn't promote him in a
X, Y, and Z.
You know what's fucking great? Because I'm sure if people complain about it enough, he would do it. He said in the video he would put him in the description, and he just fucking didn't. And even he himself said in this video, most of the views come within 24 hours. So if you put him in there now, you're not giving him a plug. Quartering, you fucked him over. How dare you? You did spell his name right in the description. Yeah, you even gave him the small S, the big P, and everything. So you got that.
Controversies.
But I have to do research to find Phil's channel.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. I'm about to go find Phil's channel. I got to do my research to find him because my favorite YouTuber, Jeremy, he did not put him in a description. So let me look up some DSP. All right. DSP tries to detractors force him to e-bag, failed retrospective event, and 2K cat reveal action.
$1.87.
I think this
Guy who
might
is
be
having
him.
This interview because he justified his own racist.
This might be his channel.
This controller's a piece of shit. Fuck shit.
Oh, wait, no. Summer Julius Cruz. That's not his channel, man. That's just quartering. Oh, LSB Gaming. DSP tries a quarter pound. Okay, this might be him. Wait, is he listening to his own interview?
It can barely fit because it's too wide for the
Notice
TV
some
stand
dude with
he
a
has.
dog. And his name is LSB Gaming, too. This isn't DSP. Shit. Wait. I got it. This gotta be him. The gamer. Yeah, look at the picture. All right, what was his last video? Genesis Mini Launch Monster World 4. Really neat. Oh, Monster World 4 is really neat.
All right, so I honestly have no idea
See
what
how
this
cool this is.
Chris for the dollar. DSP talking is starting to make me develop a mental condition. How do you listen to him all day and not go crazy?
I don't know, actually. I used to blame it on the alcohol. But I guess I can't anymore.
Load to save, I
Maybe I got used to it.
I don't know how. I don't see a way to load the save.
Not even really
I
that.
didn't make a resume point.
Sometimes I can't fucking stand listening to him, too, when I'm not streaming. His voice is really obnoxious. especially when you talk about certain stuff. This game is pretty neat. I don't know, man. It seemed like some pretty high quality content. I'm enjoying it right now.
Here's the key again.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I might subscribe and turn the bell on. I don't know. He looked a little bored of the game. I thought he liked playing games. Oh, maybe I should watch a different video. This might be a bad one. Let's see. Maybe that game was
Hello, everyone.
actually not really neat. All right, what else is this dude doing? Zelda? Link's Awakening. Oh, man, people love this game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
See how much
welcome
fun it
back
was
to my
having.
Link's Awakening playthrough, and this is going to be essentially the final session.
Oh, he's
because
talking to the YouTube
I've done
people.
pretty much everything in the game
Can I post
besides
a
the final
comment?
dungeon.
Oh.
There's optional content.
Can I
that
leave a
I'm interested
tip?
in
I can leave a
doing
tip, though.
since
Of course I can.
I know that I'm near the end of the game here.
My fucking God.
But what I'd hope to do is get to know you and let people also get to know you. And look, you stood by everything you said. You said, hey, we talked separate before this. You said, look, I'll talk about that, or I won't talk about this or that, but I'll talk about whatever. And we met in the middle. I got some questions, and
He doing the same head nod he did when Kat was talking to him. I should play that video. It's been a minute since I'm sure people saw that hot content. It sucked because if I play the one I made, it would just get community guideline strike to some dumb shit. And if I play the real one, it's so long and she barely does anything. I know what I'm gonna do. I'll fast forward to the part.
look, I'll talk
where,
about that.
she actually
or I
talked.
won't, I won't
wanna
talk about
find a
this or
regular
that,
version
but
of
I'll
it.
talk about whatever. And we met in the middle. I got
Which
some
would
questions.
be not easy.
And,
oh, never mind.
I mean,
Oh, boy.
I hope that people watching this were entertained. I definitely had a good time talking to you.
I enjoyed talking with you as well. And like I said, the reason I wanted to do this, because that was another question. Why now? Why would I do this particularly with you? Because you actually did a fair video about me. You made fun of me in it, and fair enough. But you were fair and honest, and you actually defended me when these media...
You were fair and honest, but you defended me. But you were fair and honest, defending me.
was coming out of nowhere trying to cancel me, which is hilarious. Like, that's ever going to work. After the shit I've been through, you think you could really cancel me?
DSP
You're out of your
already been
mind.
canceled. That's why I
But
beg every day.
You were so honest and fair with me, and I was like, this seems like a down-to-earth guy that I could have a conversation with, unlike a lot of the other people over the years who tried to get me on their shows for shock factor, or they want to get...
Like Brian. Brian interviewed DSP before.
Get your questions. I'll get him with the get your questions.
A lot of people interviewed this dude before, and they never shit on him afterwards. So he's talking about, like, the people Wings used to hang out with, I guess.
Now we got that.
But I thought he never dodged any interviews. He told us that, I think, yesterday. He said he never dodged any interviews. Now he dodged interviews because it was people trying to get him. He didn't suspect quartering of trying to get him. That's why he made such a salty fucking face when he said, where did the load go, right? And when he brought up the gout, because he wasn't trying to get you. Okay.
Snippet we wanted. I didn't get that vibe from you from the video you made, and I said, maybe
I didn't get that vibe from you.
I'll reach out and see what happens, and I had a great time.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I know you streamed tonight. Hopefully, I think you have off tomorrow.
Nope, I'm here. I'm every day. I only get 1 day a week off.
Every day except
all right.
1
Well,
day a week.
okay. Well, then you'll be working tomorrow. This will come out in the afternoon. I'm gonna head to bed. It's earlier for you than me. It's a little after 1 now. But thanks so much, Phil.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks so much for
we got the plug.
watching this video, and
What
I
you want us to
really
do?
hope you enjoyed it. Above, you'll find some links to watch more videos, as well as a nice big button to subscribe, which I hope you'll do.
I
If you did
I
enjoy
will.
it, make sure before you go that you leave a
I have
like
to log
and a
in
comment
first.
on the video, because you are the #1 reason this channel continues to grow,
Hey,
and
Susan.
I appreciate you.
I agree. My God, look at these people.
All right, hello everybody.
Oh,
Phil
man.
and Kat here, and
Big
welcome
ups
to
Anonymous
a
for the
special
dollar.
video
Check
that we've been
DSP
planning
new
on
emotes.
working on for a
Oh,
while.
wow, we got new
Kat,
emotes. God damn it. Is it actually an easy way I could actually check it? It's kind of not. Because I can't even fake post in this chat because I'm just in Band World. Never mind. What? Thank you for the dollar.
Big ups Bob Dole for the dollar. There's not a day that goes by that I wish DSP would ram his thick unicorn authentic Italian sausage down my punicorn Anglo unicorn. God, why even live if I can't motorboat his voluptuous breasts or snort his authentic
For real,
Italian
bruh?
farts crying face feels bad man.
How is this Wolverine? It's just not. He's a scientist now. And DSP cringe is literally just a clown. Look at this asshole here. These memes, huh? DSP thumb, why are we an angel? Angels for Halloween? It's nice they did all of them, though. That's pretty good. Yeah, these are actually, this should go away. These are actually good emotes. So whoever did this, big ups. Hopefully they got paid. Yeah, right? I would give like $15 a piece for these. Maybe like a bulk price. Let's see, which ones would I not buy? Definitely wouldn't have anything to do with that. That can go to Band World. All of these other ones pretty good, dude. The lame part about him is, like this one, he already looked like a vampire drinking blood anyway. And you kind of have to zoom in on it to see why it's supposed to be interesting. Oh well. Sweet emotes, DSP. Hopefully you paid the creator a reasonable amount of money. Thought he was... Oh no, this is the second stream. Holy shit. Oh well. But I'm done here. I'm not watching this stream tonight.
Been living with me now.
I want to play the
month.
part where
Yeah,
Cat talk.
In fact, I used to
Then
make
I'll be done.
I go right of my, I think we owe it.
Man,
And so, no, all right.
Wow.
I think one final thing that we should address is
Big ups
the whole
Anonymous for the
situation
dollar.
of
When was it
or
called he
because
was going to add a clown?
Oh, it's spread out so much too. I don't know what was going on with this situation in this video. Why did Cat do this to us the first time she showed her face? She just bobbling around so much. But that's the head nod I wanted to see.
I played so many games. I pretty much played like AAA. I don't really play a lot of indie games. I just play like AAA games.
Right.
I'm going to be playing Far Cry 5. When
You can barely hear her too because she's so far away from the mic.
So.
Good job
You
showing
have-
off
this is what Everyone
DSP.
always asks me,
Make her pop the goods
do you
out.
have a particular game this year that you think you're looking forward to more than like everything else? Is there a hyped game you really want in 2018? You know what I mean?
When was it called he was going to add a clown? I don't know.
It's kind of hard.
I feel like that's something he turned down before, but I guess you can say, oh, it's for
What game do
Halloween.
you think that is
Yeah,
gonna
but then
be
next month people are going to call you a clown again, and then what you going to do?
Is it God of
Ban
War?
him
You
again?
mentioned Far Cry 5, God of War. Would it be Red Dead Redemption 2?
I don't know.
Would it be, all these big games that are coming out?
Yeah.
Do you have a hyped release? Because that's what everyone always asks me, you know?
No, I am really excited for God of War. When I saw it was released, and the graphics looked really freaking good, and I have a PS4
Cat
Pro
stopped
now,
trying for us after this too, which is
4K
pretty good.
monitor, so.
Next time we saw her, she looked like she rolled out of bed. Then we saw,
there's
I
not
think
really, like, a ton
again,
of games
and she looked
coming out this year
rough, or at least it was on
Well,
Instagram.
right.
Huh?
The problem is nothing has released.
And then Halloween
I've
happened.
said
Yeah,
that a
that's-
million times this year. If you look at my release calendar over here
And,
on the
she
wall,
went away.
outside of March and April, they're like, there's no dates for anything. And I think that E3 this year is going to be a big E3 where
Yeah, that's.
tons of dates will come out. All right.
Don't sniff my fingers.
So, that's what, she enjoys a lot of variety of games. But as you notice, nothing
Cat
in
the
there can say,
gamer.
oh, we're gonna
Cat
co-op
the
games and
gamer,
stuff.
who according to DSP didn't know what the fuck Street Fighter 2 was until she got with him. Cat the gamer, who can't play any games with DSP in person, even when he not streaming. Cat the epic fucking gamer. Oh, we got this too, DSP Death. Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know why. He's an angel, but I guess because he's a devil in one, you might as well make him an angel. Oh well, at least we still got him doing a thumb. He think that's a thumbs up emote. By now he got to realize this is just his thing. Oh well, but I'm done here. It was a fun time. We learned a lot. This is supposed to be like a 2-hour long stream. At least that's what I planned in my head. And I paused a lot more than I thought I would because that video was special. That video was really fucking special. And that is a good point. At least Cat teeth all white. But if negative things are true, she kind of just paid for them and got them stuck in there anyway. So, but that's just taking stuff out of context and being negative again. That's not true. Or is it?
What is Glow Gang? Well, Glow Gang is GLOGANG. It is Glory Boys. We are Glory Boys Entertainment. It is GBE, but it's shortened. It's shortened. You know what I'm saying? So it's GLO Gang instead of Glory Boys. You can say either one though. It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? I won't get offended. Gang won't get offended. You know that's what we are. Glory Boys. You know what I'm saying? But Glow Gang is just a short abbreviation for Glory Boys. You know what I'm saying? It's just GLOGANG. You know, we be on a lot of gang shit. You know, we got everybody saying gang now.
All right, Derek. See you later. Have a good
Peace
night,
out.
man. Thanks for stopping by, at least for a little bit. I actually have to turn off the stream, don't I? I'm like, later and peace out. Lean back. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I have to turn the fucking stream off. Duh.